Here we go.
Okay, it just went. It just went.
Anything, bro.
It went.
This guy couldn't even run his own streams. Let alone
it ain't my fault. It was not my fault.
Bricked his whole PC.
I did not brick my PC. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into another Tuesday night's main event over here. Shout out to the 199. Thank you guys for being here. Jeremy is on camera today, so we'll let him run it.
That was weird. All right, so first of all, I tried to get Beardo to start the stream. He broke it. Make an emergency
immediately.
Call. I had to make an emergency phone call. I got it fixed immediately. That's the power I have.
Yep, that's what happened.
But yes, it is Tuesday night's main event. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. We got a lot to talk about. Very organized show that we have here. Beardo was wanting to do like an intro or something like that.
I was just going to run the 30-second countdown. That's all I was going to do.
Why?
And throw it in a fire, you know what I'm saying? Just jump in
actually,
there.
we have a new one. We have a new opening too as well.
Oh, do we?
Why didn't you play it, Beardo?
That's for daily.
It's for daily.
Oh,
for daily.
What are we doing?
Yeah, that's for daily.
I got it. There's too many minorities here to see the real stuff. I get it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Me, Kata, and Jed. Because redheads are now officially black
now.
That's wild.
The white boys are the minority now.
What's
up, my homies?
It is a lot of diversity.
Yeah,
There's
just 3 of them now.
Jed, what are you bringing to the cookout, Jed?
Way too much diversity.
Orange soda.
My man, he's in. Bro, listen, it doesn't matter if you take the lowest road because you're still getting in, bro. Like,
I was gonna say fried chicken, but you know that's not a side. That's not what you bring to
fried chicken.
Come on, bro. See, you already know. Jed knows what's up.
Yeah, I am currently in Orlando, and it's going to be park hopping for this week, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So more to come. So if you're not subscribed to park hopping, you should be, because it should be some fun times over there. And Beardo is not invited.
I wasn't invited. I had people in my chat saying, "Hey, are you hanging out with Jeremy and Jay this week?" I'm like, I didn't get an invite. I don't
Jay's
fucking
not
know.
Even invited. It's opening day of Epic Universe. It's not easy. Like it wasn't easy, but you know, we're a pretty big deal. So you know, we'll see what happens. But hi, Fear the Beardo. How are you?
I'm fine. I had some difficulties earlier on my stream, and it has nothing to do with Meta PCs. It has to do with me personally. I was trying.
We know it's not Meta PC's fault.
I was trying to run some out-of-dated mods on Resident Evil Village, and my stream, the game just kept crashing. So I got to figure it out. We got to iron out and troubleshoot some issues. But other than that, I am doing great. I'm doing fine.
I don't know if you know this, but like anytime anything goes wrong on any stream, you're going to get memed.
It's my fault.
You're going to get memed.
Yeah. But
the internet works.
But I have been playing Doom: The Dark Ages. I absolutely love it. I know we're gonna, talk about some of the the stories surrounding Doom: The Dark Ages.
I got a bone to pick with you. Oh yeah.
Yes. He's getting yelled at again. Let's go.
I got a big problem with you.
Mike is like lagging out like crazy. I don't know what's going on with Mike.
He really
he's behind the whole conversation.
That's karma.
No,
that's fucking
Boost.
karma.
Hey, that's that Boost Mobile internet Mike be rocking. So.
I'm not sure what bone you have to pick with me, but real quick about Doom: The Dark Ages, I absolutely love it. The game is fantastic. It's dumb fun. It's based as fuck. I'm loving Doom: The Dark Ages.
Okay, there's a couple problems. Now you've given me 2 issues with you. Okay, Number 1. You've never played a Doom before, so who the fuck cares what you think about the Dark Ages?
Wait, this is your first Doom?
This is my first Doom.
Wait,
ever? This is my first Doom.
Wow.
Ever.
Like,
Yeah.
Like you haven't even played like the actual Doom 3. Like
okay.
You're in for some good times, Beardo.
Okay, so Kata, when I say that this is the first Doom that I ever played, that means that this is the first Doom that I've ever played.
Like the thing is, you can play Doom.
That's
you can play Doom on like a thermometer now, bro. Like there's no excuse not to have played this game.
Listen,
I played Doom with the dude from what is it, King of the Hill, as the background of all the walls. Like,
okay, that's great. Okay, I've never played a Doom before. This is my first Doom, and I'm having a good time, man. I'm having a good time.
Okay,
I love it.
I'm also playing the Dark Ages, and it is very good. A lot of people are complaining about this game, man. I mean, I'm playing on PS5, so I don't know if there's PC problems with the game. I don't know.
He's running it like a champ. I've had no issues.
I know some people that can't run it right. I mean, mine runs pretty fine, but I know some people is like, I can't even get the thing to boot up. When I boot it up on stream, it tanks my whole stream.
It requires an updated chip, though, doesn't it? Because I saw so you have to you got to be updated on your drivers, obviously, but it was also saying it requires the newer processor as well, whatever the newest age processor.
Isn't the recommended requirement like a 3080 though?
It's like a 3060 because I got it.
3060. That's pretty high. I mean, like that's
really high.
That's rough for people. Like
I also got a notification from Doom when I launched it through Steam. It said if you're playing this on the same PC that you're trying to stream through OBS, that OBS and the game will run into issues. Thankfully, I'm running on 2 different PCs, so I didn't have not one single problem running it.
I streamed it, same PC, and it did fine.
Well,
at first it was.
I did get the warning though. I got a warning saying if you're trying to run this through OBS on the same PC, you might run into some issues. So I know there has been some performance issues for Doom: The Dark Ages.
With all that said, if you like the Dark Ages, you're gonna fucking love. Like, there's so many awesome Doom games out there. So, but it's not as good as Eternal for sure. And a lot of
soundtrack is not. The soundtrack's not hitting as hard as Eternal at all.
Nope, not even close.
I've been loving the music.
Even the gore is tamed down. The executions are tamed down.
Really?
It's not. Yeah. So
wait, hold on. What's the second bone that you have to pick with me?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Epic Mike?
Hey, how's it going, man? I'm glad to be here. I'm not in trouble for anything. I didn't brick my Meta PC earlier today. I'm having a great time, bro. Like, I'm happy to be here. Listen, I wanted to be excited for Doom Eternal, but I have only heard things of like it's entertaining to play, but it's not as good as Eternal or Doom: The Dark Ages. I loved Eternal. And if it's not better, I don't want to play it. I'm going to be honest. Like, I fucking love Doom Eternal. I had such a fun time with that. So, I don't know, man.
I'm dialing. People are saying my mic's a little too hot, so I'm dialing it back a bit. So, hopefully that works. So, there we go.
Miserable. You're just mad that you're not home. I know you are.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty excited for Epic Universe. So.
You will be until you get home and you're like,
no. I will be until I'm standing in that 95-degree sun, and I'm gonna be like, "Where's my pool right now? What's up, Johnny? Johnny. What's up, Johnny?
Okay, my minorityness was not being acknowledged. Okay, so I had to change my name to its proper name, Juani.
Juani.
But yeah, no, I'm doing good. I mean, I wish I could have played video games in the last week, but this new baby Zelda is just dominating my life. So yeah, I haven't slept and I'm a little cranky, but that's all right.
I hear you, man. Well, it's good to have you here. Yeah. Oh, look who decides to show up whenever he wants.
Yeah.
What is he eating? Hello.
Listen, I spent hours yesterday. So to contact Dan Vasquez, because he's such a big star, you have to contact like 7 different assistants. I went through 7 different assistants to finally get his phone number so that I could text him. And then it takes 3.5 hours after that, and he calls me while I'm live streaming. And then by the time I'm done, I told myself, I was like, Dan's probably asleep. I'll just so you were waiting. I
was actually watching your show, and you could have called me.
Yeah, I was like, Dan's probably asleep. So anyway,
we need to make some tweets to the virtual queue for Dan Bask. It's been shit this season.
What's up, Jed?
Yo, it's great to be here. It's great that my diversityness has finally been acknowledged by everyone here, but it's not the ultimate diversity on this stream, because in the lead up to Pride Month, I think we all need to celebrate the braveness of X-Wing for putting his extra chromosome on the thumbnail for us so that he can come out as trans finally. It's so brave and stunning of you to do this, X-Wing. I'm so...
Look at that.
Thanks.
That's wild, man.
Is it a good coming out party?
Stunning.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah. Listen, he might be joking on next week, but we're gonna kill off Jed and replace him with a black person next week. All right, that's
No,
what
he
happens
is
to all
black.
of your
He's
kind.
just-
Okay, next
he's
week is
black.
just the blackest black woman we can possibly find to
Johnny.
replace Jed's redheaded ass.
He's black now.
Redheaded
Gingers
people
are black now.
Yeah.
Gingers are black now. That was
You
announced.
can't race swap me now.
you miss
You
that
can
whole
gender
thing?
swap me, but
Yeah,
you can't
there's-
race
you
swap
gotta
me.
go online, go on TikTok. It's everywhere now.
Yeah, I'm not
black.
gonna lie. I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about. Clearly, I
There
don't know.
was
Not
a
to mention
racial
it's Jeremy's
draft.
show. If they're gonna swap him out with anything, it's gonna be a white person. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah.
There was an update. Yes, gingers are now black officially. It's just a
Patch
thing.
update.
Yeah.
There was an
I've
update
got a pass in the mail
world.
and everything.
Yeah, you
Stuff
got
patch.
a pass in the mail. You know, I got my Black Man Quarterly, and it was like, listen, gingers are black now. So
Yeah, it got patched in, bro. Gingers are black now.
no, it's a whole thing, man. Yeah.
So
I'm
Disney
pretty
has
excited.
to redo the Little Mermaid all over again? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Yep. They gotta,
Wait, that
yeah,
is
they gotta-
Well,
confusing
it's-
though, because
it's
she
not
had red
different
hair,
at
but
all.
She was black. So
well, no,
what
it's just a
happens
white
now?
chick now because they don't. It's not diverse anymore. Look at Jeremy's gone. What an idiot.
He couldn't handle this much
He couldn't
positivity
handle
about
it.
race.
He's like,
HR
whoa.
That means Beardo's totally vindicated. One, he's not getting yelled at, and two, he knows how to run a computer better than Jeremy.
You're
There
damn
you go.
fucking right. Thank you, Jed, the
There it
Hollywood
is,
Scholar.
there it
What's
is.
up,
Dan,
Data?
Dan, you know you want to eat the banana the normal way. Come on, Dan.
Oh, yeah, I.
Are you
He,
pulling it
he
off?
was like,
Did
he
he
was
break
like
it?
right
Did
there.
he-
He was like, no,
did he
I'm
break it off?
He was right there. Then he was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna break this.
What's up, Kata?
What's up, everybody, man? I hope y'all are having a fantastic Tuesday, man. It's Kata, aka Clo Too Short, aka the pretty toe appreciator. No, don't eat your banana like some kind of wild man. Eat it like you want to eat it, man. You
No,
gotta
he
do-
knows better,
So
bro.
Eat it like
That'll
you
get
want it.
cooked
For a
forever,
knife in his
bro.
mouth.
He's like, look, I'm Rambo with the knife and eat it, but man, do it how you want to, man. They're gonna put it
We've
in your
had
mouth
this
anyway,
discussion
so-
before.
We have had this discussion on Bro
Yeah.
Science before. What is the
That
problem?
was
There's a
bro
video.
Science law.
There's a
How you're
video.
supposed to eat.
There is a
banana.
video.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
a
The
There's a
Pedro
video-
Pascal video. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
yeah, that's how you eat the banana.
there's a video on my second channel featuring Dan of the proper way, the manliest way to eat a banana.
How to eat a banana like a gentleman.
Correct.
Like a
Correct.
gentleman, so you just
So-
just
so
put
how
the
do you-
whole thing in your mouth, huh?
You cut it and then you put it in your mouth.
You have to use a really big knife and you
knife.
cut
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you eat it off of the knife.
I
Correct.
think it follows for apples
okay.
too. Like
Right.
you should be doing that with an apple too.
Right.
What?
Most fruits if you're a man.
Yeah.
Correct.
Messed
Bro,
up.
Oh,
y'all-
all
y'all
fruit is
afraid to
gay
just-
now.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't just bite an apple, let the juices flow. Pause. That's kind of wild. Never mind.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
lick the
All
juices
right,
off
yeah.
your lips.
Especially if you
Yeah.
have facial hair and all the juices are running into your beard, it's not a good look.
Now that I say it out loud, maybe you should use a knife for an apple. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Kata. What's up, Dan Vask? How you doing, Dan?
What's up, man? I'm eating a banana. Let me put it right.
Do you like how Beardo just
I
skipped the
got
retard and
a-
the Chinese guy? Like,
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah.
worth nothing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Look what I have. Look what I have.
Oh,
For the
I was
first
just, I
time
was,
ever. What? Go ahead.
no, nothing. I was just going off
Defend
of
yourself.
where Jeremy left off. So
Kata
we
started
can,
to get some attention,
Yeah,
so he
that's
immediately went
called-
to Kata, and then Dan Vass has obviously
That's
got so many
called
followers.
rising up to the occasion. Good job.
right. Thank you, Dan.
Uh,
Appreciate it.
For the first time ever. I never
Oh, here we
owned
go.
this before.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh.
Whoa.
Nice.
This is
Look
the
at that.
NES Advantage. It's in
Uh-huh.
great shape. Just the Nintendo logo is a bit
It's a little worn.
faded. Yeah, but it's actually great quality. I thought this would be like much cheaper than it actually is. It's heavy, feels sturdy. Yeah.
So that's your first time having one of those. I had one of those.
It's my
quite a
first time because I never had the NES as a kid. My first console was already the Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
Great stuff. I was playing Double Dragon with it.
Oh, good game.
It's
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Those are awesome.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We also have X-Wing 5 here on Tuesday's main event. What's up, X-Wing?
I don't have anything to say.
Okay. What's up, Phil? Project Egg Roll. How you doing, brother?
Good to be back. It's been a while. It's it's good to have some what's it called? I guess yellow fever. I'll give you guys some of my
We don't want
Chinatown. Oh, okay.
That sounded very
I'll just,
nasty.
I'll just.
Well, we don't
Hey,
need a
they-
sequel to 2020.
Hey! It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Whether you like it or not, there's so many of us We're gonna hump you. It's gonna happen.
Nah, keep that egg roll to yourself.
Wait,
man.
what?
I'm good. We're good
We're
on
gonna
that one.
hump you. You cannot run.
That's World War
Phil.
III, just running away from the
Where-
humpers.
Where do your ancestors hail from?
Okay, so my I am a
Holy
quarter
shit, damn.
Burmese, and 75% Chinese.
Man, like the python?
Okay.
Yes.
The mountain dog.
Like the python, correct.
Yeah, like the
Like the
python.
mountain dog, Johnny says.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's wild.
Phil, Phil, when does Stellar Blade on PC drop?
June
June.
11.
Oh,
June
so
June
11.
June 11. I'm ready. Oh,
I'm
that's
holding
yeah.
out, bro.
Oh,
I'm gonna play Doom, and then I started playing this game because I'm just painfully white roadcraft, where you like rolling around with heavy equipment, making roads. Don't ask me why. I absolutely love it. I guess it's a redneck in me. But
Mike's
freaking
face.
Night Rain, so close.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
this comes
Elden
out
Ring,
next
Night
week,
Rain.
doesn't it?
Night Rain,
Yep.
dude. Yeah.
Are we
I'm,
playing?
like,
Are we playing
counting down
Night
the
Rain?
hours.
You
I'm
know,
playing
I just
Night
found
Rain.
out, though,
Yeah,
Night
we're
Rain
playing
doesn't
it.
have crossplay.
Well,
I did
gotta
not
play it
know
on
that.
Master
Steam.
Race. PC Master
So
Race.
just
Yeah,
PC?
PCs through Steam.
I mean, PC
yeah.
does master race, but I did not know it didn't have crossplay. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does actually.
Yeah. I didn't
Well,
know
like-
that either.
Elden Ring doesn't have crossplay either, does it? I don't think it
No.
does.
Dude, that barely had co-op.
But a
That
lot of
was
people
so
weren't
shit.
like, yes, we played co-op, but nobody was playing Elden Ring for the co-op. We were
Well,
you know,
the thing about Elden Ring with doing the co-op, you had to find the golden foot, you had to summon the golden foot, you had to have the teammate in your Steam friends, and like it
And
was
then
so
something stupid happens and they die, and you got to do it all
yeah, it
over
was
again.
it was so
Yeah.
clunky,
So
and that's why
It
I
is.
feel like Elden Ring Night Rain is FromSoft way of like apologizing for the multiplayer inaccessibility for Elden Ring. So it's
Dude.
like let's do a true multiplayer experience for Elden Ring, and they're gonna make it a lot easier for it. I think.
I've actually been
Give me
playing
20
it. I've been playing it all week with my dad and my two brothers, and we're all playing it through it together. Actually, it's only three, so we're rotating between the four of us. But you can only play three people cooperative at a time. The worst part about that stupid freaking co-op game is people raiding you as the most
Yeah.
or invading you at the most
Yes.
inconvenient
Right.
time.
Yes.
I'm fighting a freaking
Yes.
ass boss. I'm not trying to play a multiplayer game. I'm being attacked from behind as I'm trying to play a cooperative
you know,
Yeah.
you can turn that
Correct.
off, right, Johnny?
That's true.
Are invasions
Invasions, yeah.
supposed to happen in,
Can't you turn
in
that
Night
off?
Rain?
I wish.
No,
I
don't
don't
think
know.
Night Rain
I
is
don't
in
know.
No,
if
I've
you
looked it up.
can.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Basically-
you can turn that off in
I've
the
tried.
regular game. If
Pretty
you're
sure there's a finger that you can put down that makes it so that people can't just raid you.
okay,
Yeah.
and if that's the case, then that's part of the problem, where you have to go through all these steps where you have to put down the golden eagle foot to summon somebody, and then put down another item so people can't invade you while you're trying to have a cooperative experience with Elden Ring.
Golden Challenge was for runes.
Whichever it was, you have to
It's the
summon
pearl
different items.
finger or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
That's why I
finger.
just got the multiplayer mod, so you can just jump in and out whenever. On the,
I don't
know
wanna-
that was a thing.
I don't want to talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
modding video games right
yeah.
now.
It's such a
No,
good
never
mod,
mind.
dude.
You cannot disable invasions. That's wild. I guess
Well,
I
there
didn't
you
use
go.
it enough. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
lame. I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah.
You should try it with that mod though. It's really good. Even if you die, you stay in the world and you can just
Yeah. There is a
Yeah,
seamless
nice.
co-op mod. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yep.
But yeah,
that's
Elden Ring Night Rain next week. I'm really looking forward to it. So,
I'm gonna have to clear we got to spend like 6 hours in that, 8 hours in that, getting some
a
stuff
long
done.
time.
Yeah,
like night one, like
Yeah.
the night it launches, just
go, yeah,
just
hand
play it for
dog.
like 10 hours.
Let's come out Thursday, next Thursday or next Friday.
As long as
I think it's the 30th, but you might
might
be able
drop
to
the day
play it
before.
like
Friday.
Thursday night at midnight or whatever.
I'd
You might
almost
be able to
rather do it on
download
Friday because then I don't have to die on Saturday.
Correct. Yeah, correct. So shout out. Let's run through some super chats here. We got Dougie B with a 20. Rest in peace to George Wendt. Norm Peterson is one of my all-time favorite TV characters.
yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Shout out
R.I.P.
Norm.
B.
Yeah.
Shout out to Norm. Thank you, Doug B with the $20. Subway J with the 2 says Jeremy tweet link of Tuesday Night's main event. It is tweeted from the Geeks and Gamers main account. I retweeted it, so it is tweeted. Thank you, Subway J, for the $2. We got Sloto Goes Mobile because he didn't know it was gay with the $5. My mom was diagnosed with skin cancer today. She seems to be She sees the dermatologist tomorrow, so we are hoping for the best. Thanks for the stream. Hey, Soto Goes Mobile.
Soto.
Prayers out, man. Prayers out.
Prayers,
T's and P's in the chat. Hopefully everything comes back negative for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the $5. Zach Attack with the $5. I just watched Jeremy's reaction to Geeks and Nerds for Harris. One of the cringiest streams I ever seen.
Wait, what is this?
I have no idea. I have no idea what this is about. Anybody else know?
I don't think I want to know.
Geeks and
Geeks
Nerds
and Nerds
for
for
Harris.
Harris.
Oh man.
Please tell me they're trying to make fun of
old
Geeks and
thing
Gamers.
from.
Yeah, I remember seeing that a while ago.
Seven months ago.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
Hey,
I love
Johnny.
how we're all on Jeremy's panel, but we just found out that nobody watches Jeremy's videos.
Good.
Do you think he like hopped into the stream to be like, hey, I'm here tonight, guys, everything's fine, and then as soon as it starts he just cuts it off, sits down with a glass of Chardonnay and just watches?
No,
You know what I mean?
because
I ain't
Jeremy
working tonight.
is bothered that he's missing out on
Johnny.
these conversations. I know he is.
Yeah.
He's sitting there going, "Come on,
Come on,
I can't get this
Dragon."
to work."
Yeah.
Do you have
Oh,
Mega Man?
hell
Look at
yeah,
that.
Mega
Look at
Man.
that.
That's awesome.
Oh, Mega Man 3, yeah.
Battletoads.
Yes.
I'm
Look
gonna
at
stream
that,
this.
bro.
I'm gonna try to beat this.
Yes.
live.
I will.
Where
be
are
there.
you finding these
Batman!
on
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
actually,
the first
I-
level, oh my god, the music's so good on that Batman
Yeah,
game,
it's
so good.
fantastic. It's based on the Batman '89 soundtrack, right? So yeah,
But it's got
that's-
its own
that's
unique
my
tracks in it. It's incredible.
Also, yes, absolutely. Yeah, man, it's I have to buy those online, X-Wing, because you just don't find them in that state in that quality on yard sales anymore. I think those are not in the wild anymore.
I mean, they have like so here in the
unfortunate.
States. If you look, usually you can find like a retro gaming store, or at least it's a comic shop that has like a
Yeah,
retro
it's
gaming,
either
and they'll put stuff
stores-
on consignment. Do they have
Yeah.
anything like that in Brazil?
Yes, we do have retro gaming stores, but the prices are
Yep.
insane and
Yeah.
almost eBay prices. So I might as well buy from my own home on eBay. And yeah, but it's a shame, man, because the thrill of the hunt is kind of lost when buying online.
Yeah.
Right. And that
sure.
that used to be a big part of collecting. I don't know if there are many collectors here in the chat, but back in the day, you used to go like to flea markets and yard sales and that sort of stuff, and it was very very exciting when you found something.
What are you gonna
with
find?
that that holy grail that you've been looking for, and it's so cheap because it's an old lady who doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
but
Well,
yeah,
it was usually like people our age when we moved out. You know what I mean? It was all of our moms giving away the shit that we really wish they would have kept.
Absolutely.
So
I'm
that
a
time's
victim.
kinda passed.
I'm a victim of that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because I used to work, like doing demo in people's houses, and sometimes you come across like a basement that flooded, and there'd be like an old video game console or boxes and stuff. And you're like, oh, do you want to do this? Almost every time, like within the last like now 10 years or so, it's always no. They told me to save it because they might want to sell it one day. And that's like become the norm now. Is like they'll call their moms and be like, "Don't get rid of my stuff because it could be worth something one day." And you're like, like you're not coming back to do this stuff, man. It's been sitting in a box, like, or like Dan said, like now, like there used to be like really a lot of video game exchange places nearby where I live. All of them, their prices are so stupid. Like 30, 40 bucks for like a Nintendo game that isn't even rare. They just know that people are into retro stuff. It's
I'm trying to find Nintendo 64 games. Shout out Sundowners Club sent me an N64, and I'm looking for a good spot for N64 games.
good luck, man. It's hard to find.
So-
That started for
eBay.
some
That's
reason.
it.
Real quick, that started for some weird reason on 2020. Do you guys have any theories about that? It has to do with the lockdowns, the pandemic. What do
Yeah,
you guys
people were
think?
Partially.
sitting
Could
home
be, yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out how to sell stuff. And what happened is people got wise to the fact that, hey, if I sit at home and just scour eBay, I can buy all this retro stuff. And the prices went astronomically high, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like I got lucky and found a guy that had a copy or had a Nintendo GameCube. He had a copy of Twilight Princess for GameCube, and I think all in all, I think it was like $90 for everything. But nowadays, when I look at it, it's like $90 just for the game, and that's without a box or anything, dude. I'm like, what are we doing, man? Like,
Well,
Yeah.
also, like, people wanted to get rid of stuff to make some extra cash on the side. Like, the other side of the coin is people who are at home bored, trying to relive through some of that nostalgia, they're looking for it too. So,
for sure.
that was high. But a good place, especially here in the United States, is going to Facebook Marketplace. I know a lot of us, younger generation, we don't really use Facebook anymore. But if you go on Facebook Marketplace, you can find some hidden gems, whether it's, old TVs that can play the CRT consoles and stuff.
One of my CRTs in there.
Facebook Marketplace is great, whether it's for, card collecting, people getting rid of baseball cards, football cards, Pokemon cards, and also old games.
Is it his own app or something? I can't even find it on actual Facebook. Is it like
it's such a nightmare to navigate.
It's like a tab in the middle near the top. It's like an icon.
It's in Facebook itself.
It's in the main. It's in the main tab on Facebook.
I had to go through a different little drop down box just to get here. This is
they keep hiding and changing
messengers, like a different app and all this different shit. But the good news is the people that are using it are generally like the older generation. So if they've got that stuff hiding, that's a good place to look for it. That one and Mercari. I don't know if you've ever messed with Mercari. It's a little less populated, but there's all kinds of good shit on Mercari.
My sister uses that.
Well, what is that?
It's just like it's like an eBay kind of, or like a Craigslist kind of thing. Yeah.
OfferUp too.
All
There's
kinds of good stuff on there.
There's an app called OfferUp, and you can get some good stuff on there as well.
You gotta be careful. No, be careful with OfferUp. I got a story. I had an Xbox One X, and this was the pandemic. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get rid of this because I got my Series X. And I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of this One X. So I put it on OfferUp. And I met up with these YNs. If you don't know what that is, that's young niggas. So I was like, we have to meet up at Walmart because there's people there.
No, bro.
So we meet up at the Walmart, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna sell it, whatever. My first instinct, as soon as I grabbed the money, I was like, something ain't right. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna, let's just go with it. And I seen the dude in the side of the car. He was like, he kept looking. I'm like, yo, what's going on? So I'm doing this with the money. I'm like, yo, this don't feel real. They speed off with my Xbox, dog. I kid you not. They just left. He hopped in the car, drove off. I'm like, yo, I think this is fake money. I walk into Walmart.
Holy shit.
And I was like, hey, can you test this? They bring out the little lighter thing, the little highlighter thing. And she starts doing it, and then it just starts rubbing apart. She's like, yeah, these are fake.
Wait, I don't think that's an OfferUp.
Yeah, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
Look,
that
I
is
was
a you
so
problem.
Do like Zelle. Like next time you just do it, do Zelle.
How much was it, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't even remember how much I sold it for. It was
a couple hundred.
Yeah, it wasn't that much, but it was the principle that pissed me off. I was like,
yeah. That's
like,
a you problem.
Why you speeding off on me, dog? Like, yeah, I was gonna beat your ass, but you could at least just,
I like that he blamed OfferUp for that. Like, leave a review on their website.
Yeah, it's OfferUp's
I got robbed.
No, it was not
it's your fault,
OfferUp's fault. That's 100% your fault.
Why don't you check that money for me?
Yeah, letting the darkies on there. It's their fault, man. They did it, man.
Why you letting these YNs on this website, man?
You gotta vet these YNs, dude. Look at his profile picture. He has grills in it, dude.
This is your fault for doing this to me, bro.
I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I was so pissed off. I was like, God damn.
That's wild, bro.
I really hope it was actual Monopoly money. That would have made the story fantastic. If you're accepting Monopoly money in a parking lot.
Who's this guy? It's like, oh, this is the new president.
I wouldn't even been able to be. I wouldn't have even been mad at that point. I probably would have just been laughing. Hey, bro, what are we doing here, dude?
That's crazy work,
crazy, man.
I actually
watch out for that website. You might get robbed.
Yeah, you're gonna get robbed from OfferUp, man.
I found a Nintendo 64 on Facebook Marketplace for $160.
You know what you should do? End up with fake money and grab that
What
shit.
does it come with, though?
Yeah.
Did you keep any of it?
It has 3 controllers, 2 grays, one yellow, and it comes with Pokemon Stadium. Actually,
are the controllers refurbished? Because the analog stick on the controller infamously goes bad.
Super bad,
especially during Mario Party, the first one.
Yeah, when you remember when you had the controller sideways?
Yeah, you had to do it like that. Yeah, I don't think so. This yellow one looks kind of dirty. So yeah,
but it's very easy to replace. There are tutorials on YouTube. You can buy a new one, which is better than the original. Actually, as weird, it sounds weird, I know, but it's you can make it better than the original. But I remember buying a Nintendo 64 in 2019 for like, let me do some quick math, for the equivalent of about $20.
Yeah,
damn.
So it was that fast, just 5-6 years ago.
That's wild.
Yeah, getting one in the box right now, like NIB for a Nintendo
box.
game, is
Ooh.
insane, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck doing
Insane.
that.
And I keep seeing these big dumps for they call them like it, so it was like a Japanese release, and it's like 40 games for $100, but they're all the Japanese version. But I'm pretty sure they're trash. I'm pretty sure they're junk. I don't think they're real.
Something really cool that we had in Brazil that I don't know if you guys had in the United States. We had these boxes, those rental store boxes, where the owner of the store would cut out the original box and make this plastic box, because if you give a paper box to kids in the 90s to rent your games in, it would be a disaster. So you can still find those here in Brazil.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Johnny just sent me this. What is this, Johnny?
Yeah, so this was actually because Dan was talking about
Man,
this.
that's clean.
If you zoom in, yeah, this is
Holy
this
shit,
is
it's not yellowed.
it's not the SNES. It's the SNES Classic, the one that Nintendo had a limited run for. But it was but right there, that price, you'd have to zoom in on it. It's $15. Like that was at Goodwill just the other day. So like it can still happen, but it's like it's so rare. When I saw it, I have one of that,
right?
Yeah, I had one of these, and I was like, I don't even care. I'm getting this one because I realized the steal that it was. I'm like,
and you can hack that and put as many ROMs as you want.
You could literally put every single Super Nintendo game on there easily.
And the emulation is not bad. The 720p, it's great.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
get
bad.
like an upscaler.
They upscale it internally, but you can upscale that again with, if you have an external upscaler, you can upscale from 720p to even 4K if you want, with the, what is it called? RetroTink 4K.
Yeah.
It's an upscaler that upscales it to 4K, yeah.
That's
Pretty fun.
I'm looking at these Nintendo 64s. I'm like, can we get some more translucent consoles, dude? These look so good.
Those are really good.
That was
love
cool.
them. A purple.
You
one.
gotta
Was
be
it the Donkey Kong one that was green translucent?
The jungle green,
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. And then there's the orange one, the fire orange one.
And the blue one's
We
pretty
didn't
nice
have
too.
that with the Switch. Where did that stop? Was it with the GameCube?
I think it was the Game Boy Advance. No, the Game Boy. Because there was a translucent Advance. Because I think I had one.
There was, yeah.
Not only translucent, but different variations of colors.
I think around then that's when it
for the
stopped.
Switch.
I didn't even know the GameCube came in a different color.
Yes, there was
purple,
a
silver, black.
Purple,
Yeah.
I think it stopped with the Wii. No, there's a red Wii. There's a red Wii, a white Wii, a black Wii.
Didn't the Wii U the handheld come in different colors?
Dan wants all of them.
Was the black Wii bigger?
I had a black.
It was.
Of course it is.
I had a black one as well. Yeah.
Black Wii.
Sorry.
There's a yellow Wii too, and I'll let you do the math on
It's a
that
small
one.
one. Barely 2 inches.
That's crazy.
That
the original
probably stopped
Xbox
on the Switch.
The original Xbox had a translucent version of it. It was called the
Yeah.
Crystal Edition.
I had the translucent PS2. It was.
Oh,
It was
no.
I've
Hey,
never seen
I
that.
didn't know they made one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to
Hold on,
your
I'll find it.
to your guys' point, there's a local, game shop, used game shop, just here in Texas, pretty close to us, and they have the jungle green Donkey Kong one in the box. It's over $1,000 if you want.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What do you do with that though? Like, you're not going to open it. If you spend $1,000 for a new in box, you're not going to.
It's an investment. You basically buy it to hold on to it, and either it carries that nostalgic value where you never get rid of it, or you just wait for the price to go up even more. Because that's a thing too. You could totally invest in it, and maybe 30 years from now, it's worth way more than what it is even now. So,
or nothing. You have to wonder if like emulation and what Nintendo's doing by re-offering the Bluetooth N64 controller and the Nintendo Online and all that different stuff, is that like destroying collecting?
No, I think it makes it
I don't
worse,
think so.
actually.
No.
A
I
lot of
think it
people
actually
like
makes
that
it worse.
authentic stuff.
It affects it a little bit though, like in certain contexts,
normies.
like GameCube games, for example. There was no GameCube game that you could get that was a decent price because there was no way to play GameCube games without a GameCube. You know, like other games you can, you know, with all the different emulation and Nintendo offering it on the online service. Now we'll see if GameCube games drop a little bit in price now that the Switch 2 is going to allow you to play them. But yeah, GameCube games for a while. Like you want Mario Party 7, you got to pay like $120. It's ridiculous.
Johnny, don't you think the people who prefer to play it physical, they were like, if they cannot play physical, they would rather use emulators other than like buying the Switch 2 just for that? I think that's why I don't think it will influence too much, because for myself, it's like, yeah, I'm excited to play it officially, but it's like if I want to play in other ways than on a CRT with real hardware, I would just emulate it, right?
Yeah, it just depends, because even like on this panel and on our team, there's people like I want to play it in the highest visual quality possible, but like Jeremy will refuse to play anything that isn't on the original hardware he grew up playing it on, and there's a lot of people like that, so I think it just depends. But
I'm looking forward to it because I had to, like you were just talking about, I had to emulate Twilight Princess and Wind Waker to be able to play them again, and honestly, I fucking hated it. I hated it.
It's not the same feeling.
Yeah, it just does not feel the same at all. And especially like on a curved computer monitor and you're sitting there like trying to figure out how the Xbox controller feels right while you're playing it. It's just not the same. It's not.
Yeah, man. Do you guys know, those of you who collect, Johnny, do you know just from memory, what's your most rare or most valuable game that you own?
Ooh, that's
maybe
a great question.
Shoot, I'm not sure. Chrono Trigger on the SNES. Maybe. Yeah.
I know mine is I have Transformers War for Cybertron on Xbox 360, the disc. I still have the disc because you can't get that anywhere on any store anywhere. Yeah.
Why?
So that's the because the rights. It was a rights thing with Activision.
Activision.
So it got taken off the store. So I still have that disc at my mom's house. I make sure that nobody touches that.
Yeah, according to Game Eyes, an app that I use to catalog my collection, I recommend it, by the way. The most valuable game that I own is my boxed Chrono Trigger. It's just the box. I don't have a CIB, don't have the manuals or anything like that. It's the cartridge and the box. It's worth $516 American.
Wow,
nice.
That's like half your country's GDP right there,
I could
bro.
buy Brazil.
Yeah, I still have all my N64 games and everything, and all my GameCube games and everything. I just looked up Conker's Bad Fur Day, which I have 2 copies of, and that's $150 just going on eBay right now. That's everywhere. So
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
hang on to your games, man. Don't ever sell your games, your consoles. That's my lesson I've learned, because I sold my NES and SNES games because I had different ways to play them, and I've regretted it ever since.
Yeah,
Conker's Bad Fur Day is my 4th most valuable game.
Yeah, I regretted giving all my ever since I moved out. Like I gave all my Super Nintendo games to my cousin, and we had a neighbor. His name was Alan, and he left. Like he moved. He was going to college, and he's like, "Hey, you want to buy all of my Super Nintendo games for $20?" And this was a long time ago. He had Breath of Fire and Chrono Trigger in box.
Ooh.
Damn.
So he sold it all to us for $20, and then and my cousin's like, "You want this? You want Chrono Trigger?" It's like, I don't play JRPGs. I was like, sure. And when I left, and I found out how expensive the game was, because if not even new, if you have everything the manual, the box, and everything, it's $700 right now.
Yeah. And if it's clean, you should think about getting that thing PSA graded. You know, you could be talking thousands potentially.
Do you guys think this bubble that kind of started in 2020 will ever burst? Do you guys think retro games will be cheap again? They might because Atari games are cheaper than NES games. So if the logic was, the older it gets, the more valuable, then that wouldn't be the case.
I think partially it's a supply and demand thing, because it's people like Nintendo it just depends on like how popular that thing is all those years later. So that's why like Nintendo cassette tapes, or not cassettes, cartridges, they carry so much value all these years later because so many people would want it. But like Atari, like I didn't play an Atari growing up. Like I wasn't.
Yeah,
you know.
I think there's a generational sweet spot. Like today, the people who played NES and Super Nintendo, today that those people are starting to feel nostalgic, and they have jobs, they have money to buy them. But Atari, like the people who grew up playing Atari, they kind of got over it already.
Yeah.
Just thank all of your lucky stars you didn't collect Star Wars stuff.
Oh man.
All right. just take a minute and thank the gods you didn't.
Yeah.
What happened to Star Wars stuff?
Yeah, I got this little Han Solo toy from 1980.
Well, there's still a good niche market for the stuff, the really early stuff, but pretty much everything else like fell off the face of the map.
Drop value
if you have stuff from the original trilogy, like OG original,
yeah, I'm talking first run Kenners, a lot of the comics,
that stuff's
like that
gone up.
It's still
gone up.
holding value.
Really?
And in fact, yeah, to Beardo's point, it actually has gone up with how bad like Disney has effed things up.
Correct.
People are really holding on to that original stuff. But yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like anything past Power of the Force 1 is just like it's gone, dude.
I wish I still had you remember the spoons that you used to get for the prequel trilogy for your cereal? I wish I still
in the
had
cereal
them.
boxes.
Yeah, the light up ones.
You remember the fast food restaurants had all the cup toppers, all the companies came out with the different soda cans. Dude, the marketing for episode 1 was absolutely bonkers, bro.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. I remember my dad was collecting like calendar guides because they had like Darth Maul on it, and here was little Anakin, and he was like, I'm like, do we really need all these like TV calendar guides?
I'm gonna sell this, and now it's worth $9. I have like I have the entire red episode 1 card back figure collection on my wall over there, and it's like $9 a figure right now.
Something really fucked up that Nintendo did with amiibos is that you had like this certain line of amiibos that was supposed to be limited, so they had a certain value in the market, right? Because they were limited. And then Nintendo suddenly decided, hey, let's make more of them. And people who bought them.
Yeah.
I have something from Star Wars somebody sent me. I want to show it. I forget what era it's from, but I think it's old. I'll be right back. I have something.
Sure.
Mike, I'm sure we tell.
Well, I was gonna say, I used
Mike,
to have,
you're in charge.
It's gonna be a Watto butt plug.
I used to have, and I don't know where it is anymore. I used to have an X-wing, and it was Luke's X-wing. And you could press this button on the back and make the whole front of it collapse. It would like fall apart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it had like the paint on it from like where he crashed in Dagobah and stuff like that. My buddy used to have the old Millennium Falcon, the whole one with like the board and all the accessories and stuff. And he sold it. Yeah, he sold it because he was like, I don't know, it's probably worth something. I think he sold it for like $50 or something.
Are you talking about the one where the back pops off and you can look down into the? Yeah, I have that one.
Yep. Yeah, dude, he had it, and it was prime condition too, man. And I was like, dude, I wish he had held on to it a little bit longer. But yeah, man, that's kind of
Falcon stuff held on pretty good.
Yeah, I wish I could find that one X-wing. I don't even know what it's called anymore. But yeah, dude, like there used to be a store that had like a ton of that X-wing stuff, or like the old school like Star Wars stuff, but he had it like a barrel, and like so it was just like kids toys, and so he didn't even think anything of it, dude. And if I had known as a kid what was gonna happen, like I would have grabbed all that stuff.
Yeah, man, that sort of stuff is, if you're smart about it, it's a decent investment. You can legit like treat this as an investment, and a lot of people do. For example, every time something limited is released, what was that on the Switch, that Mario collection, Super Mario All-Stars 3D?
Yeah,
like I know a lot of people who bought 2 copies, one for them and the other one to leave sealed.
Mine's still in my Switch. I haven't taken it out since I got it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
kind of jealous.
Man. That and Pokemon cards.
Stuff.
Yeah. Now hold on to Pokemon cards sucks, bro.
Yeah, dude, what happened with Pokemon cards? All of a sudden, that is like back in the zeitgeist and the most popular thing going on in the world right now. I'm seeing like freaking TikToks about it's all over Instagram.
People
and shit.
Getting beat up in Costco.
Yeah, they be fighting each other for it.
It's wild. I'm like, wait, Pokemon's back in?
find your place in line.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
if
bro.
we're talking Pokemon cards,
You summoned him.
no,
He's
but
gonna
the
pull out
He's like, this is actually signed by Charizard.
I do have a first generation Charizard card that
Let's go.
that Vice sent me. I do have that. This isn't as rare as I thought it was. It's from Jedi Survivor, but it's fully impact. But it's not first edition or anything. I thought it might have been older.
Yeah, that's
anyways.
the vintage collection. I think a lot of people got like freaked out on that because it's called the vintage collection, but they're just they basically redid the Kenner packaging, and I have quite a few of them, but they look good at least on cardback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My buddy has like a bunch of like really rare Pokemon cards. He has them in a vault in his house because he's like, yeah, I won't let anybody touch them because he has like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards, and it's insane.
I have my binder is probably worth, if I were to take it to a convention and just sell the binder as is, I can probably make over 10 grand from the Pokemon cards as is. None of them are graded, but I think if I just brought them all in person and say, hey, I'll sell this binder, I think I could probably make around $12,000 to $15,000 off of it.
Bro, there's a lot of people who legit they hire insurance for their collections, for their game collections, toy collections. There's a very fun video from Metal Jesus Rocks. Shout out to Metal Jesus, fantastic YouTuber if you're into collecting games and stuff. He has a video about hiring insurance for his games. It's like he has like more than 10,000 physical games.
It's a good idea to do because you have to have it appraised, which will give you a really good idea of what it's worth, and now you're insured.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But to answer,
if you're a YouTuber, it's like it's a write-off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it's your job. So that insurance, it's a write-off.
oh dude, this tax season, I wrote off so much shit.
Yeah,
dude.
and it's like if you have something that shows on the background of your camera, it's a write-off. Like
This is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice. Yeah.
This is not financial advice.
But to answer Dan's previous question, I think the most valuable video games that I own right now, what would you think, Dan? Pokemon Crystal or Pokemon Yellow? What do you think is more valuable?
I don't know much about Pokemon Crystal, but Pokemon Yellow is newer. I think Crystal came before, in spite of being Gen 1.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, Yellow came on the Game Boy.
No,
Because Crystal came out in
it's Gen 1, but Yellow came like in 99. It doesn't came together with Blue and Red. It came much after.
I'm almost certain that Yellow came out before even Gold and Silver did.
I think you're right. Yeah,
because
I had
Yellow,
Red, Blue, Yellow first in the large cartridge format, and then
because Gold and Crystal were for Game Boy Color. Sorry, Gold, Silver, and Crystal were for color. Yellow was still for the regular Game Boy.
Yeah, I know, but it was like, I know it didn't come together with Red and Blue.
Judgment. Well, it was probably a few years after, because like
later.
in the earlier generations of Pokemon, like you had Blue and Red launched together, and then a few years later, Yellow came out. And then Gold and Silver came out on color, and then a few years later, Crystal came out. And then when you went to the next gen on Game Boy Advance, you had Ruby, Sapphire, and then a few years later, you had Emerald. And then
Pokemon that's Yellow's from 98.
Yeah, so I don't think Crystal and Gold were until 99. I'm sorry, Silver and Gold. Silver and Gold were 99 or 2000.
Wait, what do you want to know if it's more valuable? Crystal?
Which one is more
Silver?
valuable?
Yeah, which one's more valuable, Crystal or Yellow?
I think Yellow. Crystal. I think Gen 1ers are.
You would say Yellow.
Yeah, it was immediate defense of Yellow.
Yellow's older, but Crystal's more valuable, isn't it?
Oh man, what are we doing?
Crystal's from 2000.
What is this guy doing?
We were having
here,
so much fun.
Well, I'm on my shitty microphone now. Continue. Fuck me. Okay.
Oh no! What happened?
Well, I'm here now.
I'll take a
large
he
fry.
was just throwing that shit
Hotel
together when he
Wi-Fi
put it
fucking
through.
hotel Wi-Fi sucks more dick than Beardo.
Bro, you should have known that.
You can actually hardwire from the hotel. If you pull out the first drawer, usually in the back of it, there's an Ethernet jack there.
I never pull out.
Oh, where have you been my whole life, X-Wing? Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I unfortunately I have kids. I don't pull out, but I don't have an Ethernet on my laptop, so there's no way to hardwire.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they're starting to do that. A lot of thinner laptops don't
Really?
have Ethernets
Yep.
anymore.
That's
Oh
That's
man, I
crazy,
got a
bro.
ROG, man. That thing's got hardwire for sure.
Yeah. But anyway,
You got
I'm
a
here.
what?
So
ROG.
Oh, I thought you said you had a rod. I was like, what are we talking? What?
ROG.
He changed
Like,
it.
all right,
Really?
bro.
How
like,
big?
cool, good for you, man. I have a penis.
I've
so
got
I
a
can-
penis.
I always have
I
internet.
hardware my stuff.
So what are you guys talking about?
Old school gaming. Pokemon
Valuable,
right now.
what valuable stuff you have?
Beardo tried to pull out his binder again, and we stopped him.
I did not.
No,
I
he
did not.
didn't.
This is bragging rights right now.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah, we're
hey,
talking about bragging
don't
rights.
let me interrupt bragging rights. I'm sure Dan got that started, so I'm okay with that.
it is.
I have no
100%
problem.
yeah.
Yeah, it's his fault. It really is his fault.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, man.
Dan was giving financial advice from Brazil, which was wild.
Okay, hold on. And the fact that X-Wing calls it ROG, it's ROG.
Beardo, what
It's
version
ROG.
of
The
guy who says NEOGEO? What are you talking about?
It's ROG. It's ROG.
Beardo.
It's not ROG. What happened, Dan?
What version
No, it's-
of Crystal do you have?
Fuck, I need to. Oh, I have it right here.
It's the one with the it's the one where the cover is or the case is like crystal colored and sort of
Clear?
Yes.
You do have that, Beardo?
It's clear, yeah.
Okay, show me. I only
Oh.
believe when I see.
Why, Dan? What is
Dan's
the deal?
gonna-
What's the
Dan's
deal?
like, can you give it to me?
Let him show
For
it
like
first.
There's
Then
payoff
then
here,
I'll-
Dan.
Then I'll give
Dan's trying
Beardo
to
the
get
news.
in. He's trying to get in on his investment real quick. That's what he's
I-
trying to.
Let me be sure first.
Yeah, hold
then I'll
on.
give you the news.
And shout out to Biggles Mets. I'm almost certain that this is OG because Biggles gave me his sister's copy because for some reason he had his sister's cartridge from back in the day, and he
Show it,
gave
damn
me.
it.
It's right here.
Holy
Yeah, that's the
shit,
clear
Beardo.
one, yep.
Is that
Yep.
Beardo?
Oh,
That's clean.
Beardo.
oh yeah.
Fear the Beardo.
And it's perfect condition. The label is
Fear
not
the Beardo.
torn. Oh,
Do
yeah,
you-
yeah. What's up?
Look up a video on YouTube on how to open your cartridge and verify if it's real.
Yeah, it's not a counterfeit.
Because if that's real, the loose cartridge is worth, on average today on eBay, $642 American dollars.
Wow.
Okay. Well, okay.
You
Hold
gotta get
on.
it graded now.
I don't know if you can. I think it's legit because it's got the Nintendo right here in the corner, and it's got the SKU numbers right here. You see the SKU numbers.
And also on the Game Boy, there's how do I say that in English? It's like there's a number on the label that you cannot. It's not printed. It's like
And it also has the gold Nintendo seal on it. I'm assuming this is legit.
no, but the only real way is to open it because
Hold on,
Yeah.
so-
there's
somebody-
such a thing as
Somebody said that's
what?
a lot of baby oil for Beardo.
so if that's real. It's almost $650.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
labels are printable. Just confirm it on the board.
Yeah.
it's.
Circuit board. Yeah, that's
You mean the
legit,
movie
yeah.
says that's legit?
It also has the battery in there. Usually the counterfeit one doesn't have the battery.
Yeah.
little, like-
So Biggles Mets gave this to me, and when the battery here, I'll full screen myself again. Sorry, guys. The battery is the silver thing right there.
Yeah.
That's the battery.
Yeah, yeah,
that's the
It's in there. So,
Looks
and
legit.
Biggles
That
gave it
looks
to me. He said that it was his sister's from childhood.
Biggles, I kind of get it back.
Biggles has great
People
stuff.
must be like, oh shit.
Well,
He's
and when
fucking
Biggles gave it to me, Biggles said he had his own, and his sister had one, and he gave me his sister's.
That's awesome.
So, and he gave it to me in this plastic case, and I just pop
yeah.
open the
Amazing.
case and have it. So, I'm
Head to
assuming
Vegas,
it's- I'm
baby.
assuming
Sell
it's
it. Head to
legit.
Vegas. Sell it. Head to Vegas.
Do it right. Go do
And
roulette.
then
Put it all on green.
roulette, yeah. Black
Beardo.
13.
All on black.
yeah,
What
you
happened,
won
Johnny?
Black 13.
I got something fun for you. Now, this is not video games, it's sports. But I imagine there's a lot of people in the chat who like sex. and this guy slept with
Yes.
20,000 women.
I do.
Okay. And
Will Chamberlain.
Wow.
Yo.
Look at that, Johnny.
Look at that.
Yeah. I was given to this. Actually, I had. He signed this apparently at a book signing in the 1970s, and it's like really cool. He's the guy who scored 100 points, does all kinds of scoring.
Yeah,
Right.
with no
That's
footage,
great.
by the way. No.
Yeah,
footage.
so get the fuck. I got a video to send you. Get
Yeah.
out of here. Nothing was on footage back then, Ada. Nope.
Hey, I'm with Kata. I never bought that 100 point
Yeah,
story.
you're from Alabama. Freaking.
No,
I mean, we got
I'm from.
footage of everything else, but not the 100.
Dude, we don't have footage. Find me a full. I can't do this. This is the Sports Wars. I can't do this. Okay. Anyway.
No, like, hey, listen. If either find me the footage of Wilt's 100-point game or find me a picture of Michelle Obama pregnant. You can't find either. Okay.
Find me footage of George Washington, Jeremy. What are you talking about?
Also, real quick, Dan, what do you think is more valuable? 1 crystal version or 3 gold versions?
Holy
If
shit.
those gold versions
I-
are like really pristine and legit.
I don't know, but
I
Beardo,
know for a fact. I
need
know
to
for a fact
apologize.
these are legit. I know for a fact because I had these from childhood.
Beardo. I'm so sorry, Beardo. I committed a mistake.
Uh-oh.
Show your label again, please.
It's gonna be like $22. It's gonna be like $22.
Yeah, it's like $5. Just sell it to me,
crystal
Beardo.
version?
I'll
Here we
take
go.
it
Yeah,
from you.
Beardo, it's actually $10.
it's
I'll
actually-
buy it from you. Yeah. I'm so sorry, Beardo. I was actually looking at the wrong version. Your version is worth $150.
Okay.
Still a lot.
It's
That's
good.
still
It's
pretty
good.
good.
Still a lot.
That's a
Did
lot
you
for a
just
game.
pull a
Wait.
Pawn Stars on him? You're like,
So what?
if this is
what's
real,
the
it's worth
difference?
I
$7.2
was
million.
looking-
So what's the difference, Dan?
I don't even know
I'm
what
so
a
sorry.
Charizard
I was
does.
looking at the not for resale version, which is like was a promotional thing that Nintendo did. It has written on the label "not for resale." That is worth $650. Yours is the American version, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, because you need to be sure of that because Game Boy was none of the Game Boys was region locked, which is awesome if you
Yep.
like to play import games. But the American version is worth 150.
Well,
Man,
and,
we need to start an American, not American Pickers, the Pawn Stars for retro gaming, and we'll just do it. Like, we'll have Dan there, and Dan will assess, and it goes, I got a buddy I need to call just to kind of see how much this is worth. We could totally do that. That would be awesome.
well,
The best part will be when Dan goes, "This is worth $10,000," and then he goes, "Excuse me, I'm very sorry.
so sorry.
I just looked it up again and I was wrong. It's actually worth $5."
well,
I'll give you 4.
for the longest time, Pokemon would release in Japan an entire calendar year before in America. And I'm not sure if it was the 3DS or the Switch when they changed that and it released worldwide at the same time. I think it was the Switch, but it could have been a little bit earlier. Does anybody know?
I don't know the exact date, but yeah.
I'm way too young for this entire conversation.
Oh, man.
Jed has been so silent, like, oh, these fucking
I've got
boomers.
nothing to contribute. The first console I bought was the Wii U, so
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Are you,
Damn.
Jed?
Do you
Jed,
collect
are you
something,
12
Jed?
years old with a beard? How old? What? The Wii U.
Jed, do you collect?
that's the first
anything?
one I bought. I collect some stuff, a lot of leather-bound books. That's
You
more
have
what.
a lot of cool stuff behind you there. What's that?
Oh yeah, a lot of random stuff here. A lot
Show
of
them
books.
the sword, Jed. Show them the
Yes,
sword.
I've got a sword right here from Beard the Beardo.
Grab
is-
it!
Okay.
Grab it!
My camera.
You're just asking you
Go-
to grab his
Go
sword.
Are you
grab
not wearing
Beardo's
pants?
sword. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Grab
like,
the
I'm
sword.
not wearing pants on either.
Yeah,
Go off
I wonder
camera.
how the internet's gonna meme that one.
Yeah, grab my sword.
Grab the
sword,
fucking
Jed.
sword!
Two-hand my sword.
Let's be
please.
on an
Yeah, you're not
island
supposed to say
together.
stuff like
we
that in
just
public,
found out
Beardo.
Sword.
We just found out he's 12 years old and he's not wearing pants on stream. This is going all wrong.
I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing a kilt, but so this is
Full
Enduri
screen.
from full screen.
I'll
Yeah,
full screen him. I'll full screen him.
Enduro.
Beard the Beardo got this for me for my birthday a few years ago. It's
yeah.
a Narsil
Nice.
from Return of the King.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Very good. Could sharpen
That
if
is
I
awesome.
want. It's very nice. Very
That's
cool
badass.
stuff.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
It's
Oh, a
heavy.
couple
It's real
swords.
steel.
I
That's
need one of
awesome,
those.
man.
Amazing.
What can I say?
That's good shit.
Really cool.
Hey,
I have good
Beardo,
taste.
do you want to know what my issue is with you?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm so yes.
Thanks so bad. He's like, yes.
You told X-Wing to start the Arkham games with City.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Why would you?
An absolutely retarded take. Like, this is insane.
Why would you?
Okay.
skip this?
Why?
Asylum?
Do you want to know? Do you want to know why? Because
Because it's your favorite, which is stupid. So
No.
Beardo would say,
Okay,
hey,
here
if
we
you
go.
start watching Star Wars, just start with Empire.
Yeah,
you know, like,
Start with the Empire. It's pretty good.
So if you want my explanation, I'll tell you without being uninterrupted.
okay, go.
Okay. So X-Wing had never played the Arkham games before. He said that he's more into an before he even played it. He said he's more into a more open world exploring experience. And I said, if that's the case, then start with City, because City is more open world and the story's better. If you start with Asylum, it's more contained and it's more on rails. The environment is great, but City is more open. You can explore more. It's more of like an adventure style game
This
with
changes
City.
nothing. It's a
That is
terrible
not-
take.
I
You
wouldn't
start with
call
Asylum.
No,
Asylum
hold on.
on
The
rails.
right of
Hold
passage
on.
needs to be in order.
Hold on.
It's a
Hold-
Metroidvania.
Asylum is more on rails than City is. So
But it's
hold on. I didn't say X-Wing. You need to play City first, and X-Wing could vouch for me on
told
this.
me you threatened him.
No, I didn't. I never said. Hold on.
I believe Jeremy.
I never said you need to play City first. I said if you want to really get into the series and if you are into an open world experience, then play City first and then go to Asylum. That's what I said.
Wild.
The
That's what
proper
I said.
take is, I don't care what you
And
like.
X-Wing could vouch
Asylum
for this.
is a fantastic game. You start with Asylum, and then you will appreciate
Yeah.
City even more after you play
yeah,
Asylum.
playing
That's the proper
Asylum-
take.
Unfortunately, Jeremy's right. Unfortunately,
That's the proper
he's
take,
right.
right?
Asylum
No.
is so.
You're
is
12
like,
years old. We don't care.
Asylum is like the quintessential game, bro.
I agree. You should play Asylum before City. I was looking out and look at X-Wing. He's got the
Like,
replica.
yeah, but-
He's
I
got
was
the
like-
replica here.
It's the master replicas. Youngling
That's
Slayer.
pretty badass.
There we go.
There you go.
Youngling
That is
Slayer.
badass.
Awesome.
This
When
company
you-
went out of
when you-
business, and so I don't know what this thing is worth now. But my kid could probably go to college, but they're not getting it out of me. So
When you hold it, is it throbbing?
throbbing.
Ooh.
Does it
So-
make you? Does it make
Like,
you
is
want
it
to
new-
murder
is it new
younglings
Star
when you
Wars?
hold it?
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
you feel
so-
the?
X-Wing
Oh.
vouched for me on this. I didn't say he needs to play City first based off of what he said because he never played the series before. And he's like, I'm more into an open world adventure experience.
He's looking. He's coming to you as a person who loves those games and worships
Yes.
those games for good advice. The good advice is X-Wing.
That's
Regardless
not
of
he
what
said.
you enjoy,
That's
you
not
will.
what he
You
said.
need to
I'll
start
tell you
with
after
Asylum,
you
and that's
play
the proper
Asylum.
way.
No, I
From a
wanted
distant party, from a
my
distant
friend.
party. What actually happened was, as he stated, I do enjoy the open world more for sure, right? I told him that from the beginning. Okay, now he said he gave me the proper order of how to play it. I put a poll in chat, and chat said you need to play Asylum first, and then play City, and then play Night. Okay, we came to an agreement, and he was happy to because Cities is his favorite game that I would play it first.
It was based
it's-
off of his preference. He said, I would like an open world experience, and I wanted him to get invested into
And
the
I will
series.
never
So you
forgive
guys
Beardo
went
for
against the
fucking
will
that
of
up
the
for me for
people.
the rest of my life. No, I'm kidding.
I was someone a couple weeks ago asked me about the Mario games, and they says, something for one of their relatives. They're like, I wanted to play a Mario game. What do you think they should start with? The first one. End of discussion.
Yes.
Like the first one. Start with the first one that came out. It's that simple. This is not complicated. When you start watching
Well,
Star
that's-
Wars,
that's
you
apples
watch
to oranges.
the first one.
If you're going
that's-
with Mario, that's apples to oranges because
No,
if
it's
you're-
not.
Well, hold on.
No, I can say- no, I can
If you
say-
don't want to
'cause they
interrupt
make-
me, if you don't want to interrupt me, hold on.
Shut the fuck up. Such a
unless if
woman
you don't-
fucking
oh, no,
answer,
hold on.
okay? You get into a panel of 10 fucking people, you're going to get interrupted.
No, hold on. What I'm saying is with Mario to Arkham, because you have every single Arkham game accessible on Steam or next-gen consoles. If you're talking about Mario, unless you want to emulate, you would have to have the original Nintendo to play Mario, and a lot of people don't have that.
Here's a good counter,
so where are you going to start if you don't want to emulate, and if you don't have that console, then where are you going to start? Now on Steam,
you didn't ask me the question. I answered it, and the person
you
was
asked
happy
me
with
the question, bitch, and I'm answering it.
No, I didn't. I didn't ask you where to start with Mario.
I'm telling you. You asked the panel, and I'm telling you.
I didn't ask the panel.
Yes,
it doesn't matter what the preference is because
I said the answer.
You have to play Arkham Asylum first.
Yes.
You have
Admittedly, there were some weird questions I had going from 2 to 1 and then 1 to 3.
Yeah, that's a
like
really weird
Halo
thing. That's like
2
saying,
and then going
well,
to Halo
my
1
favorite.
and then Halo 3.
It's like saying, well, my favorite Star Wars is Revenge of the Sith, so watch that one and then watch the original, then go back and finish the prequels.
For Star Wars, I would always suggest you start with Star Wars. You start with Star Wars.
Like but then why wouldn't you say Arkham Asylum to start with?
Because I already explained myself, so I'll do it again. So forgive me for repeating myself.
It's a bad.
It doesn't.
So, it's a bad answer.
X-Wing said, "I've never played the games. I'm more into an open world experience." And I said, "Well, if you want to get invested into the series, and if you are into a more open world experience, and you wanted to get invested, then play City." Is what I said.
Nope. That's wild.
Well, anyways, that was my take on it.
That's wild,
it's a bad take.
That's a
wild.
So you are starting with City?
He already did it.
Yeah, he already did it.
Well, you already played City first?
He played City and Asylum.
This was like a year ago.
I know, but it was like
City 5 or 6 months ago.
You're
probably a little confused.
Dude, my chat was fucking pissed.
Hey, listen, and at the end of hold on.
He already paid the price.
At the end of City, were you still not blown away?
Yeah, it was a great game. I love both of them. I love them for sure. But
that doesn't change
but when you played Asylum, you went back and we went, oh man, I could have got really invested in the Joker and Batman's dynamic. I would have known what was going on with the Joker and why he was sick. I would have known all of the plot.
The whole thing was very confusing. It was very confusing.
You weren't that confused when you were playing it. I was sitting right
alongside
you.
Beardo's throwing him under the bus.
I was sitting right alongside you. I was in Discord watching actually the entire time.
I explained the whole plot to you so that you knew what was happening.
You remember when you were sitting there and I'm like, wait, what?
X-Wing's experience was ruined.
Fucking crazy, bro.
In hindsight, would you have wanted to play City or
Arkham? You want to hear something even crazier, X-Wing?
Yeah, that's a good question. Phil.
That's a good question.
Phil's question.
So in hindsight, like now that you've played both, which one would you rather have started with first?
I love you, Beardo. Definitely Asylum first.
Yeah.
Yes.
So back to the answer that Beardo was wrong.
Hindsight's 2020. I was just trying to help my friend get invested into the Arkham series. That's all I was trying to do. I was not. No, what I wanted to do is I wanted to see my friend play through the Arkham series because I adore the Arkham series. It's probably my favorite video game trilogy of all time. I wanted to see him get invested into it.
I want to fuck up his experience.
For you.
I had fun.
I think
they're incredible games. Incredible games. I loved all of them.
I think that the default answer for any series any big iconic series that you want to get invested in is the default answer is to always start with the first one released.
I'm partial to that.
Okay. Now I gotta push back. I gotta push back.
There are a few exceptions.
I've always wanted to get into Lord of the Rings. What do I watch?
I said default answer that leaves room for exceptions.
You gotta know your audience.
And then work backwards. That's always the way to do it.
You gotta know your audience.
Return of the King.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Jeremy was telling, you gotta know your audience. And Jeremy was telling kids, I don't know how old these kids are, but kids in 2025 to start with an NES game made in the 80s. It's gonna be an eyesore. They're not gonna have the discipline to finish it. They're like there's no way they should start there. If they love it enough,
that's why they should.
Back to that. No, they're not gonna. You want to get them hooked, and it's like that's back when we got hooked. back when we were super into it, we did it because that was the only
Yeah, but that
video
doesn't-
games
that-
we had.
And
So
that's
it's
why
either
I
you play the hard
suggested
games or
But
you
that
don't
City-
play.
just Beardo acts like there was some major technological advancements
no.
between Asylum and City.
Okay,
They're
so
like,
that
just a
I
big
think the
world.
distinction is
I never
narrative
said that.
versus series. Mario,
Okay.
you don't need the story of a previous Mario game to understand
Yeah.
that Mario game,
Okay.
whereas Arkham is a narrative trilogy, so the story builds upon each other.
So I never said that there was a technological advancement between City and Asylum. What Johnny said is true. If you want people to get hooked, and from what X-Wing was saying, he is into a more open world adventure style game, and that is City rather than Asylum. I wanted him to get hooked into it because he told me, he's like, man, my views are down. I need something to pick me up. And I was like,
Beardo,
my channel's dying.
I need that.
My channel sucks.
Please give
My
me a
life
game I can
sucks.
play.
I want to die, Beardo.
My
Hold on.
channel is dying, Beardo.
hold
I
on.
need help.
And hold
Give
on.
me
Please,
something,
Beardo.
Hold on. X-Wing,
My
did
life
I-
sucks, Beardo.
X-Wing, did I not
I
tell you?
cannot get it
Hold
up,
on.
Beardo.
There you
Okay,
go.
help
There
me.
you go.
Hold on,
Everyone
hold on.
wants to know
Hold
Beardo
on.
Never
invades
used
my
YouTube
community.
before.
There you go.
I don't know what to do. I need help.
Beardo.
Somebody assist me, please. My channel
on.
is dying. I
No,
don't
hold
have
on,
it.
hold on,
All
hold
right,
on.
go ahead, Beardo. Go ahead.
Hold on. Be completely honest. I told X-Wing, bro, you should stream Arkham. You're going to get a lot of fucking views. You're going to get a lot of people in there. And I wanted him to get invested into it. I wanted him to be bought in. And I said, stream Arkham, stream Arkham. Okay. And X-Wing, when you streamed Arkham, did you not have almost 200 fucking people watching you when you streamed Arkham? When you streamed Arkham City? Yes, you did.
Yeah.
That
And
would
then
have
they yelled
happened. I
at
think
him
that
for
would have
not
happened
playing
if he
Asylum first.
should have played Asylum. That would have happened.
They were all angry.
I lost subscribers.
Angry
I
chat.
lost subscribers.
Yeah, it sounded like it was 200 angry people watching.
Why are you playing City first? What's happening?
Yeah, they
here?
started playing, and then all of a sudden they realized the horrible mistake that's playing out in front of them.
No.
And he's like, what's going on? What is this
Beardo, my
happening?
channel sucks. My life sucks.
The
I got
last-
a rash.
Beardo, I'm depressed.
The
I
last
don't
thing
know
I'll
what to do
say,
with my life anymore.
Motherfuckers,
I'm
the
lost.
last
Got a
thing I'll
mole
say
on my
is
butt.
I
Got a
wanted
mole on my
X-Wing
butt.
to get
Channel's under
bought into the
attack.
series. He wanted an open world experience. I said, okay, then I would play City first. If you want to get bought in, you want a more open world experience, then play City first.
You keep
Counterpoint.
saying that.
Ultimately,
Counterpoint.
it was up to him. He could have said, no, fuck you. I want to start with the
Counterpoint.
first one.
But he was looking
If
for
somebody-
advice from you.
If
And I
somebody
gave him the
wants
advice
to
that I
get
thought
into
was going to be the best.
Go,
Beardo, I
wait, go,
can't
Johnny.
get it up. My wife
If
is mad.
X-Wing likes open world,
Financial ruin.
if X-Wing likes open
Please
world
don't
and he
say
wants
it,
to
Johnny.
get into Halo,
Don't you say it.
do you
Don't
tell him to
bastard.
start with Infinite?
I never played
going
Infinite,
there.
so I just
Oh,
played
yeah,
The
multiplayer.
answer's no. You
That's a
don't.
Halo
good-
games?
Yeah.
That's a good conversation.
say
Beardo's
it's like
like
linear.
Why don't you just start with Halo 4, okay? Get invested
that's
in
what
what's
I
going on, and then go back and play Reach, and then play the original 3. Then you'll be invested. People will come watch you. They'll like
I
it.
wouldn't-
This
Beardo,
will
I,
save
all
your
you,
channel.
Beardo, all you got to do is just say, yeah, it was a bad take. I should have had him start with the silence.
no,
That's all you got
I'm-
to do.
Listen, but that wasn't my take.
I
that
would
wasn't
have
my take.
started with X-Wing 1, but Beardo's like, nah, dog.
That
Why don't you
wasn't
call
my
yourself
that
X-Wing
wasn't my
5?
take.
This is going
You
to save
need
your
to stand
channel.
out from the
People
crowd.
love the number 5, guys.
Ask-
Okay, it's a great,
ask-
it's great
that.
marketing.
I would have
Ask
been in financial
X-Wing.
ruin.
Ask X-Wing. I told him you can start with either one, but if you're into a more open world, start with City. But you can do either one.
True.
That's what I said.
That's like playing Assassin's Creed and skipping an AC1. That doesn't make any sense, man.
He still had
Yeah,
a good
like-
experience.
And he told you afterwards you did it wrong.
Started with Asylum.
I just don't think there's any way to justify this. There's no way to justify it. Asylum is where you start.
Okay,
Every
and
time.
that's
That's
fine. And I agree. But for somebody who's never played the series,
clearly
who's into
don't
a certain
agree.
style of game, oh my gosh.
Well, I can
At
speak
this
from a
point,
similar
I'm
position.
repeating myself here at this
Like,
point.
We are
think-
dissecting this too much.
I think
I have to read super chats.
I think that Half-Life 2 is vastly superior than Half-Life 1.
Yes.
But
great
you told me
example.
you were
It's a
gonna.
great
But
example.
you said you were starting Half-Life 1 first, right, Beardo?
Yeah, I'm
What do you-
I'm playing Black Mesa, so it's the whatever the updated edition of one is. But yes.
Yeah, so I didn't go like no, you gotta start with 2. Like
but
I was like, all right, cool, yeah, because it brings you into the world. I started with 2 because I bought the orange box, so I did it the wrong way. But I would still advise anyone to start with both. I played them in reverse. And I think that I would have had a better experience if I would have played the first one first and then went to 2. But I still end up thinking 2 is probably the greatest game I've ever played. So it doesn't change the fact that I had a great experience with it, but I still would have preferred to experience the first one before playing the second one.
Well, that's not how it happened.
Jeremy,
no, but it should have happened that way because your friend asked you to help save his dying channel. Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
My views are down. I need help.
Once upon a time, I had a Beardo moment. It was actually with my parents.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it was with my parents, and my dad kind of wanted to know what the whole Breaking Bad thing was about, but my mom wasn't as sold, and they didn't like the whole drug thing and all that.
Oh no!
I know.
I think you did.
You told me to start with Saul.
So I was like, yeah, maybe just start with Better Call Saul.
That's worse.
Okay,
that's worse.
To be fair,
I'm going to give Johnny a little backup on this one, though. Okay?
To be fair, hold on. To be fair, Beardo would have said start with El Camino. That's what Beardo would have
said. The analog there is choosing Origins or the Suicide Squad first.
This was the moment I knew I screwed up. Is they start with Better Call Saul, and there's the first time you see Los Pollos Hermanos in Better Call Saul, there's a slow fade out. And then as the fried chicken store starts to pan into the picture, and it just holds it for 10 seconds for like dramatic effects.
And
my dad's like, is there something special about this chicken?
Oh my god, bro.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. You're willing to admit that you made the mistake. Beardo won't take the L.
Sure.
There's no L to be taken.
Motherfucker.
telling you to take the L.
His channel was struggling. He needed the views.
You guys clearly aren't listening to what I'm saying. And X-Wing already said that I'm right. I said.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. You didn't listen. I said
my channel went from dying to dead, Beardo. Good job.
No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I told X-Wing he can do whatever he wanted. I told him to play what it was best suitable for his playstyle to get into the series. And he said
in hindsight, he would have rather played Asylum. That's
fine. Hindsight's 2020. You don't know what the fuck's going on during the moments.
Yes, I do. You should play Asylum
your
first.
Friends are telling you he's confused about the story. Tell him to stop and go play Asylum instead.
Didn't COVID start in 2020? It's a bit.
I will say though, Johnny's take on starting Better Call Saul is worse than starting City.
I was going to try to give you some backup.
It was confession time.
Wait, okay, so Kaden, you want to back this up?
No, I was until you told the story about the panning. Then I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
You need context for that. So never mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely have to.
To be
start
fair,
breaking
though,
that.
I gotta defend myself a little bit. I don't know if my parents get past the second episode of Breaking Bad with like the decomposed body and everything. If they don't get invested in Better Call Saul first, you know.
That's a good point. I mean, for me, and I think Breaking Bad's arguably one of the top 5, maybe top 3 greatest shows ever made.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a struggle to get through the first season though, in terms of not like it's just, it doesn't hook you. Like it's fine. It's like, okay, this is fine. But when I started watching Breaking Bad, I was watching Breaking Bad because I think there was still like 1 season left for it to air. So I was watching Breaking Bad from the mindset of this is the greatest show ever made. That's what people are saying. Mm-hmm. And so I'm watching that first season. I'm like, it's fine, but it's
I would
not
say
like,
you have to get through the first half of season 1. Not just a season 2, like at least the first half. Once they start cooking meth and you meet Tuco in the first season, then that's when it picks up.
Insane.
I love
Tuco is insane.
But the other problem
I'd go
is
drink it
like, with Better Call Saul, like it ruins Gus's intro because nothing will beat him being in the background the whole episode, where he's just washing floors and shit. Like, dude,
Right.
Yeah. I love Better Call Saul, and I just had a conversation with somebody not that long ago about which show they should watch first. I'm like, you have to watch Breaking Bad. It's going to take longer to get into, but the stakes are much higher. I think Better Call Saul might actually be, of the two, the better written show. I think there's way better characters, and and it expands on characters like Mike in a way that just like it like was mind blowing, bro. I did not know that I could care that much more about a character than I already did. But
the first season.
Has everybody here seen? First of all, hang on. Has everybody here seen it? Has everybody here seen these shows?
Has all 2,600
Just
people in the
Breaking
chat
Bad.
seen it?
No, idiot. I mean the panel. Like, has everybody here seen it?
I never finished Saul.
Dan, do they not have Breaking Bad over there?
We do, but I never seen it.
Is he
What the fuck have you been doing with your life?
You never seen Breaking
looking at his
Bro, you gotta
retro
watch
games the
Breaking
whole
Bad.
time.
It's because it's not older than 1996, Jeremy.
But no, this is perfect because when it started in like what? When did Breaking Bad start? Like 2008 or something like that.
Yeah,
you can still
2008.
watch it on like
8,
your older TV. You could watch it.
It's on
and
Netflix.
It's
it'll
already
be good.
retro. Oh,
Yeah,
I
Yeah, you can watch it.
Yeah.
Can somebody find
show and I put it off
find
for
the
like
full
12
series
years.
for Dan Vasc on VHS tapes? Okay, that's
That's when you'll watch it then. Yeah. Dude, Breaking Bad.
Oh,
is so good,
man.
Say something about my awesome 007 VHS collection.
That's pretty cool.
That's
That is badass. Full screen him. Full screen him. Full screen him.
It's
Kind of
heavy.
jealous.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
actually.
That's
rad,
crazy
dude.
awesome.
That's
Hell
fucking
yeah.
heavy, dude.
and
You
he
can see his arms shaking.
and he doesn't die in any of them.
Yep, 100%.
No, none of them.
Absolutely.
Somebody
All right,
tried
I
to
know
say in
Beardo's
chat-
got to read some super chats.
Yeah,
Go
let's
ahead,
get some
Mike.
super
Wait, hang on.
Somebody said in
What'd you say?
chat that only normies think Breaking Bad is the best show ever written, and you must not know anything about television.
What?
Because like
Who said that?
some
'Cause you're
just some
wrong.
rando in chat, bro. I'm not calling them out.
Well,
but
I mean, first of all, I don't think that I think the best show ever written, or I will say, I think the best single episode of television I've ever seen in my life is season 1 of True Detective. I think that's the best television show I've ever
it's
seen.
one of the best. It's the best. One of the best seasons of television ever written.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
But
Breaking. Go ahead.
But Breaking Bad as a series is not my favorite series of all time, but it's definitely, I would say it's one of the 3 to 5 best series from beginning to end
Of all time
that I've seen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's the best show I've ever seen, Dan. You definitely need to watch it.
It's great.
I just don't like when people act like it's perfect, because like there are certain episodes, one episode specifically,
Fly.
which is the most
Which
not
one are you
Fly.
about to- Don't say the Fly.
Not
'Cause the Fly. Is
Fly.
actually
No,
really good.
no, no.
Fly is a
The
phenomenal
The
episode of
one,
television.
the plane crash that
Are you
ends up
kidding
in
me,
his
Beardo?
boat. The plane crash that ends up in his boat. How convenient was that? The odds were
In
that
his
he
pool.
just happened, and that just
Yeah.
happened to be his job, and he just happened to not be paying attention right at the
But that's
moment
kind
that
of
it
the point.
exploded in the sky,
It's
right in the moment that
It's
it
a
just falls right.
Well-
it's a cascade of horrible events happening.
Well,
that has an odds of 1 in 1 quadrillion.
well, hold on.
300 trillion.
No,
Well, you got to remember, Dan hasn't watched it. Don't spoil it for him.
The
Yeah,
Fly.
I
You
put
thought that
it
episode was
Well, no,
bad?
Fly is great, though.
so
The Fly
going
episode's
back.
great.
Peak filler.
What's wrong with the Fly?
It's called a
what's wrong with
bottle.
it?
First of all, it's a bottle episode, and Jed can attest to this. If you're writing a bottle episode, it's hard to make a bottle episode actually mean something. And like that whole episode is a character development for the main character. I'm trying not to spoil
Walt?
things for Dan.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is
like,
also
Like,
literally
bottle
filler.
episodes are hard, and when you get it right, it's phenomenal. But no, The Fly's not a great episode. It's kind of middle of the road.
What's wrong with
Yeah,
it? I keep asking. What's
The
wrong
Fly
with the
is not great, but going back to what Johnny said about the plane
What's wrong
crash
with the Fly?
with Jane's with Jane's father, the reason why that's fucking
Kata
awesome
wants
because-
answers.
is
What's
because
wrong with it?
it was either season 2 or season 3.
Earmuffs, Dan.
Crazy.
Earmuffs. Earmuffs, Dan Vasc.
Yeah,
So-
Dan, you can't
Beardo's
hear
about to
this part.
spoil
This is
this whole
spoiled.
show for Dan.
Yeah,
So-
you're spoiling it for
We're gonna
Dan.
spoil it.
Do
He's
it-
like,
do it like
Wow.
this.
episode.
Do it like this when I
guess
can
what?
hear again. Do
Breaking
it like
Bad
this when I
ended
can hear it
11
again.
years ago.
Dan
Okay.
lives in a country where it just came out.
Yeah, and the Arkham Knight is Jason Todd. Okay, let's move on.
Well, we all knew that one before the game even
Can't hear
came out,
anything.
bro.
So the reason why the plane crash is great is because the entirety of season 2, they foreshadow the Walt's pool with the pink teddy bear, with the eyeball, with all the debris in Walt's pool and everything, and then the fact that Jane's dad works for air traffic control, and then also Walt and Jane's dad meet up at the bar, and neither of them know Jane's dad doesn't know that Walt is working with Jesse, and that the fact that Jesse and Jane are dating and stuff and what they're involved with, like, that is peak television and foreshadowing for that.
None of
That's
none of what
brilliant.
you said, you're right, but from that standpoint, but none of what you said makes that more realistic. That was like,
Yeah.
my disbelief was suspended to a point it couldn't go any further. It was just,
Holy fuck! Alec Baldwin's
back?
finger with a 50,
Thank you, thank you.
50 gifted memberships.
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
you're Alec
Maybe
Baldwin's finger. He looks like Alec Baldwin's finger.
Thank you, Alec Baldwin's
Don't
finger,
miss,
for the
man.
50 gifted memberships.
Thank you,
man.
ABF.
Huge.
Shout
All
out.
right. We're not going to make this the Breaking Bad episode, but somebody
It's
answer
not.
Kata,
This
though.
is about Beardo making a terrible decision for his friend.
Nobody will tell me
The-
why
the
the fly
fly-
is bad.
It
The
was
fly
up-
took too long. It's a good concept, but it was expanded beyond belief. There was way too much padding in that concept. Great concept, interesting
I
character
do
development,
agree there
great
needed to be
stuff.
something else to keep
Yeah.
the episode string along.
That's the
But
big
the
I think
problem
it-
with
I
it.
think
idea
It's
behind
I
it
think-
is so good, bro. Like
Mhm.
that
I
It
think
could be
I-
about half its length and get the same thing across, I think.
I think
that
the
arc
best way to describe the Fly episode is masterpiece filler episode.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
It's very
If-
good character
it's very
development
filler.
for
It's a
Fly.
bottle
If the
episode
filler-
for sure. Like it's a filler episode, but
If the filler in The Fly pisses you off and ruins the show, don't watch Dragon Ball Z or freaking.
Okay, hold on. I have
Also
another.
don't watch Naruto though.
I have
Yeah,
another
don't
Breaking
watch
Bad question
Naruto.
for you guys. Another Breaking Bad question. Is this
Don't watch
consi-
Walking Dead.
No, a genuine question.
Yeah,
Is
don't watch Walking Dead, period.
is the episode of Breaking Bad
First
where
3 seasons
Walt
were fire.
Hold on,
Fuck
does
you,
Dan need to
Beardo.
take his headphones off again?
Beardo's like that teacher who keeps waiting for the class to go
And they just
quiet
Never.
and never goes quiet.
Talk over me, Beardo. Come on.
what are you asking, Beardo? Go ahead,
is
Beardo.
the
You have
episode
floor.
of hold on, is the episode of Breaking Bad where Walt has to fix the battery when they're trapped out there in the middle of the desert, is that considered a filler episode?
No, I just watched that one like a week ago. No,
No.
it's not. That actually does make sense. It's because it's a development between him. Like
Yeah,
there's stuff.
exactly. Him
But
and
is,
Jesse.
but,
Yeah,
but is it
yeah.
filler?
No, it's not.
No.
No.
It's because it furthers
but
the
the-
story. In order for them to like to live, they need to fix
But-
the car.
But
Yeah,
there's
you
nothing
remove
else
the
going
power
on in that
dynamic between
episode.
them.
There's nothing else going on in that episode besides Walt and Jesse figuring out how to get the battery back on in the RV.
But it's a power struggle.
You
You,
can-
remove all of the
It's-
things that Walt's able to do
it's
when
filler.
he
Here's the
It's
thing.
a
This is
filler
why
episode.
this is why Breaking Bad is a phenomenally written show, because there are a lot of bottle episodes. Every television show that has that many episodes in it has bottle episodes. It's to save on budget. That's why they do it. But it's such a well written show that the bottle episodes are integral to the story. You know, I agree that
Correct.
there are not always perfect episodes in the show, but as a whole, the entire narrative played out from beginning to the end. It's
at him,
phenomenal,
look at
and there
him
are a
over
lot of
here.
bottle episodes in those.
You getting little comments out of the comments.
He's
Beardo's
highlighting the
everybody
one
wants
that-
guy.
You're
Beardo's
right.
right at that.
Hey,
There's
Kata,
only
says I'm
three guys
right.
on here that can
Kata, you're
highlight that.
damn
and it
right.
ain't
Like,
me,
you're
and
damn
it's
right.
Jeremy, so
Beardo's wrong.
There is
No, I-
You're
one
damn right.
I gotta rewatch
comment
the
in the
show, 'cause I
last
actually-
Can we get a
45.
less biased?
No, there
host?
was two.
I don't actually remember which episode that was, so I gotta rewatch the show. It's been years.
Yeah, you do.
somebody said bottle episode, like anybody uses that term, like people that fucking work in the industry. That's what it's called. Like,
Yeah, bottle
Oh,
episodes
fuck off.
are
Nobody
great.
cares.
My favorite
They,
bottle
I
episode
did-
is probably
I
D&D
did-
and Community.
I
dude,
did send a
the
tweet
D&D
out
episode
tonight.
is so good.
I sent a tweet out tonight from Geeks and Gamers, so if you guys want to put all your memes over there, I saw Mo Zamboni dropped some of his retro stuff over there. So if you guys drop those in the replies, at least that gives us a place where we can look at some of them. So anyway, let's read some super chats, Beardo.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm not sure who this is. Black Kane with the $2 says Beardo is the Jake Tapper of Geeks and Gamers. I don't know who Jake Tapper is, so that doesn't mean anything to me. Thank you. Warbreer with the $2 says Jed, you're one crazy little ginger.
Why, thank you.
Thank you for the 2.
Hey, by the way, Jed or Mike, if you guys can make sure you keep an eye on Rumble, because I don't have access to it.
I've got it pulled up and the extension's on, so it's filling up. Got it.
Okay.
X-Wing is a stupid name with the 199. AI Vader said X-Wing is a stupid name. Don't forget.
True.
Thank you.
And that's why we
Subhuman.
need to fight against AI Vader. He's taking jobs from real people. Okay?
Yeah.
You understand?
Subhuman with the $10. In your opinion, what are the best weapons in video games of all time?
Gravity gun, Half-Life.
Chaos
Gravity
Blades.
Yeah, Chaos Blades.
The sword in Halo.
Yeah, the
Bro,
sword
that
and
was
Halo
a
is what I was
game
thinking.
changer.
You guys are all so wrong and so far off base.
I'm gonna
I don't want to
say-
hear it from a guy that played
Beardo,
Arkham City
Beardo.
first.
No,
Shut
listen,
the fuck up. Like, don't come
It
at
is
me about
the-
video
it is
games.
the
And you didn't
cerebral
even play the
bore
first
from
game in the
Turok.
Arkham trilogy
Hold on,
first.
sorry. Somebody's just screaming. It's the cerebral bore from Turok.
Nobody even remembers what that is.
No, that's
I'm
what
gonna
I-
say
No disrespecting Turok in here.
Nobody knows
Get
what
out of
it
here,
is.
Nobody
Jeremy.
played the multiplayer in Turok.
I
was
know what it
just-
is.
What do you
but a
expect
lot of
from a
people don't know
diversity
what it is.
hire? What do you expect from a
I
diversity
played
hire?
Master
Master
Sword, that was my
Sword,
first go-to.
Deltroid.
Master
Damn
Sword's
it,
great.
Dan! Don't steal my thunder.
Hey,
Master
somebody-
Sword.
I'm
Somebody
gonna
said
say
the BFG
Leviathan
though.
I knew you were
X.
gonna say it. That's why I said your name.
Leviathan
The
X,
Master
good one.
Sword.
Yeah.
I like
Leviathan
the
X from
Spartan
God of
laser
War.
a lot.
The
Spartan
BFG from
laser
Doom.
is
That's
sick.
good.
BFG
is
from Doom, always iconic,
Yeah.
bro.
The gravity gun is the best though.
You remember
ray
when
gun?
Halo 3
The ray
came
gun.
out?
Ray gun from Zombies. That's a
Ray
good
gun?
one.
Yeah.
That's a good
Gun
one.
is good.
Yeah,
When
that's a
Halo
good one.
3
But
come
Johnny-
out, when Halo 3 came out, we all could hammer people. Like remember
gravity
how
hammer
exciting
was.
that
Yeah, Gravity
was,
Hammer was
dude?
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, barrels from Donkey Kong Country.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Is that a weapon?
It's a weapon. You kill monsters with it.
It's a
I'm partial to the
transportation
hidden blade
device.
from Assassin's Creed.
It's
Hidden Blade's
everything.
pretty great.
The
The
Hidden
Hidden
Blade's
Blade is
good.
great.
Ooh, Hidden
Does
Blade.
anybody
Yeah.
remember?
Gun from South Park 64.
Does anybody
launcher?
remember Modern Warfare 2, the 1887s? The
Please.
shotguns
Yeah,
that
I
you could
do.
The
dual
models.
wield?
The models.
Bro,
Yeah, I
and
don't
you would
want to
just-
think about them.
You wrecked everybody until they nerfed it. They had to nerf it until
They had
the
to
range
nerf
was
it.
like 1. You had to like be
That
at
shit
point
used
blank
to
range
hit
to
you
kill
from
somebody.
across the map, dude.
If
They
you-
would 360 no scope you with the dual wheel models.
Even
I'm like,
even
dog,
after
what are
they
you doing?
nerfed the models, if you put FMJ on them, they were the same.
Yeah, they
It was
were just
gross.
What about the
nerfing
Nuke
people.
Bazooka from Fallout? What was that thing
Oh
called?
man. Oh, the
Mini nuke.
That thing's great. Yeah.
Jeremy
Yeah.
will
Hold
appreciate
on.
this. The best weapon from a Zelda game would be Bombos on Link to the,
the Fat
Past.
Man.
When you
Ooh.
walk into a room and
Yeah.
there's just enemy everywhere, and you're like, I'm
Yeah.
not dealing with this crap. Just go, oh, boom, just take out the
Yeah.
whole room. That was
Hell
amazing.
yeah.
I like bomb
So-
shoes as well, man.
Somebody mentioned Gears of War in the chat, and it made me think about the
Lancer.
first time I killed somebody with the chainsaw.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lancer,
Yeah.
So
Lancer,
fucking
hell yeah.
satisfying,
Great
dude.
stuff.
So
I think
satisfying.
Fireballs from Mario.
I don't know. I think that the ray gun might be one of the most.
Ray gun's
Yeah.
up there. Ray gun's up there. For
That's a
sure.
ray
I-
gun.
Definitely up there as a game
Best or
changer.
iconic?
I gotta be honest
Question.
about the ray gun though. I like you need it, but I didn't always like it because I wanted to use like real guns, you know. But I'm like, nah, I got the ray gun. I gotta use this and just splash damage.
The ray gun was
Now-
good for trains. You know what I mean? So you can knock the
Yeah.
legs off, and then you
Yeah.
keep that
Since
one zombie
Dan-
over
since-
there.
Since Dan is mentioning Mario stuff, I have to give a shout out to when you are playing Mario Kart online with like 10 other people and you get the lightning and their reaction to the lightning and
Yeah.
everybody's like, fuck! It's so satisfying to make that many people simultaneously mad. It's so great. So,
Or how
Yeah,
about
nobody-
how about the
nobody said the
euphoria when you're the one who dodges? Like, oh,
Yes,
God, that's
yes.
so awesome.
Yeah.
yes.
Nobody said the
Hey.
blue shell, bro.
The blue
Yeah.
shell.
It's because
I like
fuck
the-
that stupid thing.
I
I think
like
it's because
that.
everybody.
It's a tool of communism, Kata.
It's
That's
about-
why I'm not okay
Yeah.
with it.
If you get,
I never
if
thought
you
of
get
it
to
like
use
that.
the blue shell, it means
That's
you
That's what I've been
suck.
screaming
I was
about
gonna
on
say,
Mario Kart.
Mike's
It's a
just
communist game.
Mike's
Anytime
just-
you do well, some asshole in the back gets a weapon that fucks it up for everybody.
Mike's
That's
just
all
mad
it
he's
is.
never been hit by a blue shell.
It's
That's why I don't win. Because Wario's fat ass takes forever to get back up to top speed, and by then everybody's past me. All right?
You pick
Thank
Wario
you.
every time.
Every time.
Every
The
time.
Moss Immune sword from Chrono Trigger that you get with Frog.
Yeah.
I don't
Friggin-
understand the reference.
almost all of your answers for video game best of can be Chrono Trigger. Like
Yeah.
the soundtrack, the gameplay, the story. Like it's so good, man.
I need to play this
So-
game.
Absolutely.
Or a Scalapur from Final Fantasy VI, where you think it's Excalibur, and then it's a weapon that only does 1 damage the whole time. That was actually
We
pretty
got
good.
Vera
energy
Dark in the
sword.
chat. Yeah.
The
There it
energy
is.
sword.
Yeah.
He understands
Yeah.
from Halo.
The
Yeah.
energy sword is so satisfying.
It was, dude.
Remember
when
when you
you
used to
first
go-
grab that? Oh, dude.
Remember when
Yeah.
you used to go against a dude with the other energy sword? You hit each
Yeah,
other at the
dueling
same
each
time.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, dude. It was so fun.
But
dog.
remember, like
God.
the context of the time, I don't even think we were the most excited about the energy sword. We were just excited we could hold another SMG. Remember that
Yeah.
E3 trailer? They bring it
Yeah,
up and everyone's,
dude.
oh my god!
I just
Dude,
think
it was
it's-
so good!
Is there any more satisfying Halo kill than that sniper rifle, though? The sound, the tiny
yeah.
reticle, and you just get the
Uh,
headshot and
I don't know the burst.
When you sticky someone,
rifle
that
was good.
feels good for me.
the sticking
Sticking
someone
people is good
I
too.
still
Yeah.
want to
Did it-
One of
Taylor
the
was
most
fun, though.
satisfying for me was the Leviathan axe in God of War. When you call it back, man, you freeze people. It's so good. I love the
That is a good
Leviathan
one.
axe.
Epic Mike. The
Yeah.
holy grenade from Worms Armageddon.
Oh my gosh, dude! I
Oh,
forgot
wow.
the holy
I
grenade.
know
bro.
that one. I know
The
that
holy
reference.
hand grenade. Bro. That
Yeah.
thing is wild.
I actually
So
know
good.
that
That
reference.
was
Yes.
so
I just thought of Monty
Dude.
Python when you started saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it's from.
It's kind of a
Is it?
reference. Yeah.
yeah, it's
The
a
holy
reference
hand
to
grenade?
Monty Python. Yeah.
Hey, Worms
rabbit.
was the shit, dude. I used to love Worms. Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Another good one, map clear, the thermal detonator in Super Star Wars. That was always fun. It's like blows up the whole screen, clears
basically
it out.
any detonator in Star Wars is always lovely.
Yes.
Speaking of Star Wars, apparently there's a resurgence of Battlefront 2 going on.
How about that going on right now?
I'm-
now
I'm about
everybody's
to download
screaming
it,
for
to be
Battlefront
honest.
Are we
3.
talking about?
Well,
Are we
it
talking
is
about
almost
OG
Pride
Battlefront 2
Month.
or
no. We're
20
talking about
the
new
2018
one.
2017?
The new one.
or 17.
Because
Yeah.
they're like,
I
Because of the
fucking love
Fortnite
Battlefront
thing.
2. I love Battlefront 2017. If there's a resurgence, I,
liked
will.
it.
I will jump on that
it is.
immediately.
it's Battlefront
on
2.
right now.
I want to play it. Like I haven't played it since I don't know, like 2020.
We used to play it a lot. That was our.
I love.
I
I
still
love it.
play the Clone Wars ones. You can do.
I
Like,
don't like calling it.
operations.
I don't like calling it Battlefront 2. I like calling it Battlefront
Yeah.
2017.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Exactly.
the biggest L for that one wasn't even the loot boxes.
was the
for me.
launch.
It was the fact
Oh.
that they didn't even put Galactic Conquest in it. I don't know why
Yeah,
they
right.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
That was
Is the resurgence on PC? I mean, is it on console and PC
It's
or just
everywhere.
PC?
Everywhere.
It's everywhere?
Everywhere.
Console,
Bro,
PC.
I wish they
I
would have
wanna-
crossplay on that shit, dude. I wish
Yeah.
it had
What blows
had
my
it.
mind is this is not the first time this has happened. This is what
I
pisses
know.
me off. Is 2017 has had multiple resurgences where communities come together, they flood the game, they get everybody back in, and we're like screaming, "Where the fuck is my Battlefront 3? Like, give me it, bro! Come
Hold on.
on!"
Did they fix the Battlefront 2 Collector's Edition? Did they fix that? Or is
I
that
don't know.
dead?
I never had
are you
any
talking
I've
about
heard
problem with
the-
it when I
nothing
played
The
about
it.
it.
classic ones, you mean?
Yeah. So
Are you
they
talking about the re-release that came out last year?
It
Correct.
was very buggy.
Correct.
Yeah, they
It was-
did. They did. They
They
did.
I
fixed
never
it?
ran into any bugs with it.
Really?
But after they did, most people were over it, because
Yeah,
of
it died
how
off.
fucked up they messed it up.
Yeah, they.
I legitimately
lost
love
everything.
Battlefront 2017. So if that's
I
back
love it.
popping, when I get back, I'll be back like Sunday. But I would love to get it together and we could play some. We can all stream on our channels and shit, and we just
I want
play.
to play it, dude. I'm down.
Oh man, that would be great.
The hype will have died off at that point.
Bro, it's been
probably.
going for a whole week. A whole week, it's still going strong, dude.
Is it
It's
really?
ridiculous?
I
Yes.
might be playing that tonight.
Tato,
Because
if
it
you
was
have numbers,
going-
pull it up.
Hold on, let me get it because I know when I checked it yesterday, they were close to the peak. I don't think they hit it though. They were getting real close on Steam. I know
Go
on
ahead and-
console that is going crazy though.
we got
It's
like
going
5
crazy on
super
console.
chats in, and we got derailed.
Go
bro.
ahead. Kato, go ahead and pull that up, and I'm going to power through some super chats. Thank you, Subhuman, for the very good question and for the $10. Black Kane with the 5. Meek is light-skinned and Jed is ginger, so who's more black? Beardo the Tourist strikes again with his doom take. What did I say about Doom? I love Doom: The Dark Ages. I've had a great time. I've had a great time. Thank you for the $5.
I put it in the private chat.
Oh shit, bro!
I think I beat Mike if I ever get dreadlocks.
You can't pull it up on your own.
Cornrows.
Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah, man.
I got
Listen,
it.
man,
I got it.
I'm
I
online
got
a
it.
lot. I could just go outside for like 20 minutes, bro, and I'm darker than everybody.
Here we go. So, Kata, go ahead and run through this for me.
You got to go to the chart. So I guess the top, I think if I'm going off memory, it was 10,000 was the max. Yeah. So 10,000 was the peak, like, 4.3. And they keep getting up there. Like the 24-hour, they're getting up and up.
7,000 in the past 24 hours.
Yeah, and that's just off of, because this weekend, as you can see, it was going up during the weekend, and then yesterday kind of went down. It's going back up again today.
Okay, so why do we think that is? Is that because Star Wars is relevant
Apparently,
right now?
somebody in the chat said it went on sale for $5. I don't know if that's the case, but that's just what I saw somebody say.
Okay,
it wasn't just that. I think it was like a bunch of YouTubers that used to play Battlefront 2 back in the day.
100%.
They started making videos on
is
it.
putting videos out on it. They're really making a push.
Zanny's making videos. They even got Jeff making videos.
My question was, because it's Star Wars month, you had Revenge of the Sith a few weeks ago. You have Fortnite doing Star Wars. It's just Star Wars hot right now, so people wanted to go back in and play.
It's May.
And
so you're always
it's Star Wars month, right?
Yeah.
And Andor did just finish.
I think it was
whether or not
Andor,
you like it.
Don't even say that. No.
I think it was Andor and
I think it has a player. I think these are all factors, but I think Andor is the legitimate factor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it.
Or is the Revenge of the Sith re-release and Star Wars Fortnite, getting people to reinstall this too?
I could say it'd be all of it, to be honest.
Yeah, combination.
Everything.
I don't know how much Andor has to do with it.
Look, if you do nothing, watch the last episode of Andor, and you'll have a fine time. That's it. You can skip everything else. Just the last episode.
Those last
Andor people are too busy telling you you're not smart enough to understand anything unless you you have to love Andor. You're not smart enough to even put on your fucking socks in the morning. So
I can't stand
that's all
that,
Andor.
dude.
So
The
people that are telling you Andor's great, I don't see them going to play Battlefront, because I would see them going to I don't know, going to Starbucks and fucking sipping their latte.
I've seen some tweets.
Andor.
I don't know if these tweets were trolls, but I've been seeing tweets with I don't understand why none of these characters from Andor weren't mentioned in the original trilogy. For
real?
Yeah, for real. And to me, I'm like,
I wonder why.
This has to be trolls. To me, I'm like, this has got to be trolling.
There are some people memeing like that.
But I'm sure that there's genuinely some people who were Disney Star Wars stans who were really thinking this kind of thing.
This is why I got out of Star Wars. I can't deal with it anymore, dude. I just cannot. The influx of people who have no fucking idea what they're talking about, that take this weird moral high ground on what Star Wars is supposed to be, and I just don't enjoy it because I don't enjoy good storytelling. You just want lightsabers and blah blah blah. Shut up, dude. I'm sick of it.
Shut up.
The only thing that has any weight whatsoever that Disney Star Wars has ever done is Rogue One. Sorry, that's it. Maybe Clone Wars. I'm sorry, Clone Wars. There's some stuff at the end.
Season 7.
Rogue One is mid.
I rewatched Rogue One the other day, and it's not as good as people like to say.
It's mid as fuck.
Rogue One is great. People don't give it enough credit. Rogue One is mid as fuck.
Rogue One sucks.
It's mid as fuck.
Okay. Tell me one character. Tell me
that Disney has ever done of any consequence. But here's the bottom line: everything else is shit, and I am so fucking tired of people who are massive Disney Star Wars fans telling me that I don't understand the fucking franchise that I've been infatuated with since I was 4 fucking years old. Okay, I'm sorry you picked it up in 2018, and now you feel like you understand everything. Get out of my fucking face! Shut up and go play with your Barbies. Get out of my fucking franchise.
Let's go! I love
Why does X-Wing?
Rogue One's mid as fuck.
But I love that he yells.
Why does X-Wing always yell like his roommate sleeping?
Yeah, it's like a loud whisper. It's like a loud whisper.
Because my 2-year-old roommate is sleeping.
Go fuck yourself.
Fair enough. Okay, all right. I asked the question. I got my answer.
Hey, we gotta let Beardo read
all the time.
We gotta let Beardo read some super chats. We gotta let Beardo. I'll
I
be
respect it though.
We got a 50 from John frickin' Murdoch. A
John
50 frickin' dollars. Since
Let's
Jeremy
go.
is nominally there.
That's right. As
Thank you.
always. Thank
you,
you, John. Good to see you,
John
brother.
Frickin' Murdoch with the
I'll be right back,
$50.
guys.
Appreciate it. Let's see here. Shadow Saiyan with a $10 Beardo. As much of a gamer as Alyssa Mercante. Thank you, Shadow
That's
Saiyan.
shit.
That's
I wouldn't take
yeah.
that.
Has she blocked you already,
That's
Beardo?
crazy.
It's a little far.
Has she blocked you already?
I haven't
Those
been
are
trying.
fighting words, man.
I have
She
not
hasn't.
been trying.
She has not blocked him. No.
No.
You
I
gotta
also haven't
try.
been
You
trying.
gotta keep trying.
I posted
I
one
don't
man
care.
and got blocked by her within
I-
5 minutes.
I don't care enough about Twitter to get blocked by her.
I quoted her last year, and
that's what-
she blocked me immediately.
Yay.
Yeah, bro. It was one meme and I got blocked right away.
Beautiful.
Yay,
she
the
blocked
Vinyl
me.
Solution with a $20. Who has the longer pink sock? Pedro Pascal, Beardo, or Nakuti Gadawa?
Shootigawa. It's definitely
Shootigawa.
Shootigawa. That's the
Shootigawa.
answer.
On a serious note, congratulations to Saints and Sinners for being a breath away from raising $200,000.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alyssa
Shout out.
Mercante blocked me, but did I tell you why? She said,
Why?
I don't have enough money this month. Oh my God, my landlord is evicting me. I said, I heard digital stripping is pretty lucrative.
Yes, I remember when you tweeted that.
She blocked me immediately.
I remember
Yeah,
when you
with
did
me-
that.
I wasn't in sex work. I was a digital stripper. I'm like, well, there you go.
Yeah, with me, when she shaved her head, I merely made a innocent comparison with Lord of the Rings character Smeagol, and I got blocked.
And accurate too. I don't understand the problem.
Should
I
have hit her
posted
with
a
the
meme
Slim
about her
Shady one.
blocking everybody. It was just Peter Griffin on top of a roof with a gun, and it was like any Alyssa Mercante looking for people to block. Immediate. I was like, I thought that was pretty good,
fantastic.
Alyssa. I thought you'd appreciate that. Like,
That's good, yeah.
I simply don't care enough about Twitter to get blocked from her.
that's what people that don't get blocked by Alyssa Mercante
Dude,
say.
that's the one thing to do on Twitter. Get blocked. By
Maybe I should
Alyssa
DM her
Mercante.
and say, hey, how you doing, sexy? Maybe I'll get
Yeah.
blocked then. I don't know.
Yeah, then you're not getting
She might try
blocked.
to lock
dude.
it in, bro.
Nah, she's
Getting
gonna respond.
sued.
He'll end up in a video.
She'll sue you.
She'll
Look at
make a
these
bigger deal
thickos.
about it with Beardo. How did I
Should
get
I
all
do
this
it?
trouble?
She's
Should I
gonna
do
be
it?
like, look at these
Do it.
She's gonna be like,
thickos.
is this actually
Do it right
causing
now,
male
bro.
attention?
They
Should I
think I'm
DM her?
attractive.
Don't
These
DM her
her,
right
bro.
now and let us know what she says.
Should I DM her and say, hey, how you doing, sexy?
Yes.
She's
Yes.
just gonna think you're
Yes.
a bot.
Please.
She's gonna be to you, dude. I'm
I'll
telling
say,
you.
how are you doing, sexy?
Yeah.
I'm not a bot.
If we get a $50 super chat telling me to do so, I'll do it.
Let's go.
Can we point out that Beardo
I'll
said he
do it.
doesn't care enough to do it and immediately was like, should I do it?
Only if we get a 50, I'll do it.
We're convincing him.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
grifting.
You sound like all these OnlyFans girls
Yeah, I'm
on their
grifting.
first day.
Yeah, you guys want me to do it? I'll do it for $50.
$50, yeah, I'm grifting.
On their
Gri-
first day. How do you know what the difference is between their first day and the other second day and third day? Okay, Jed. All right, I see you.
The bot response is Johnny. Okay, listen.
They slowed down on her second day with all the requests because of the energy from their first day.
Grand Potato with the 199 says, replace Jed with Cynthia Irvino.
Ew.
Revo?
Yeah, we were
Revo.
talking about
Revo.
it not being a race swap, not a devil swap.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Devil
want a demon
swap.
on the panel, bro.
There we go. John freaking Murdoch with a 50!
There it
Says,
is.
do it, Beardo. All right, I'll
There
do
you
it
go.
right now. Hold on,
Yes,
I'll do it
do
right
it.
now. All right.
Joan Lovelace
Shit.
for the 50.
Do it.
Do it.
So now you had to
Oh my
send it
God.
twice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Joan
they said it twice,
Lovelace
like you
with
said
a
it by
50.
accident.
Now this is I saw this in
Now
the
you
chat.
gotta
This
do
is
it
how
in
I
all
met your
caps.
mother too.
How do I hold on? I don't know what her real tag is. Alyssa Mercante? Is it Alyssa
just-
Merc?
I think
No,
Hold
you
on.
just search Alyssa Mercante. She's one
Hold
of
on,
the most
hold on,
hated
hold
people on
on.
the internet. She's gonna
So
show.
listen,
Yeah.
Merc, he's making
can-
us wait for him to do
Hold on.
this.
Can you guys is this her
Yeah,
account?
that's her. That's
Yeah,
her.
that's her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Can confirm.
See
So-
her.
I already
Make sure you
DM'd
address
her.
her by the proper pronoun.
I already DM'd
DM
her
her,
once.
make
I
it-
said, "Hey, how you doing?"
Oh, you already
And
did.
he still
Yeah.
didn't get blocked.
What should I say? Hey, what's up, sexy?
Hey, what's up, smiley face? You know that always works.
You gotta customize it so she knows it's not a bot. It's like, I heard about your video game takes, and I was just so aroused by them.
Yes.
Why don't you hit her with the construction worker? Pretty girl like you ought to smile more.
Crazy, man.
You
Trying to that bar eats movement.
I'm actually pretty impressed that her DMs are open.
Oh. This is the second time he's trying to get blocked by her. I just realized that. Because he did that before to be like, hey, and she just didn't respond.
But he wasn't a DM. He wasn't a DM the first time.
Okay, here we go.
This guy.
I just did it. Hold on. Hold on.
personal.
Shut the fuck up. Hold on. I just responded. I'm typing twice. I'm double DMing her. I said, hey, what's up with the smiley face? And then since we got 2 50s, I'm responding again and saying, a pretty girl like you ought to smile more with some shade smiley face.
Jeremy's gonna come back in and be like,
she won't like
Jeremy's
that.
sitting right here listening to all of
We
this.
need
He's
an
like, what?
X-wing emoji.
She won't appreciate
Like,
it.
There we
right
go.
after you said
There we
smile
go.
more, do that chin thing you did.
All right, there we go. All right, we got the 50s. We got the 50s. I DM'd her twice. Thank you, Joan Lovelace and John freaking Murdoch for the 50s. So we'll see if she responds, and we'll see if she. Kata, shut the fuck up.
Another 50, and you go to Anita Sarkeesian.
Pirate of Las Vegas with the $2. Thank you for the $2. War Wizard with the 199 says Meek only gets the top half of Black Man Quarterly.
It shows up 2 weeks late. So I'm always behind on the updates.
By the way, for legal reasons, we're not telling anybody to go harass this.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do not do that.
Just an innocent.
Absolutely do not do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely do not. Thank you, War Wizard, for the 199.
What the hell has Beardo gotten us into now?
Chat.
Jeremy was too quiet.
Hold on.
No.
Chat donated $50 for me to DM Alyssa Mercante to try to get blocked by her. That's all it was.
Okay. I mean, if how many 50s did we get?
2.
I was almost willing to forgive you for your Arkham take, but not quite. But a couple more.
Okay. But let this be known, in absolutely no way, shape, or form are we saying to go online on Twitter to harass Alyssa Mercante. This is just me to DM her because I want her to smile more.
You're interested.
Yeah, her life's already bad enough.
Nick Brown with the $5. Eat the banana slowly. Eat it. Deucemont. Thank you for the... I don't know.
Deucemont.
I don't know. War Wizard with the 199 says Beardo eats bananas on his knees with both hands. Thank you for the 199. NDI with the $2. Beardo's rules unclear. I still have Tourette's. Thank you for the $5. And we have Young Rippa 59 Eric July. What is up, Rippa?
Hopefully I'm on the right mic. What up?
You are.
Rippa just popped up.
Just
it was
right now.
so fast, bro. I didn't even get a chance to click on it.
It was immediate. It was immediate.
Yeah, he's like, it left in the back this time.
I wasn't backstage, man.
Rippa's here. He's like, don't make him wait.
After the blatant disrespect from last week,
I apologized, and I showed all of the chat last week. The DMs, yeah. Harbinger with the $5. Danny's bananas with the silk glove. Beardo likes his with latex sleeve.
Yuck, bro.
Thank you for the $5. Grand Potato with the $5. Dan has a banana. Does this mean we are going to see him get mugged live by the monkeys that plague him?
No, it's
Did
winter.
you see
Monkeys
that
don't show
AI
up on
thing
winter.
with like the monkeys that just fell out of the ceiling and started ringing you?
Yeah.
That was lovely.
That was very disturbing.
Thank you for the 5. Christian Rocker with the 199. Phil, tell everyone your FF sealed copy story.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Which
so,
FF?
7.
Ooh.
So,
All right, tell the story.
So I was 13. I was hanging out at my friend's Ricky's house, and he was
Ricky.
He was headed to the restroom and stuff like that, and then I was like, oh, he has an unsealed black label Final Fantasy 7. I want to play this game right now, so I opened it.
Black label. You open a black label Final Fantasy 7?
Yeah, and then he comes in. So he comes in. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's like, "I'm playing the game." He's like, "Why the fuck did you open it?"
You just costed him a few $100.
It's like we checked. It's like about like $500.
What does your shirt say?
$500.
It says Call of Daddy.
hold on.
Wow. Rental
Woods.
That's amazing. Why is the camera on me?
It was an accident.
Like, I don't have one of those.
Look at Johnny laughing.
War Wizard with the 199 says, "Hail Pedro Chan, the Foodalorian." Thank you for the 199. Accident Seller with a $50 says China. Also, so nice to see Perry Chan on the show. X-Ray Girl's brother loved you in Big Trouble Little China as Bang Bing Ding Ow. Thank you
Bang,
for the $50. Some dude with the 199 says Beardo is the cool ranch of the group. Thank you for the 199. Madney with the $5. Linda Carter hosted that Geeks for Harris thing. It was painfully cringe. Oh yeah, I remember now.
That's what it is. Okay.
Now I remember now.
All you had to talk about was Linda Carter. Now
Linda Carter. Yeah, I remember now. Irish Skywalker with a 20 says some people look at a piece of toast and see Jesus. Most people look at a pride rainbow and see Jeremy. People with common sense and intelligence look at the American flag, the Constitution, and see Beardo. Hail the mighty Beardo. Thank you, Irish Skywalker, for the $20.
Nice burner account, Beardo.
Get off your knees.
That's wild.
You guys think I'm going to give $20 to Jeremy? He owes me $50 from Fortnite the other night.
I absolutely do think
ain't going to happen. Vagabundo! What's up, Vagabundo with the 10? Says Kata sounding like me when it comes to YNs. You see Kata's salute at Trump Tower in Vegas.
No, don't start that lie. Bro, we walked by the Trump Tower and we left the mall and he was like, I'm gonna take pictures, and I'm sitting there chopping it up and everybody starts laughing. I turn around, Vagabond. He's like, yeah, I give my heart out to you. Hey, take this picture. And he starts doing the salute in front of the Trump Tower for not for a short time, for 15 to 20 seconds.
Yeah, he'll do that. I know.
You were throwing your heart out? You were throwing your heart out to the Trump Tower?
No, not me. Okay.
Vagabundo
I
was.
Do it. He was, yes.
Okay,
I respect it, bro. Vagabundo don't care, bro.
Grand Potato with the 199 says, Kata, I got ripped off. Sounds like a skill issue.
Yep. They got it.
Thank you, Grand Potato. Rippa, do you want to talk about Saints and Sinners?
I mean, we could. It's about to hit $200,000.
Hell yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Man.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Badass.
Shout out to all of y'all. But yeah, I mean, it's up for pre-order. You get to see our good friend, Geeks and Gamers own Jay write another book. Or write a book for the Rippaverse instead of Ripper Sin. He's doing something for the Rippaverse, a new character called Cameron Cross. So check that out. It's part of the anthology. He wrote a book or a short story. So did Mauler, the Critical Drinker, as Ilverse Babyface, myself, and the Saskas all. So it's a big anthology. It's over 110 pages or something like that. And it features all these short stories. Our first anthology that we hit it a lot. I'm going to be transparent. I have not said this publicly, so this is exclusive news.
Shit.
So obviously at the 5,000 mark, we promised that we were going to release the hardcover, which was going to depict, because there's no cover that depicts the characters that I used in my story, as well as the characters that the Saskas did, and we were going to do a hardcover for that. Well, we hit that a lot quicker than what I anticipated, so the hardcover is not ready yet. I am working on it right now. Actually, sending an email in that regards right now. So once that gets finished up, hopefully maybe sometime next week we'll put that up for sale. So yeah, shout out to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all. Closing in on $200,000 in a week. Crazy.
What's Jay's character again?
It's called Cameron Cross. Cameron Cross is the name. He is a completely original character that Jay created, and it almost semi-serves as almost his origin, but it's only so much story you can tell, obviously, in 15 pages. But you do learn a lot, obviously, about the character. But it's really cool. Not every character.
He's cool as shit.
Well, Cameron Cross is badass. Like the character
Cameron
is
cool.
Dude, what a character that he had created. But the cool thing is that everybody in their store, they had pretty much free reign as long as it didn't mess up like with any of the continuity needed to consider reverse continuity. That's obviously important. But you had some guys that chose to use characters that already existed and have them be a main part of the story, like as with Ingrid Valdez. But others created original characters well, all of them created original characters. Just some of them didn't have them central to the story. With Cameron Cross, that's his story. 15 pages or so is his story. So I can't wait for people to read more about the characters. Really, really cool.
Oh yeah,
man.
That's awesome.
Shout out to
Awesome
Saints and
stuff.
Sinners.
Yeah,
The Trillist with a $5. Kata, you should have known they were YNs. They were hoodies year round and sag skinny jeans.
They literally had that on too. It was a
What
telltale.
is YN?
Don't ask. Accident Seller with a
said it earlier.
$50. He did say it. Dan Vasquez, I have some Playboy Brazil magazines I bought in the early 2000s.
Nice.
Hotter than the United States ones. Louise Altenoffen, Ellen Roche, etc.
Washi. Yes.
Ellen Roche.
Yeah.
Love your
Hell yeah,
country.
man. Hey, she's still hot.
Let me look that up really quick.
Look up Ellen.
Leave that up. There we go.
Phil, look
I
up
was like, I
Ellen.
need some context here.
Yeah.
Phil,
I'll
look
see,
up Ellen.
I'll see on
Ellen Roshi.
on Instagram every now and then. I'll come across like a Brazilian whore, and I'll send it to Dan and be like, "Do you know her?"
That's crazy, bro.
Wow.
Thank you, Accident Seller with the $50. VJ the Vigilant Guitarist with the $5. Hail to tonight's main event. Hey, X-Wang. Meek, when are you getting the epic Meek verse?
Eventually.
Mika
Eventually.
A lot of
verse.
work. Yeah.
Thank
it's a lot
you.
of work.
Thank you. B Grows with a $2 says Zeltroid Fat.
I just passed on from Beardo now. All right.
Good. The Paladin with the $2. Did y'all see that Sweet Baby Inc. was Canadian government creation?
Really?
I heard
I
something
haven't
about
watched
it,
the
but I hadn't
video
looked
yet.
into it.
I saw the
Yeah.
tweet that Master the TDS put up. I haven't watched the video yet though,
I'm not surprised, to
but
be
not
honest.
shocked at all. To be honest.
Fuck you, Fat Ho with the 199 says played Doom 40 years ago.
Hell
Attaboy.
yeah, man.
Attaboy. Curtis Hart with the $5 says older Lego Star Wars is worth a lot of money. I have mine for GameCube. I have
Dude,
mine
have
for
mine
GameCube.
Star
for,
Wars is worth a lot of money. I can't believe how
Yeah.
expensive Lego is, dude. It's insane.
It's premium. It's a premium toy now.
Real quick, let's get into our, I guess, our first or second topic of the night.
I think it's a first topic.
First topic,
Our
2
first
hours
topic,
in.
yeah.
Y'all haven't done a fucking topic the whole time I haven't been
No.
here.
Listen,
We're
we,
talking-
Beardo,
we're talking
we
about
got
video
got
games.
really into retro games, and we were talking
Yeah.
about proper ways to play certain
Beardo
certain
went off
series
the
of video
rails,
games.
and
No, it was not me. It was brought up
He
by
told-
Jeremy.
he told
Well,
the
first of
guy-
all-
There we go again.
I haven't been here most of the show because of my hotel Wi-Fi. Beardo told X-Wing to play Arkham
That's not
City
true.
before
That's not
Asylum.
true.
Beardo, let
X-Wing,
Jeremy
And that
talk.
created a big
X-Wing
problem.
even confirmed it. That's
Don't
not what
interrupt.
happened.
Let Jeremy talk.
I left it up to X-Wing. I did leave it up
And
to him.
X-Wing retroactively said, "Yeah, I wish I would have played Asylum first."
Hindsight's 2020. All right, let's
No.
move on.
He would have never played
he
City
told a
first if you would
struggling
not have
YouTuber-
recommended it.
He told a struggling YouTuber whose channel was
Channel
almost
was
dead
dying.
to play Arkham City first because it would get more people interested.
I was
And
telling
then
you.
his-
No,
his
I
chat yelled at it the whole
I
time.
said he would be more interested in the series based off of his style of
He said it
games
was
that
the
he
only
enjoys to
thing that would
play.
save his channel.
That is
was
not
to
what
play
I
that game
said.
first.
That's not what I said.
And he regretted it.
Anyways, to get into the first topic tonight, a lot of people, we've been talking about the increased price of video games for the next gen or current gen going forward into the next gen with the Nintendo Switch, with Mario Kart World being $80. And the question, if Grand Theft Auto 6, what's the price tag going to be for that? Initially, the conversation started many months ago around Grand Theft Auto 6 on if they can charge $100 for this game and what does the price tag for other AAA titles going forward. What's that going to look like? Well, today we got news that Gearbox and Borderlands 4, they're expecting an $80 price tag for the next Borderlands game.
It's fucking stupid.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens here, but everybody's going to blame Nintendo, which is dumb, but that's what's
It
going
is
to happen.
dumb. It is dumb.
I wouldn't say
how did-
it's not Nintendo's fault, really, but I think it's this guy's fault, not just for the $80. It's his reaction to the dude that actually questioned him about it that makes it so much worse.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, first of all, you
I'll be
know,
right back.
the Borderlands franchise has not been in a good place for a hot minute. Borderlands 2 is obviously wildly popular, wildly successful. They did the pre-sequel, which did pretty decent. They did Tiny Tina's Wonderland Adventure, which did okay. I don't know what the sales numbers are on that, but it did okay. And then they released Borderlands 3, which they promised to be bigger and better and have all these guns and stuff. The game came out and the gameplay was fine, but the story was awful. It was full of a bunch of modern day dialogue, and they
Dialogue
had
was trash.
yeah,
dude. It was so
the
bad.
two villains were like twin bloggers who were trying to get more popular on their like podcast or some
What year
weird
was
shit
that?
like that.
This was like 2019, right? 2019, I think it was.
2019 or something like that. Yeah, it was awful, man. And so
Terrible.
people have been really wanting. And here's the thing: if it was just fan reaction and Gearbox was ignoring it, here's the thing: Gearbox didn't release any DLC didn't release any new characters for Borderlands 3. They made everybody play characters that were not very popular, that were reworks and changes from what the norm was that people were really accustomed to, and then admitted when they announced Borderlands 4 that they were going back to what gamers really wanted. They realized that they were trying to correct things and course correct on the franchise because people were not happy with it. So then you get this announcement, you know, that there's rumors the game might be $80. People are upset about it, and a fan actually talked to Randy Pitchford, who's the chief at Gearbox, and they were like, "Hey man, what are you going to do about this? I don't want to pay $80 for a game, blah blah blah." And he said, "If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen."
He said, if you're a real fan, you're gonna find a way.
Yeah.
Horrific take. God,
Godly, dude.
Yep.
So how did the
absolutely
last?
horrible.
I've tried Borderlands. It's not for me, but I know it's a pretty popular franchise. How did the last one do?
Terrible.
It did okay. I mean, like
Well,
it wasn't.
Like sales wise,
I'm talking about sales wise.
it did pretty decent. It did pretty
Yeah.
decent. But like
Because
reception
it's like-
wise, it was terrible. Most people didn't really like play it that much after like the first like few weeks. Like it just died down.
I mean, I'm it's simple as this: the market determines the market. If people are willing to pay for something, then why shouldn't the company charge whatever? It really comes down to if you're offering a product people want. How did that Borderlands movie do?
Garbage. And he defended,
Not too good,
he
huh?
defended it.
Yeah.
That?
No,
I did.
No, not a lot
I
of
didn't
people
watch
watch
it.
it. And Randy Pitchford
watch it.
Randy Pitchford actually defended that movie and got, you know, kind of fought with fans about it. I actually have the full exchange here real quick that I'll read. This is from somebody on Twitter. This is a fan of the franchise. They said, "Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increase of the price tag. You are the CEO. You may have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher." And then Randy said, A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage in an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen.
I mean, this is don't you guys have phones level stupidity right here, man.
Yep,
This
absolutely.
is wild. That
He
is
pulled a
wild.
Pokemon, bro. He just pulled a Pokemon.
Mhm.
What
Yep.
are y'all broke? Hey,
Yep.
If you're a broke boy, just say so. That's all what he just did. A CEO of a company.
Yeah.
on a
and-
because-
franchise that's not in any good like not in a good light right now. So that doesn't
So-
make any sense to do.
So
Real-
do you
And
guys
this is,
just real
well,
quick?
this is-
Just,
go ahead.
go
Go ahead.
no, just real quick question. Do you guys have a problem with the way he said it, or with the content?
It's
of what
for
he
me.
said?
It's 100% that the way you address that situation. It's easy to say in a
Right.
in a world where rising costs show their faces in multiple different aspects of game development. Of course, we have to increase our prices because of A, B, C, and D. You know, that's unfortunately, we always want to bring you a complete story that you guys are going to enjoy, a universe that you want to be involved in. But to keep up with yada yada, we have to do this. Going, well, I'm fucking, and actually, I just did this the other day on stream. When I was younger, I just mowed fucking lawns to buy Pokemon Snap, but I can say that as a consumer. You should never say that as somebody who's distributing the product.
I see what you mean.
Absolutely.
Real quick,
That's
the
Johnny's got a
point.
bounce, by
That's
the way.
point.
Who
So
does?
Johnny's got a bounce.
Hey, later, Zeltroid.
Later, guys.
All right, take it
Late-
easy.
hey,
Appreciate you, man.
Take care,
Johnny, by the way, Well,
He's
fuck
done.
you.
Fuck that guy.
Every time. I just think when I looked at it though, that's the most unprofessional thing you could do. Especially you're also under Take-Two, which is another greedy video game company as well. So it's not gonna make it have a good look when you go, oh man, just get your fucking money up, bro, and go buy the video game.
Here's Johnny.
He's back. He's back.
I couldn't do that to Jeremy 2 weeks in a row. What, Jeremy? What?
He's
All right, see ya.
He's not even here.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
I respect.
I'll do it for Johnny. Go follow Zeltroid on YouTube and
That was
Johnny Arnett
awesome.
as well.
You know what he said?
That was awesome.
Oh shit, that's funny.
I respect it.
Go for it, Jeremy.
No. I was just gonna say that my problem here is you don't have the product or you don't have the brand power to pull this off, and then you're going to be arrogant about it. On top of that, the reason I think it's stupid for people to blame Nintendo is I did not pay $80 for Mario Kart World. No fucking body has, because we bought the fucking bundle. Because I think that the $80 is a marketing ploy for them to force people to buy the fucking bundle. And if by the breakdown of it, I paid $50 for Mario Kart World. That's it. So for them to try to push this $80 price tag, they're trying to capitalize off the momentum of this discussion going on when they're too stupid to realize that Mario Kart World is not $80. It's $50 if you buy the bundle. We'll see after the fact what happens with it, but that's the truth of the matter.
This conversation about the inflated game prices happened way before Nintendo. Months ago, it was surrounding Grand Theft Auto 6. This happened months ago, where the conversation was, how much can Rockstar get away with charging for Grand Theft Auto 6? That's where the conversation began. But Nintendo, then being secretive and dishonest in their showcase and having people go to their website to see how much Mario Kart World was going to cost, that's where they took the blunt of the blame.
Dishonest, it was omitted. So I guess
no, they were
lying by
dishonest.
omitting, but I mean,
well, the other thing is, like, this has been a conversation for a long time. EA has done this a lot where they've tested the waters and they'll put out little things and they'll be like, what if video games were this much? And their audience always like just burns the barn down, telling them to go fuck themselves, to stop even trying to do this. Video game companies have been trying to figure this out for a long time, how to do it, and they were just all waiting on the right person to do it. And Nintendo, with a very, very, very loyal fan base, with a very rabid fan base, did something that they felt was a good business decision for them. And now all of these other companies are going to use that as justification to pull the trigger on this. And then the next one up to bat is going to be GTA, because of how hotly anticipated it is, because of how well Red Dead Redemption 2 did, all of this stuff, because of how popular and how much money they've made with Grand Theft Auto 5. They're just waiting around for this to happen. And the next company that does it, they're going to use that company to justify their choices. Here, the thing is, the Borderlands franchise is at its weakest right now. This is not the time for you to admit that you've alienated your fans. This is not the time to admit that you're trying to get back to the way things were and listening to your player base. Turn around for your CEO to say, what, if you guys really care about the game franchise, you'll make it happen. You'll pay the extra money because you care. It's like right now, a lot of fans don't know if they actually do care. I know people that are huge, diehard Borderlands fans that were like, after the third game, I don't know if I care about this franchise that much. I don't know if it's worth it.
Same.
You know, so the same thing, and, you know, and they've been trying to do this with spin-offs and trying to do this stuff and kind of test the waters with all this stuff to some success. But the numbers here, it looked like Borderlands 2 has sold like 30 million copies, and Borderlands 3 sold 22 million, which is still great, but it's a drop. And realistically, if your fans were still really excited about this, they'd continue to buy it. And Borderlands 2 has had remasters released. They were releasing all this DLC for it and stuff like that. Borderlands 3 did not see nearly that same kind of hype post-launch. And that should say a lot about what they thought about that franchise. So,
and if you take Borderlands completely out of the conversation, for the past 5 years, maybe even more, but certainly for the past 5 years, if you want the full experience for video games, if you want all of the DLC, the future content, the skins, the extra levels and stuff, you're already paying $100 for most modern games. What do you think, Phil?
Yeah, so speaking of Randy, so back in 2014, he actually left a USB in medieval times. So basically the restaurant in Dallas, and it had a bunch of like stuff in there. So it has a file that says "Don't look," corn, blacked, cut corn, and then it had a bunch of like Gearbox docs and games and stuff like that. And if you actually look, so when he was confronted by this,
medieval times,
yeah, he left it in the medieval times. And when confronted by it, and his rebuttal was that corn was a magic trick. He has never seen a female do what Cythera did before, and it was just crazy. And it was I guess you would say this cam girl, a fucking magician.
In a children's
What? In a children's book?
Yeah.
And then you can't also forget about Alien Colonial Marines. He was the head of that as well, because Gearbox got called in to do Alien Colonial Marines. Because I was looking forward to that, and they completely dropped the ball on that game. And the money that I forget which company gave it to him, he pocketed. They said he pocketed maybe like 12 million, and then the other stuff that he was getting, he put it to the Borderlands games. So it's like, this guy, you already don't have a good track record. So why would you then go out on the internet and say something stupid like this? Of course, people are gonna go, "Oh, look at this guy. That's the guy with the USB with the CPU on it, bro. Go get that guy." Like, no, that's wild, dude.
And what makes matters worse?
Controversy aside, medieval times is great.
Yeah. And what make matters worse for this $80 thing and his rebuttal, his net worth is $300 million.
Yeah. That's
So
like, yeah.
I think
I forgot Duke
the more
Nukem
money
forever
they
as well.
make, the weirder stuff they get into.
Yeah.
I think-
And then Duke Nukem, and when Duke Nukem came out and people said this game sucks, he goes, "I promised you a Duke Nukem game. I never promised you a good Duke Nukem game."
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Yeah.
So he has a history of treating customers badly.
Track record.
Badly.
Yep.
I'm talking bad about it. And as we know, and as we've seen growing over the years, fan response and fan interaction is a huge part of what will sell and ingratiate you to fans. People, one of the things that helped Helldivers get as big as it did was because the CEO was out here talking to people on Twitter and ensuring them that he was listening to them and all of this stuff and trying to ingratiate himself to fans and stuff. And he wasn't pandering. He was never promising or over promising anything. He was just a chill dude talking to people and being thankful that his game was selling well. Same thing with Larian Studios when Baldur's Gate 3 came out. These smash hit games coming out, and you're watching the CEO of these companies interacting with fans and being thankful and humble and appreciating them and listening to feedback from them. And then you have Randy Pitchford being like, if you really love this franchise, you'll make it happen. It's like, so if this game doesn't sell well, are you going to say, "Oh man, sorry about that, guys"? No, you're going to say, "Oh, well, fans, need to come out and buy the game," or they're going to blame somebody else for their own failures instead of owning up to the fact that you're turning off your franchise and turning away your fan base by acting like this.
The truth of the matter is, I think the cat's out of the bag as far as these new price tags for these new games. Either consumers are going to have to adapt, or you're just not going to be able to play these new games. I think that games from now on are going to be $80 plus. I think that's the new norm. And I don't think that these developers or companies are going to listen to the fan outcry about them complaining about, the new price. I think that's just the way it's going to be. Rippa, what do you think?
Well, I guess the bigger companies are sitting pretty for sure. They're going to be able to maybe do that. And they go over. I mean, people will have their complaints, and then folks will go line up and buy it. I mean, we gripe about this with several of the franchises. We've done this on the show, about games, sports games come out every year. People say it sucks. Doesn't matter. You make $1 billion on every year. So, that still is a problem that has to be addressed. That's it. I do think that gaming companies are making this way too difficult. They're making it more difficult than what it should be. And I think that if you have to, because like all things can be true. That's the issue with like inflation, in that it impacts everybody. It's not just one person or a sector of the particular industry. No, it impacts everybody. So I'm not justifying them increasing the price. I'm saying that if they actually gave a crap about their customers, what they could do is just explain that. Like it's simply put, like, okay, let's say that your costs have risen because of other reasons that are out of your control, perhaps. Explain that. Come out and say that, and fans will be a lot more sympathetic or empathetic with that position. They might not like it. They still might not like it, but at least you have a way to justify it. Coming out and like either blaming fans or saying just like kind of just put up with it has always been a problem. But I think it speaks to the issues that the mega corporations have, and that they don't really understand that kind of connection with the audience like that, to come out maybe and be a little more transparent and explain kind of their process, if that is the legitimate reason why they need to raise costs, and they don't really know what to do. So this reaction that they're having is like, that's all they know. That's all they know. And like to what Epic Mike was saying with some of these other maybe smaller publishers, where maybe you get a AA publisher. Again, they're a little more boots to the ground. They're a little more modernized in terms of their economic approach. And yeah, going forward in the future, I think it benefits everybody to have that direct line of sight with your audience and being a little more transparent, especially when you raise costs. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. That's never going to land well with your customers unless you have a thorough explanation.
And I think that's where Nintendo went wrong, because they weren't transparent.
Right. That's always going to be an issue. If you just come out and say, look, the price is the price and it's there for a reason, but let me explain why, and you spell that out. Sure, there's still going to be people that'll be like, I don't care, you should eat the cost, whatever. But it will land a lot better if people were just a lot more transparent and a lot more honest with it. But I don't think mega corporations can do that. I just think they're too disconnected from.
I think they can.
They can. No, they literally can, but I don't think they have that fabric. Like, it's not part of what they are in order for it to kick in.
With any corporate entity, right? So I mean, Eric July, you're the head of the studio, whatever you want to call it right now. You have a very direct line, and I think that's the new kind of way. I think for a lot of these people that are coming up right now, this is going to be the way. You've got a direct line, and part of that is because we're in the year that we're in right now. Now you have an open line of communication, whereas when Shigeru was doing things, he didn't have an open line of communication with his customers. You know what I mean? And so I think businesses really need to start thinking about and developing the ways that they interact with their customers. And one of the biggest ways they can do that is having the creative team interact with the people that they're selling stuff to.
Absolutely.
As opposed to somebody who's stuck up in an office somewhere who was hired as a business analyst. Well, who did you hire yet? Well, he's a social media consultant. Well, that social media consultant hasn't ever read a single Rippaverse comic in their life. They just know how to deal with social media. And so they're not equipped to deal with those kind of things.
Right.
So I think Nintendo could take a huge page out of that book. A bunch of different companies in Hollywood could take the page out of the book. Have the people who are really in control of this thing, the people who actually write the stories, the people who create the art, the people who grew up loving these franchises, have them interact with the customer base. Leave the corporate entities completely out of the shit, because they fundamentally do not understand what the customers want.
It's an ignorance thing. Yeah,
they are only there to do money. And you know what? Great. Because once you get to a point, you're there to make money. And you hire a shitload of people and they have to feed their families. Great. Let the customer facing point of these companies deal with the people who love the product. It's the oxymoron of the 21st century is blaming the fans. It makes no sense. How are you going to blame the person you're trying to serve for your failures?
Right.
It's an oxymoron. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
No, you're nailing that. I mean, it should be the approach. If anybody had sense like that are in these corporate entities, they absolutely would take a page out of what these smaller companies are able to do and the advantage that they have in having that, again, that direct line of sight and that communication with their audience. They, oftentimes what we feel with these mega corporations is that big disconnect, right? It's like they're here, everybody else is here, right? And it worked to their benefit when they were the only gig in town, but now that the means have been decentralized, you're seeing a lot more of the smaller companies that are able to produce very competitive work independently. We're seeing what's happening, for example, with what is Expedition with 33 or whatever the hell, Claire Scare, whatever the hell the name of the game is, which is built with like team of 30 to 50 people, right? And what they are able to do. And they hit that success, and it's gratitude. It's they have an appreciation for that, and they're communicating that with the audience. They love that. That is your advantage as any entertainer. That's your advantage. Mega corporations do not see that. They just feel like they can set the bar, unfortunately. And look, you might hold your nose, but you're gonna do it anyway. So yeah, even with a price increase, if it's legitimate, and I want to clarify that by saying I'm not saying that their price increases are legitimate, because I think, again, two things can be true. You have the inflationary issues that are plaguing the entire world, and these crackhead ass central banking systems. On the other hand, with the big corporate entities and the massive companies that especially are in gaming, they have a bloat problem too. You're right. They have a bunch of positions. I mean, we know the amount of people that worked on, for example, Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? There was no way that game was going to get a return. It was impossible. They set themselves up for failure by investing so much into it, by having all these people that they're bringing in that probably had minimal contribution, if anything, to the creation of that game. So the bloat is also a problem that they have to address. But I think that's a lesson for anybody that's doing any sort of entertainment. Being a little more transparent, even when you have to make a difficult decision, it makes it land a lot better. But simply saying, "Hey, they're fans, and if they are real fans, they'll do it anyway."
When I think a lot of those decisions that they're making as well are based off of internet trends, and you and I will both know, everybody on this panel knows, internet trends are flawed, massively flawed,
absolutely.
Massively flawed. And so if you make multi-million-dollar decisions off of false data, you're going to wind up failing. That's the bottom line. So maybe dig down a little deeper, get a little tighter into what the people are actually saying, and look at what's actually going on in the market as opposed to flawed internet trends, and you might come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, it is still a thing where it's like the market will decide, right? If they want to pay that much money for games, then that'll happen. But I see it as, I don't see the market going, we're going to pay $80 for video games, because we're not even seeing them pay $70 for most video games that are coming out right now.
I think they're not paying $70 for shit.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think that has more to do with,
I'm paying $80.
They have more options. I mean, independent games right now, a smaller company, like, they're exploding right now. People are finding ways to occupy themselves in gaming without having to lean on AAA titles or quadruple A or whatever the hell that it may be. And yeah, like that, I think that more has to do with it. Like, people aren't just going to fork over cash just because you exist anymore, especially if it's of a higher price. So I think that has more to do with it, in that these games, they're not really, unless you are the dude Call of Duties, the Maddens, and 2Ks, like these games that it doesn't matter. They could put a shithole product out there, and unfortunately, with that base, they're still going to rake in billions of dollars. But that's not with every game, and every game doesn't have that pool. So people look at maybe even a price tag and will say, I can be entertained, and I don't have to spend $60 for that matter. Or if I do spend that, I can spend that on this game over here that was built by a company that, I don't know, had only 50 people work on the damn game. So
yeah, the game I showcased last week, The Precinct, that was $25. Been playing it all week. It's fun. It's very much fun. And then you look at, you got Borderlands 4 that's about to come out. I'm like, well, that's $70 or $80, and then they got to have a season pass. They might do some microtransactions. Well, and then you got all those things where it's like, oh, you got all these other variables of price increase, or I could just pay $25 and go on about my day. So I think most people are going to see.
And there's also Game Pass too, where you can play a lot of these AAA titles.
People
day
just
one.
want good stuff, and they're willing to pay for it, dude. I mean, look at Farmers Market. They're going to pay $20 for a handmade piece of soap, as opposed to $7 for a bar of, whatever it is, Dawn soap, because it's made of a whole bunch of shit and nobody wants it. Same thing with organic vegetables, right? They want something homegrown that they know it's being taken care of. There's some love in that shit. They're willing to pay the money for it.
That's true.
We're also seeing a precedent being set with games where some of the games that are selling the best or getting the most hype or getting the most loyal fan bases are games that have proven themselves and are different price points. Baldur's Gate was $70. coming out. But look at how much time was it. My first playthrough of that game, and I didn't get everything, was like 120 plus hours. I mean, the game is huge, and that's an independent studio that wasn't even doing their own franchise.
They originally like crowdfunded? Like it was originally like
something like
some
that.
Capacity. Like
it was in like early access for a while.
Yeah, it was in early access for a long time, and then Helldivers, which obviously Helldivers is a weird like lightning in a bottle thing. It's $40 on launch. And I know they didn't think it was going to do well, but like it blew up, And then we're also looking at Clear Obscure. The game was what, $50 on launch?
$50.
$50, and then they even announced the reason we want this, and it's at this price point, is because we want it to be accessible to gamers. So they're even like telling you,
French dudes in a basement that made that game.
Yeah, like Ripper said, it's 30 people that developed, and they outsource some things. So like the size of the team is closer to like 50.
VFX or some shit.
Yeah. But it's like you can see that these people actually like games, and Phil brought up Schedule 1. You're seeing there is a market for games to explode and do well and sell tons of copies and make a ton of money hand over fist, and they don't need to be $80. And you have games that are coming out that maybe have like 10 hours of gameplay, and they're going to try to rely on multiplayer and microtransactions to bleed the rest of the money out of you, not because it's actually worth that price going forward.
Again, this goes back to what I was saying about like you got to justify it, man. Like you can't just nobody owes you their money. You know what I mean? Companies have to understand this. It doesn't matter, even if you have built that rapport with your audience. Like they don't owe you anything, right? You still have to earn that dollar. So yeah, like I've been against standard pricing in everything. I think it's the dumbest shit ever. It's dumb in the comics. It's dumb in games. Doesn't matter what it is. There shouldn't be no universal standard pricing. Charge what you feel like it is worth and what the market feels like it's worth. So if that game is, you're only getting $20 of worth of gameplay, then that's, charge that. Or
how do you standardize art?
It shouldn't be. There should be no standard. It's like whatever you like. This idea that people think that they can, for example, charge a $60 to $70, $80 game with minimal gameplay is just outrageous, right? So again, it goes back to the disconnect, and if you're going to, like, I think GTA may get away with justifying a $100+ game because it's just going to be so much goddamn content in there. And then again, they have to still sell that, right? It's like you can do this amount of shit on here. It's gonna get this amount of hours, and then people may be like, oh, okay, maybe I will pay that much. But just for some standard game, no. With all the options that people have, with these independent studios who are doing some amazing things, they don't have to go to AAA and pay the premium.
Can I pump an indie game in development right now?
Yeah. I'll pull it up. And real quick, to that point, Split Fiction. A lot of us have played Split Fiction. That studio could have easily, if you want to play the game, you could have charged everybody that price to play the game. But what they did, one person can buy the game and you can send a code to your buddy. They don't need to buy the game because it's a 2-player game. Send the code to your buddy and you can play it, and they can play it for free. They could have very easily charged everybody full price for it if you want to play.
Own game to play. Yeah.
Right. Here we go, X-Wing.
So I want to pump this game to anybody who doesn't know about it, because this is a huge audience. This guy it's one kid in Unreal Engine making this game right now. The game is called Dragon Twin.
Yes.
And this guy,
I've heard about this game. Yep.
It's beautiful.
It's insane, dude.
Space game in the world. It's going to be large scale battles where you're flying on your dragon. Now, I don't think this particular clip showcases it, but there will be massive battles on the ground. You can fly in and torch armies and do all kinds of stuff. The physics in this game is incredible. This guy is doing it absolutely by himself. Follow Dragon Twin Game on Twitter and show this guy some love. The stuff that he's been able to do by himself is just incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what else to say, man. Like, the proof is in the pudding right here.
Is it on
What's the timeline on this game?
It is going to show it. I think it's going to show it. It may show some torching of.
I don't know what the timeline is actually on this game right now.
Is it on Steam?
I don't
this
think
looks incredible.
I don't think there is a timeline at this point. It's a passion project. I don't know, but I would highly. I mean, look at the lighting through the wings as he flies through and stuff. It's incredible.
Subsurface scatter.
Unreal Engine opened a lot
I'm
of.
telling you,
There you
man,
go.
the things that these guys are able to do, man, with this,
Yeah.
it's just far more decentralized. So if I see this guy, and look, you see this effort, he shows this off as a proof of concept. I'm willing to bet if he crowdfunded this, he can make a fucking killing on it and make this, make this come to life and maybe produce something that is incredible, right? Like this is. That's what people can do nowadays, right? Like that was not that option was not available to them years ago. So this is why I don't think these big corporate entities really understand that. It's like, guys, there's so many more options out there that people don't have to rely on you for their source of like entertainment anymore.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Anybody else to wrap it up?
And
Bob?
I do want to circle.
Phil.
Sorry, I do want to circle back to what's it called again? Schedule 1. Schedule 1 was done by one guy, and his name's Tyler. And the game peaked in terms of charts. It peaked at 450,000 people on Steam. It's only $20.
Crazy.
And it's a 4-player game. So it's wild. Like I know Beardo and Axel played it. Like I played it. The game is insane. So
Very
I think
addictive. Great game.
Yeah.
It also goes to show you like graphics and like AAA script writing and all this different stuff. It doesn't matter. You might think it does.
Yeah.
That was just a fun game.
Well, I also I'm going to plug my own indie game that I wanted to talk about because I've mentioned this before. There's a game called Witchfire. I know Az has played this on stream before. But this is a instant shooter where like you have like a home base and you can go out and like you go to these different levels and different areas and stuff like that on these islands and you fight these monsters and stuff. And it's a first person shooter and there's 12 people that have worked on this game. It's $40 and this game is constantly being updated. And
I know what this is.
You showed
I've phenomenal, dude.
I've seen this.
The game is phenomenal. It's extremely difficult.
You said it's about 12 people?
12 people, dude.
Fucking
it's insane.
It's
and like I've been playing this for a while and like I've only gotten like the third island, like I mean, and it's tough. But yeah, man, this is once again $40 and the game is constantly being updated. They originally were gonna try to do like they were going to try to do all these small micro updates and their audience said, we don't want that. We'd rather you update the game with substantial updates and let us know when you're ready. And they said, all right, that's what we'll do. And they have like a timeline and they redid their whole timeline for the game and released big updates. The game is just getting better and better and better every time it comes out. And it's awesome, man. Like I've had an absolute blast with this and it's an indie title. Like I said, with 12 people, man.
That's crazy, man. I love it, man.
I love games like this, man. Like the little indie games that come out that you don't even know about. Just some dudes like, I want to make this game, and then you play it. It's like, yo, this is really cool. I need more people to play it. I like stuff like that, man. That's great.
And we're getting to the point now where money's not the barrier for these artists to be able to do this stuff
That's
anymore.
what I was gonna say.
Not anymore. Like it's too many options. Like again, with the engines themselves and what they could do is crazy. But also like the different funding options that people have access to make that come to life is again, crowdfunding is still a relatively new phenomena, right? And it's awesome to see that people now have a direct line of sight with the audience and they can say, bam, here's an idea, please support it, and then they can make that come to life with a very, very, very small team. This is stuff that again was not available to people, not at this scale, like even 10, 15 or 15 years ago, right? So it's really, really cool to see how some of these projects are coming into fruition. I really think we're at the beginning stages of this. I think there's going to be some like in the next like 5 to 10 years, you're going to see some crazy ambitious games that are independent that are built by like 5 dudes.
Yeah, we're going to be eating good, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, there was this guy on Twitter the other day complaining, oh, they only talk about retro games. They think everything new sucks. They never talk about indie games. He must be feeling pretty
That's all I
stupid.
play, man. Is mostly indie games. Like besides like the big TED pulls that come out, I play indie games all the time, dude.
Yeah, the modern stuff that I play is either indie or Asian or Japanese.
Yeah, Asian.
Korean.
I'm old enough to remember when they complained that Geeks and Gamers didn't talk games. Now it's we only talk these type of games. You can't win. You can't win.
Talk about Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah, I heard that. All right, Beardo's got to get some super chats.
Yeah, we can get some super chats, but real quick, I mean, since we're on the topic of AAA games and stuff, I know Kata wants to talk about this, and a lot of us have played it here. Doom: The Dark Ages. A lot of people are saying this is a catastrophic failure. Doom: The Dark Ages. Comparing Steam numbers. So, Kata, I know that you wanted to talk about this. Why do people think that Doom: The Dark Ages is failing?
On PC, I think it's a mix of different things. Like, again, I think the price of $70 and that the fact that it's only about 20-ish hours of gameplay, it's not really justifiable for a lot of people. And it's $70.
$70.
It doesn't have any
But 20
multiplayer.
hours of gameplay, that's a problem, man. That's a problem.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass.
So was
Crazy part, bro.
So was Clear Scare. So was
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
The Oblivion remake was also on there. You know, you had
that
Stalker
game in
2,
20 hours.
You know, so you got all these different games that were on Game Pass. I don't think that's a factor. I think it's the price. I think it's the specs for it. Like, you need a higher end PC just to run it on low settings, right? Like the Denuvo that they have in there kind of hinders the game. I think there's a bunch of different factors into it. And then
hold on, Kata, because I've got myself a Meta PC, and my PC didn't have any problem running this game.
Likewise.
Here's the thing.
Would
it be better if it didn't?
I don't got one of those. Okay, I got
also,
Gamecast. Okay,
the game would
do what I got.
The game would be running better if it didn't have Denuvo in it, which was a problem. And everybody knows that games that have that shit in it, and games that make that at launch a requirement and stuff like that, have problem with
Denuvo.
non-optimized PC.
Mike, explain to people that don't know what that means.
So it's supposed to be an anti-cheat software. I think it's kernel based. And the problem is, like, it causes a lot of like lag. It's very, very invasive, your computers, and it runs in the background and it's pretty greedy on resources, and it causes a lot of problems, especially if you do have I would say a mid to lower end PC. You will see problems with it. I know that it's been installed on a couple different shooters, and every time it's been involved in a game, especially at launch, it's a problem. A lot of people call it malware, because that's basically what it is. It's malware.
Yes,
and it is fucking awful. And a lot of times, publishers and stuff will justify it by saying they're trying to prevent tampering, they're trying to prevent piracy, but people have proven time and time again that this software causes way more problems than it's actually worth, and is actually more dangerous for customers than it is beneficial for them. So yeah, it's a huge problem. Yeah.
Should I be uninstalling Doom immediately? I feel like you're freaking me out.
It's already on your computer, bro. It's too late.
Oh,
there's a lot of this was a huge problem for a lot of
That's why my Resident Evil wasn't running properly
That's
today.
Not why. It was the mods.
That's why.
It's the nude mods.
You probably know about that with like Denuvo and stuff, but like a lot of games.
My i3 Pentium.
I did. I got a warning when I booted up Doom. I was like, I've never seen this warning before. It was a warning that came up that basically said, if we fry your computer, it's not our fault.
Yes. Yep.
And
there's also a thing.
There's also a warning on the game. It was like, dude, if we cook your shit, don't blame us. Like, this game will smoke your computer.
For people that don't know, a kernel-based software is software that goes into the admin, like the administrator rights in your computer, and it basically takes over your computer. It's like if somebody went up to you and said, "Hey, if you want to buy this thing from me, you need to give me keys to your house." And you go like, "Why would I do that?" And they're like, "Because I'm trying to keep you safe." So like it essentially has those. And a lot of times you can't really get rid of kernel-based software off your computer once it's on there. Like, unless you know what you're doing, you can go in there and look. But most people, even people that are tech savvy, most people don't have the wherewithal to get into their computer and get that out. And most people tell you it's not even worth it.
The easiest way to deal with this is do what I did and buy a PS5. There you go.
Yeah, and that's the reason why a lot of people were super upset with a Stellar Blade, because Denuvo is going to be coming with Stellar Blade. So a lot of people kept a lot of people kept adding at Kim Hyung Tae, and it's like, yo, can we remove Denuvo, because you lose almost 50 to 100 frames because of that. Because
You're telling me
hinders-
this software is basically AIDS. Like I get it, and then it's in my computer, and it's like herpes. I can't get rid of it.
It helps it helps the companies because it's an anti-piracy kind of thing, right? A lot of people's like, oh, Black Myth Wukong also had it, but if you look at it, a lot of people had a lot of issues booting up Black Myth Wukong on PC in the beginning. The first week, it just kept crashing. So that's the reason why.
Buy games on GOG.com. Offline installers, none of that shit.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm new to the master race.
I'm concerned about continuing to play.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's on your
Dark
computer.
Ages.
Might as well just keep playing it. You can't do anything about it. It's already there.
Yeah,
It's basically like herpes at this point, bro. Just you're there. You got them.
You need a reimage.
Real quick,
I can't put any like ointment on my PC or anything.
Real quick, Mike has no fucking clue what he's talking about. Denuvo is in the game's exe. It is not anywhere else on your system. It only runs when you run the game. Okay, I guess me and all the other tech people that warn you about Denuvo are fucking wrong, but your random comment is correct. Okay, where do you think I got the information from?
You do that really well, dude.
A guy that works in tech just told you the same thing.
Okay, well, hold on. Jed, what do you know about this?
I haven't looked into this specific software, but yeah, when it comes to stuff like this,
Beardo just
you're
a black guy. Hold on.
Oh no! It's because, no.
Wait, Jed is black now.
What is your?
yeah, I'm black now.
It's because
So it's
I know Jed works in IT and he's very familiar with Windows and everything. That's why I wanted his opinion on it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some serious work to get software like this out, and it's damaging. But you've got so many pieces of software like that it's just going to compound over the years. Like in IT, we just regularly reimage our PCs to base after every like 3 or 4 years, just because stuff like this builds up over time, and it's just not worth cleaning it up with any detailed effort like you're talking about. So
We're talking about like plaque on a system.
Yes,
kind of.
Someone in the chat said X-Wing has AIDS.
He does. Really? But it's the way that it works in the online era, is that there's not really a way around software like this. You just suck it up until you can't anymore and then start fresh.
Wow. That's concerning.
So I have to pay you to get rid of my computer STDs.
Pretty much.
Don't have sex.
I mean,
with
you
your
can learn how to
computer.
do it yourself. Reimaging isn't difficult.
That's wild, bro.
Like, I mean, this is not a new thing. I mean, there was a lot of blowback against Call of Duty back. This was in Modern Warfare 2. The new Modern Warfare 2 came out with the anti-cheat, because the anti-cheat was kernel level software, and everybody was saying, hey, this is not going to help us because we're looking at the software you want to use, and it is actually more negative on us than it is for you. Like, and they're like, yeah, whatever. And a lot of people didn't want to play it and didn't want to install it because of the fact that it was going to be that invasive on your system. I mean, it's happening everywhere. And the bigger concern here is what we've been talking about, and what we just talked about with Nintendo and the Switch, and then being able to brick your console. What happens the day comes out where you play a game that has that kind of software in your computer, and they decide you shouldn't be able to play on your PC anymore because you're problematic, because you're a toxic gamer? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we already know that there's probably conversations about being able to brick people's computers and being able to brick people's stuff.
Yeah, like, Nintendo has that for the Switch too.
Yeah,
exactly. They can digitally just like brick your Switch too.
Yeah.
If you break
That's
TOS,
nothing new. They've had that in their TOS since the fucking Wii U.
Yeah, that's
So-
been
or
around
Wii,
since
the Wii.
the original Xbox. Since
Yeah.
the original
And-
Xbox.
Everybody here,
But
everybody gets a headline and they pretend like it's like breaking news, so they can be mad. Like, if you're mad about it, that's fine, but you need to go retroactively be mad for the last 10 or 15 years of video game consoles, because they've all had that in the TOS.
It sucks now and it sucked back then. But Jed, by re-imaging, you mean formatting? Is it different than formatting your hard drive?
There's a few ways to reimage. There's more intensive ways. You can just do a PC reset. Some people are saying that would probably do it as well. You can format the hard drive. You can reinstall an older version of
will it solve
Windows.
it?
Yeah, if you format, that's an extreme action, but
Oh,
Yeah,
so
format
it's
is
so
just
it's
like
less than
bleaching the whole
it's something
system, right?
less.
It's like
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, formatting's like, oh, you're going
Right.
all the way. That's not
Yeah, because
age
I
you're dealing
already-
with. That's cancer. That's how you fix
Yeah.
cancer in a
Yeah.
computer.
That because I already format my PCs every couple years already, so that already
It's not a
solves
bad policy. Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
like Jeremy said with the Switch stuff, all this stuff. It's been around for a while. People are just finding out about it, and there's not a whole lot we can change it unless we create a PSN Helldivers 2 sequel. That's the only way. It's just people realizing it, getting educated on it, and then making their voices heard. And maybe we can get that with Stellar Blade, is getting the software out there. But yeah, I think education, even if people don't know about it, even if it's been this way forever, education is always an important step to fixing.
Yeah,
a
do you
problem
have
like
a
this.
video out on this? Because I feel
Absolutely.
like you could educate me if you put a video like about
100%, dude. 100%.
I don't
he's
have
got a
anything
show,
like that on my
damn.
channel, but
Yeah.
yeah, X-Wing's having
You
an
should
Exodus
do it,
special.
but hey, but
Doctor, I'm
You're
like,
gonna
you
be
Jed,
on a lot of
but-
Discord calls tonight, Jed.
Jed, you should totally make the video and don't listen
Yes.
to Beardo because he'll tell you to make the second part first and then upload that one, and then you can,
Motherfucker, I'm going to
Now
have
that
Jed
you've
on a phone call
reformatted
after
your
this
hard
to help me
drive.
figure out my Resident Evil problems right after the show.
Yeah, well, Beardo's
Um,
got to stay in my good graces because he gets free IT help from me, so he's going to give me good advice.
That's right. That's right. That's
make sure
right.
to leave a good score in the survey.
yeah. Hey, seriously, Jed. Okay, I have an idea. You write the script, okay, for this thing, but let Phil read it in that voice when he's giving the IT support.
Oh,
It'll get
dude.
100,000 views. Let's go.
Here we
That
go,
would be
big
great.
boy. Let's press file.
Do not redeem. Do not. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you what we do.
Why did
Okay.
you redeem it?
Why did you redeem it? Why did you redeem it?
I already got enough accusations of being racist a few years ago. I don't need to do a sequel to that.
Oh man.
All right, boys. So we're going to roll into the super chat portion of the live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. To
a
the
good
mods
show
and
tonight.
members. Great
Been a
show.
good show
Great
tonight.
show. So Andy plays games with the $5. I used to manage a theater. I have a physical 35 millimeter film trailer from Star Wars Episode 1, sealed and unused. Was supposed to send them back to 20th Century Fox.
Womp womp. They're
I
not around
can't
anymore.
believe you just put that on the internet. Somebody's gonna come to your house with a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Yeah. Mickey Mouse is gonna show up
The
to your
mouse,
house, bro.
yeah. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Heard you got my property.
Thank you, Andy
Hey,
plays
hey,
games
Jed.
for the $5.
You know something really cool I just remembered that I did the other day that I didn't need to do for years because new hard drives and stuff. I defragged a hard drive
Yeah.
on my retro PC. So because physical hard drives you used to have to defrag them I don't know, maybe
Those are
once a
before
year
my
or
time. I've
something.
never actually had to do that.
Wow,
actually
you never
defragged a PC.
defragged?
Yeah, I've
You never
defragged a hard drive before.
defragmented a hard drive?
No,
I
I went through my
Wow,
IT training with
I
the
feel
Air Force in
so-
2018. So by that point, SSDs were a thing, and
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Wow, I feel
105
so
super
old.
chats. Accident seller with the $50. Dan Bask, do you have a PC FPS Rise of the Triad?
No.
Great MS-DOS game, and it was gory. Insane weapons remind me of Duke Nukem 3D. Do you remember Rise?
I definitely remember it, but I don't own it. It's quite rare and difficult to find. It's one of those boomer shooters that people call it from the Duke Nukem 3D era. Doom 2, fantastic game.
Did you guys ever play Unreal Tournament back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
Of course,
Oh,
man.
one of the
Hell
first
yeah.
online first-person shooters. I remember there was a level where there were two trains going next to each other, and you would jump between the trains. Does anyone remember that level?
I do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was.
I have it for the PS2. A lot of people don't know it was on the PS2.
I didn't know it was.
Yeah.
I might have to find that.
Thank you,
Uh-huh.
Accident Seller, for the 50.
100 and how many? Just keep counting down when you're ready.
105. 105. So let's
It's kind of your fault though. You're the one that's been managing the show.
Yeah.
Not my fault at all.
It's
Let's
his
go ahead and
fault.
let's please power through these.
Convoy.
Please let me read these, please.
Let's power through. Vault 95 with a 199. Never sold my games. PlayStation 1 through 5. I have 153 games. Hell yeah, man.
Nice.
Shout out.
Hell yeah.
Let's get these 50s. We got a few 50s that rolled in. The Drinky Crow with a $50. I think I have a disease I was born with.
Oh, no.
Thank you for the $50. Thank you for the 50. Thank you for the 50.
Thanks, Kevin.
Dougie B with the $50. So Beardo, Meek, X-Wing 5, Van Dask, Fortnite stream following Tuesday's main event? Question mark.
I don't have Fortnite installed on my computer.
I wish I was on
For
play
a
it.
while.
Okay, first of all, fuck you, Mike.
Yeah.
Why the hell is it not installed? Why?
I've been playing Warzone, bro. If I'm gonna play,
I don't give a
Warzone's
fuck Warzone.
Warzone ain't gay, bro. What are you
Also,
talking
Dude,
about?
all
You're
the
running around with
alpha, all
you're
the
running around
alpha
with
Giga
Jar
Chads
Jar
are playing
Jar, and
Fortnite.
You're gonna call Warzone
Fortnite
gay?
has a massive issue
Thank
right
you,
now.
Dougie
Where
B
running
with a
around
$50.
clashing
Thank you,
lightsabers
Dougie
with
B.
another man, and you're gonna say it's gay?
105
Yes.
super chats.
Yes.
Tonberry Master with the $50. Thank you, Tonberry Master.
Fortnite
Says
has a
nothing.
massive issue right now where their anti-cheat software is actually disabling capture cards. Elgato and Fortnite have an ongoing conversation right now because there's a huge problem.
Damn,
What, with
couldn't be
cheating?
me.
Yo,
Screen
capture
capping
cards
is
apparently.
something that a lot of
Screen
people
capping.
Talking
want
about
to happen.
The anti-cheat software that Epic Games and Fortnite uses is disabling Elgato software on people's
Dude,
computers.
if the cheating in Fortnite is out of fucking control. It always has been. It's absolutely it's
Same
nonsense.
And
thing
you
with
guys
Warzone.
want me to install this shit on my computer? Go fuck yourselves.
No, I said
Install it, Mike.
PlayStation 5,
I wanna go
motherfucker.
back to fucking Warzone. Like,
They want you to install Fortnite, but as a prank. Like, go install it. Go ahead.
oh, look at that. Your capture stuff doesn't work anymore.
That's how it
Chris
is.
B
happened,
with the
Dan.
$5. Not sure if my most valuable, but my CIB Pokemon Heart Gold with Poke Walker has to be up there.
Let's
100%.
go. Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Thank you, Chris B. Accident Seller with the $20. D Gay Cobra means Dick Gay Cobra. Thank you for the $20. Maximus BT with a 199. Thank you. Superfly with a $2. Beardo peas at the short urinals. Only if there's none left. Thank you. Shalifi with a 13 months. I know Jeremy is old, but you guys can buy a USB that has an Ethernet port on it. Thank you for the 13 months. Vice with a 10. If you want to know any Game Boy game is authentic, check for real gold squares on the back of the PCB board. All original Game Boy games use real gold as a conductor.
Yeah,
That's
that's one.
saying
That,
ATM machine, by the way. It's PCB is primary control board. So
Okay.
primary control board.
yeah, that's one of the tells. There are others too. Just look up a video on YouTube, Beardo, and there's several tells that you can open your cartridge and just check.
Gotcha. Thank you, Vice, for the $10. Mozamboni with the 10. Beardo tagged you in a Twix with a pic of a part of my current retro setup. I collect retro consoles and have fixed quite a few of them. That's part of the fun. Loving the retro game talk. Hail to the panel.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you,
Let's
Mozamboni, for the $10.
right.
Did you guys
Accident
know I like
Seller.
retro games? Sorry, go ahead.
Did you know? Accident Seller with the $50. Dan Vask, me and my sister had the orange game and watched Donkey Kong 1982. My dad bought it in Japan. He worked on a tanker ship. Do you have the Game & Watch?
I never owned any Game & Watch. I would love to own one.
Thank you, Accident Seller, for the $50. Nagranol with the 5. Did Phil share the tragic news with you guys? Thoughts and prayers, man. Thoughts and prayers.
What
Oh, I
happened?
share a stupid birthday with Pedro Pascal.
R.I.P. Black Cane with the $2. Jed. That is Anduril Flame of the West, not Nassuril.
So yeah, there's a lot of noise going on, but I
Narsil.
said it's Anduri forged from Narsil. So Narsil might have been the only thing that people heard. But yeah, no, I said both names.
Thank you,
But
Black
that
Cane,
is
for
correct.
the $2. Mechanism Studios with the $5. When he's tired of straightening bananas, what does Beardo type in the message to get dates with guys? See, enter, ####. Thank you for the $5. Beardo's Baby Oil with $1. Thank you. Jonas J. Campbell with the $5. I have no idea what Beardo said, but he's wrong. Asylum first, you madmen.
Let's go.
I've already explained myself. Thank you. War Wizard with the 199. We voted, and Beardo said he thought we were wrong. I don't remember that. Thank you. Accident Seller with the $50. Jeremy, you start Mario with Super Mario All-Stars, updated 16-bit graphics on SNES.
That's how
All
I
Stars is
started.
great.
That's how
All-Stars
I
is great.
started. The first Mario games that I played was on that cartridge.
Sloto goes mobile because he didn't know it was gay with the 199. Y'all are stupid. You start with Arkham Origins. Shaking my head. No, Arkham Origins.
No.
Arkham Origins is great.
That's like starting Star Wars with the prequel.
Origins is great.
Yeah, you finish with Origins.
Yeah, but you finish with Origins.
If you want.
Origins in between City and Night. Do Asylum, City, Origins, Night, and
I'm partial to always experiencing things on release order.
Yeah, release order. Dragon Dan with the 21 months. I'm with Beardo. Without interruptions, I say skip Assassin's Creed 1 since it's very repetitive, and you get a YouTube recap before playing Assassin's Creed 2, which is better in every way.
No.
I can agree with that one with Assassin's Creed because, there's not a whole lot of story. It's not essential to understand Ezio's story. It doesn't tie in a whole lot until Revelations, and the gameplay is hard. My first Assassin's Creed game was Odyssey, and then I went back and played all of them. The one that I struggled with the most was AC1. I nearly didn't finish it. I played it multiple times since and absolutely love it. But that's one where you don't need it.
You do need it because of the Apple.
Hold on. Really quick.
It introduces the Apple
one more time
in the Ezio trilogy.
I know, just that.
I like retro games.
I like what Beardo fucking Ripa got here, and he's like, y'all haven't had a topic yet? And I'm like, well, Beardo's the one driving this show, so 2 hours in.
Last week we finished at 3 hours. Hard stop. We did.
But I was here last week.
Better read quick.
No, you weren't. You were on the road, bitch.
I was still here.
Barely. X-Wing, what do you say?
What's with the aggressiveness?
Yeah, a little aggressive.
I just want to know what the last one said. Jed and I are the Assassin's Creed people on this panel. I mean, every single game.
It said watch a YouTube video. It said watch a YouTube video on Assassin's Creed 1 and start with 2. That's what it said.
No.
Start with
one. Trilogy's peak.
Start with 1. No, like hard stop, 100%.
I think it depends on. I think it depends on where you started and when you started gaming is what I'm saying. Like as Johnny likes to say, I'm like 12, and so that style of play is hard for me because I was never used to it. And I think a lot more people who were older got retro gaming and have nostalgia for one works a lot better for them.
Even
but
without nostalgia,
I would not be a fan of Assassin's Creed today if I'd started with 1. I absolutely would not have played the second game.
That's where it started. I know, that's wild. The story for 1 is essential throughout the entire saga of the Ezio and Wakanda. And Altair is one of the goats. So you can't skip.
Yeah, the modern.
No, I don't say skip it. I'm saying do it still. Just it's not a great place to start.
I've never gotten into the Assassin's Creed games that much. I've played a few of them, but Beardo told me to start with Shadows, so I don't know if that's correct.
J. Jonas Campbell with the $10. Beardo told me that before I watched Rocky 4, I need to play Super Mario Bros. 2, read The Hobbit, and then watch Landman first. So weird. Thank you, Jonas. You're a good dude. Shut up.
Thank you, Jonas. A new meme is born.
Beardo's pink sock with a $5. At this point, anyone who takes Beardo's advice should be locked in Arkham Asylum. Thank you. Beardo's baby oil with $1. Thank you. Cash Kester with the $2. Bretto, your answer is retarded. Thank you for the 2. Accident Seller with the $20. Start with Alien 4 and then watch Alien.
Oh no.
Captain J for an 8 months. Who on the panel is going to be in Dallas? Also, have you announced a meetup yet? I haven't seen one. Hail all. Hail the 199 and Mod Life Matters.
Dallas?
That's Ripa. I don't know.
I don't know if we're still gonna do a meetup. Obviously, we're all gonna be all of us. We actually today released the con schedule. So myself, Gary, and team will be there at Fan Expo all days. So yeah, come holler at us. We haven't talked about a meetup though yet, or really at all. I don't know how feasible that's gonna be, but we will be at the expo, all of us.
Beardo's favorite banana with the $2. Bro, a little bit more baby oil next time. Thank you for the $2.
The banana straight.
The singing Tigs with the $2. Beardo, start with the resurrection, then the crucifixion. Thank you for the 2.
That's crazy.
Emo Otaku with the $2. Are you going to have someone start with SF1 or SF2? Thank you for the 2. War Wizard with the 199. Beardo starts with the fist and then works back to one finger. Thank you.
That's crazy.
Clown Pill with the $2. Beardo Fear the Wing 5X Day Cobra. See the problem? Luis C with the $10. Hey Beardo, I'm interested in watching Transformers, the Shia LaBeouf trilogy. Which movie should I watch first? Revenge of the Fallen or Dark of the Moon? Regulator, shout out. Thank you for the 10. I've already explained myself enough. This is ridiculous. Banana Love Me with the $2. Is greatest show ever made. HBO Chernobyl. Thank you for the $2. And chat, I'm gonna run through all the super chats first, and then I'm gonna do the member messages after. By the way, Bar King with the 22. Sopranos is the best show ever. Where's the gabagool? Thank you. And Jeanette with the 14. That Bond VHS box set is freaking sweet. Kudos. Thank you, Anjanette.
Start with
Bar King with the 22. Pine Barrens season 3 episode 11 best TV episode ever. Thank you for the $22. Jake Stanley with the 5. Dan is never going to release another video now. He's just going to be watching fucking Breaking Bad. John Murdoch with the 10 says Beardo's always right. Thank you for the 10. Mike Noss with the $10. A man sits with one leg resting upon a knee of the other. If a man sits comfortably with one leg hanging over the other, I'm assuming he has small junk. Just something I think about. Watch how you sit. Thank you, Mike Noss, for the $10. The horror host with a 10. Can we get a ranking of Breaking Bad, The Wire, and The Sopranos from the panel? Thank you for the $10. That'll be for tomorrow on Geeks and Gamers Daily. Accident Seller with a $20. Doom 2 Super Shotgun. That reload is so satisfying. Thank you for the $20. Yeah. Super Maz with a $199. God of War Axe. Beardo is Sony Pony for sure. What was that? Confirmed. Thank you for the $199. Sloto goes mobile because he didn't know it was gay with the $199. Flood from Mario Sunshine is the best weapon, obviously. Flood's great. Mario Sunshine's great. Yeah. Thank you. Caruso Ronin with a $2. Hammer of Dawn from Gears of War. Fuck that Berserker. Thank you for the $2. Damaj and I with the 10. All right, stop. What you doing? Because I'm about to ruin the image in that style you used to look funny. But yo, I'm making money. See, so yo, world. I hope you're ready for me. Thank you for the $10. Jay Tinsel with the $10. We got 70 super chats. My boss keeps
around from that.
My boss keeps calling me her powerhouse as a reward for being a good worker, and it's making me feel things. If her behavior continues, she'll get my sloppy seconds after I steamroll all over my stepmom. With the 5. The concrete donkey from Worms was the OP though. Thank you for the $5. Accident Seller with the $20. What about P90 from Far Cry 1 2004? I loved it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the 20.
So mad at Beardo right now.
Shadow Save for the 10. To this day, the Battlefront 3 with the seamless ground to space combat is our greatest loss to mankind. Thank you for the 10.
I mean, there's the playable version of it.
You can still play it.
Caruso Ronin with a $5. Probably not the best weapon, but it felt badass to get the nuke in Modern Warfare 2 after 25 kills. Did feel good.
Very satisfying.
With a 5. Battlefront 2 2017 Resurgence is because of Arc Raiders. The old DICE devs that made the game are in Bark Studios now. Thank you for the 5.
Real quick,
we just got 50 gifted memberships.
Let's freaking go from Brock with a 50.
F5's in the chat. F5's in the chat for Brock.
Let's go, boys. Thank you, Brock, for the 50 gifted memberships. Thank you, Brock. Here we go. Where were we? Hikira with the 10. Andor is the new Last Jedi. I said it. Both of them think that they are way better than they are. And have a small group of fans that scream, "You don't get it!" If you don't like it, at least Acolyte is funny.
I have been following Star Wars since, I mean, obviously, like the online discussion, since obviously, Force Awakens. I have never seen such an aggressive reaction to something as I have Andor. Like, if you say you don't like it, these motherfuckers lose their fucking mind.
Andor.
They take that shit personally.
It is the again, like the best thing that we've ever gotten out of Disney Star Wars TV, which is absolutely ridiculous to say.
I disagree. Clone Wars is the best thing we've gotten.
Okay, yeah, I take that back. I apologize. I take that back. The Clone Wars final season was way fucking better.
Forget about those 2 Latina chicks at the beginning of that season. that was god fucking awful. That also goes with the final season.
Yeah,
Those episodes are
the
terrible.
sisters.
No, but I'm talking about the final. I'm talking about the
bag.
final. I'm just talking about the final 4 episodes. Is the middle
the
episodes
Siege of
was
Mandalore.
terrible.
Siege of Mandalore was great.
Yeah, it was great. Those final 4 episodes are
The
fantastic.
reason people are freaking out, the only reason people are freaking out is because the bar is so fucking low with Disney Star Wars. We have nothing else to compare it to.
That is true.
But the other thing is, hold on.
Good.
But some of these Andor fans are saying that this is some of the best Star Wars. Period.
Yeah,
Not
ever.
just
Oh
Disney
yeah,
Star
oh yeah,
Wars.
yeah. They're saying it's like
as
best
good
as
as the original
Empire.
or better.
Just like when
Fucking
people try to say with this fucking Born Again show, they're like, that scene with the Punisher and Daredevil is some of the best that we've ever gotten. It's better than the stuff in Netflix Daredevil. Like, you guys are insane.
I will say this as a person who has a panel that's probably more diverse than fucking Andor. Okay, so I'm not racist, but anyway, where the fuck did the diversity go in the future of Star Wars? Where the fuck did all your diversity go? If it's a fucking prequel and you have all this fucking diversity, where the fuck? It's supposed to be a well-written, so smart show. Where the fuck is all your diversity in A New Hope? Where the fuck?
The only reason people are excited about Andor is
yeah,
because
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's
the only reason people are excited about Andor is because they've been in a sexless marriage for 10 years and they finally get a vision of a little bit of tits and they're like, oh, fuck, I saw a pair of tits. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know,
super
man.
chats.
He dropped the whispers when he started talking about that. Like,
E-Bird with the
that man
$10.
felt
Sir
that deep
Dan.
inside.
E-Berg with the 10. Sir Dan, I know you don't read comments, but your music has sustained a lot of your fans through depression, cancer, and grieving. Forget those weirdo fans. You have some great fans. New music soon? Question mark.
There we
Thank
go.
you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Thank you for the 10.
I'm tired of the Andor stuff.
Can you let Dan talk?
There's
what?
Dan, say
He's a big
something.
star. He's a big star.
There's new music coming soon with Ripeye and Men Buns Are Gay.
I don't believe it.
Wait, are you saying Man Buns Are Gay, or are you saying there's a song called Man Buns Are Gay? Are you making a statement?
There's a song called Men Buns Are Gay that after I'm done with the Ripper track, I'm going to go back to work on it, and it's going to heal the world.
There you go.
Make it a better place.
And then Dan is going to come back on Bro Science.
I didn't say that.
Oh, fuck!
He had to correct it. He couldn't let that stay out there.
To be fair, he did say if you'll apologize for recommending Arkham City over Arkham Asylum, he might consider it.
Nagranol with the $5. Swords of Aeon from Fable. The Lost Chapters was the coolest, but Dragon Soul's sword was oddly the strongest weapon in the game. Thank you, Nagranol, for the $5. Appreciate it. Imperial Fist Stan with a $5. First time chatting you guys live. Glad I found you guys from FNT and EFAP. Also nice for getting signed guy Tony on for tonight. Keep it up, Figs. Thank you for the $5. Ian H with the $5. I glad all 10 people love Andorra so much. Guess you doesn't give a F. The audience, that's why Revenge of the Sith did amazingly. Thank you for the $5, Ian H. Mike Noss with a $5. Rogue One is just a big continuity error. I don't remember Vader saying Leia in A New Hope. I just saw the ship leave and the Darth Stater Darth.
What?
Okay, hold on.
Saying.
I'm reading too quick. I'm reading too quick. Hold on, I'm reading too quick.
But they're just words. Beardo,
Let me
they're
try
not
again.
hard words.
Listen, I'm trying to power through the super chats. Let me try again.
You're reading
not
the words. You're supposed to go up as you read words. The more you read, the better you're supposed to get at it, bro.
Jesus
I will end the
Christ.
stream right now.
No, you won't.
Bright red.
Mike
You
Noss.
would.
Mike Noss with the $5. Rogue One is just a big continuity error. I don't remember Vader saying to Leia in A New Hope, I just saw the ship leave with the Death Star plans. Thank you for the $5. I read that correctly. Drunk Engineer with the $5. Beardo on next week's episode. So I'm dating Alyssa Mercante now. Thank you for the $5. Superfly with the $5. Any games or movies you guys want other than the super expensive ones? I can find anything for your collections. Thank you, Superfly, with the $5.
I would give almost
What are you
anything
selling?
for an heir to the
Wrath of the
Empire.
Tiger for PS1.
I
What
would
are
give
you
almost
selling?
anything for an Heir to the
It's what
Empire
you buying.
game trilogy.
Not enough cash.
The Trillis with the 199. Beardo is definitely getting the draws. Thank you for the 199. Menti with the $10. Beardo DMing Alyssa Mercanti reminds me of Woody Harrelson sleeping with the old landlady in the movie Kingpin. Thank you for the $10. Metal Slave with the $5. Beardo next message to Alyssa Mercante should be, I want you to be my Xeno mommy. Thank you for the $5. Philip Johnson with the $5. Rippa, will there be an I Want It All option for Saints and Sinners hardcovers? I've got a discount to take advantage of.
Good point. I didn't think about that. Basically, we'd have to make a new I Want It All that includes. Okay,
I like the
I'll
black
work on
and
it.
whites.
Hey, Rippa,
Really cool.
can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
So I think you should come out with Saints and Sinners 2 and sell that one first.
Yeah.
And then you
Okay.
can
Go back.
Have you thought about? Listen,
Gotcha.
this is
Okay.
You thought about ISOM 5? Then we go back. Yeah. Just delay ISOM 3. Don't release it.
Thank you,
ISOM
Philip
5.
Johnson. That's a great question. I'm
Then
sorry
go
that Jeremy disrespected your question. Rippa will think about it and hop over to the next Rip in the Silverback stream, and he will get back to you on that.
I should
Thank you for
start
the
with ISOM
$5.
3, by the way.
Shadow Sane with the $10. Anyone see the latest Helldivers update? Defend Super Earth. Yes, I'm excited about the new
Let's go
Helldivers
back to Super
update.
Earth.
Yeah.
Beardo,
Yeah.
tell me about it. No,
Install
seriously. I want to know, are you excited about it for real, Beardo?
Oh, 100% I'm excited about it. I asked X-Wing if he wanted to play it tonight. So apparently in Helldivers, Super Earth is now invaded, and that's like the new goal is to
You gotta defend Super Earth against the Illuminate.
What I've heard is
So
it's
it's
hard.
like an so it's
I've
like
heard,
an
like-
urban environment, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's Super
Yeah,
Earth.
That's
dude.
cool.
Yeah, it's Super
I-
Earth.
I-
When's the last time
You're
you played it,
all Super
Beardo?
Earth. Last time I
When's the
played
last time
it,
you played it?
it was with X-Wing maybe like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know. I didn't know if you had still been playing it
I've
recently.
heard
I
that
know
people-
I know you love it. So
I've heard the people that have been playing it are saying this is like really difficult. There's new enemy types, and
Yeah.
like it feels hopeless. This is the Creek all over again. Like they said, it is rough.
They had a bunch of again, they hit controversy again. Helldivers has done a respectable job at trying to manage this game from absolutely nothing to like stardom because a shitload of people are playing this game. It fell off big time, but now they've started to add in a couple different they call them war bond pages where you can buy
It's
stuff
essentially a battle
after you've
pass.
already bought the game. Yeah, and a couple of them have basically been like absolutely useless, and they're charging like $20 for a war bond, which is like 2 skins, a gun that does absolutely effing nothing,
A few guns, a
flag.
few skins and stuff. War bonds and Helldivers is pretty much a battle pass, but there's so many at this point. But
Didn't they add weapon customization too?
They did add weapon
Correct.
customization.
I think if you've bought every war bond up to this point playing Helldivers 2, you've probably spent in the neighborhood of $170 to $200 on the game easily.
Yeah. The Paladin with a $10 Final Fantasy VII strategy of my own, maxed every materia. Save before final boss. My brother said he wanted to play, told him to save in slot 2. He put the memory card in slot 2 and overwrote my save data. That's a massive L.
was his name
Sorry to
Phil?
hear that.
Nightmares around that, man.
Sorry to hear that. Andre CR with the 10,000 says Beardo has a face for radio. Thank you for the $10,000. Joe Lovelace with the $5. Beardo hot, caught up in the moment, had no idea who this person is. Thank you, Joan Lovelace, for the $5. Zero with a $2. Beardo's favorite linebacker is Dick Budkiss. Thank you for the $2. Operation Outstanding in Field. What's up, Drew, with the 1-9 Beardo? Should I stream Arkham series? You should.
Start with
You
Arkham
should.
City first,
No.
and then play Arkham Asylum.
Thank
I
you.
just start with Night at that point.
John
Just
Murdoch
start
with the
at
$10. Feed the mods. Jessica's hungry. Thank you. Drew, Operation Outstanding with a 199 says, rest in peace to Norm from Cheers. IRL.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Shadow Sand with the $5. Give Jessica some food suggestions in the chat. Thank you. Death Doom with the $5. At Rippa, I'm looking into playing the Arkham series. What game should I start with? Thank you for the $5. Imperial Fist Stan with a $2. Can someone explain why Nintendo isn't at fault? Thank you for the 2.
They are at fault. Fuck that company. Yeah.
John
No, they're
Rowe
not.
with $30. Get Jessica the best steak. Thank you for the $30. Imperial Fist Stan with a $5. Doesn't that mean we should push back even more when fan backlash worked in the past? It seems like gamers should stick to their guns. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. Lord Botha with the 10. How have costs of game development gone up? 91% of video game purchases were digital in a recent report. It's not my fault companies can't control their budgets. Expedition 33 exposed all of this. Thank you for the $10. Mr. Sluggo with a 1-9 tax-free tip for you. Thank you for the 1.
Hey, yeah, no tax on super chats, baby. Let's go.
Fifth Down Sports with a $5 purchase amended PC. Enter code Beardo and your computer immediately crashes. We'll figure it out. Thank you for the 5. Matt HTX with the $10. Steve Jobs and even Disney about parks get audience reactions during announcements from their top fans and get booed sometimes, like Nintendo with the live chat originally or Twitter. Thank you for the $10. Matt HTX with another $5. I'm excited for Mission Impossible this weekend. Hopefully going to South Texas for another Starship launch this week. Hail to tonight's main event. Thank you for the $5. Null White with the 5. I'm getting caught up at 2 times best weapon from a game is the bolter from Warhammer 40K. It's also never been implemented properly. Thank you for the $5.
The bolter during the Warhammer game was not done properly. It was too weak.
The bolter would like break a real human's arm in real life.
100%.
Yeah.
Jake Stanley with the $2. I can't wait for Daughter's Revenge.
Let's
Hail
go!
Vindicta. Harbinger with a $5. Lords of the Fallen made a great comeback. They added some great quality of life features. They also did the friend code thing too. Thank you for the 5. Nagranol with the 5. I need to plug Project Z Beyond Order again. Gonna be a wicked sick. Thank you for the 5.
Yeah, Lords of the Fallen, that one too.
Is Lords of the Fallen worth a play?
I have not played Lords of the Fallen.
I haven't played it since they updated it.
You played it?
I played it when it first came out. I didn't like it when it first came out.
I have heard from Josiah played it and a couple other people that I know that played it since the update said it's way better and they said it's actually really good.
Cheap. So. I didn't really want to pick it up because it looked cheap.
I've heard it's good, especially if you like Elden Ring. So
Weird Robot with the $5. Sea of Stars throws of the Watchmaker DLC released today. Anyone into JRPG should play this game. Also, Dan's fat and Beardo's cool.
I let my son play this game first. It is very much an old school DLC or JRPG. I really enjoy watching it be played. I haven't touched it myself, but I helped my son play all the way through the game, and it looked awesome. So
Escapo with the 2. This colonial-based software guy sounds like a jerk. This Colonel. I wasn't sure what he meant.
Oh no!
I wasn't sure
colonialism on video games.
I assumed you meant colonial, but I guess Colonel. This Colonel-based software guy sounds like a jerk.
Nobody.
I was trying to help him out.
That's Colonel.
I was trying to help him out.
That means Colonel. Like
I was trying to. You guys are gonna ruin my voice acting opportunities with the Rippaverse, okay? Stop.
We don't have any control of that, buddy. That's Colonel.
Come on,
buddy,
man.
That's a military rank.
Batman with the 2 says Denuvo can be used on PlayStation 5. Sorry, Jeremy. Thank you for the 2.
Beardo.
Barry Dixon Butts with the $2. Jed, how does it feel to be black now?
It's so great. My life is fulfilled. I finally have meaning.
Black Solid Snake Moan with the 199. Look at Dan dressed like Dexter in his small cabin.
Rippa, did you hear the update? I don't know if you got it in Black Man Monthly, but gingers are black now officially.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Officially.
I mean, we've long known that because I mean, if you can spell a certain word,
rearrange some letters.
Jed, have you seen the TikToks of
No,
all the gingers?
I haven't seen any of them.
Dude,
No,
they're
hilarious.
crying on the internet right now, going, "I have never felt more accepted by any other community right now than I do."
They're invited to the cookout.
I need to make one of those
that are
videos
actually
immediately.
joking. Dude, Jed, there's some that are like joking with it. They're like, yeah,
Right.
since I'm black, I'm about to say, and then it cuts off. And then you have the actual people that are like crying, like, oh my God, thank you guys.
You know what,
for
Jed? You're in it
accepting me."
right now. You should live stream, walk down
I don't
Compton.
know how you guys
Walk
feel.
down to Compton and just
4
and
black
chat, you know.
people on the stream right now, ladies and gentlemen.
It's wonderful. I think I can finally watch the 1992 space movie now. That's
don't do that.
What do you mean?
That's you take it now. You don't take it a little far now. And I gotta.
What's wrong with that
Grand
movie?
Potato
Is
with
it
the
a bad
$5. I played Halo 2 before I played Halo. Playing the first Halo made a lot of things, and the second one makes sense. Play the first game of the series. Thank you, Grand Potato. Spirian with the 199. Thank you, Spirian. Sejong the Great with the $10. PCB is printed circuit board. You retard. Thank you for the $10. Null White with the $5. Kernel-based access in Windows is what crashed Microsoft's cloud services last year, and Microsoft is looking into removing this from Windows. Won't happen soon.
Oh, that would.
Thank you, Null White, for the $5. The Paladin with the $2. My most expensive game, Pokemon box, is $1,500 signed. Hell yeah, man. Thank you for the $2. Sloto goes mobile because he didn't know it was gay with the 199. Says Beardo starts with the wiping and then he poops. Thank you for the 199. X1 Chong the 5th with the $2. Beardo told me to put my pants on and then my undies. Thank you. Grand Potato with the 199 says Halo Sniper Magnum. Thank you for the 199. That Performer with the $10. Yo, Dan, you homo. I'm an actor and I have good singing voice, but I want to refine it to Broadway standards to make it. I was wondering if you do Zoom vocal lessons. I saw your I don't know. Your Gethsemane cover. Thank you for the $10. Appreciate it.
No, I don't, man.
Beardo, that's
but
in the
I appreciate
Bible.
your interest.
Beardo, that's in the Bible.
I didn't want any blasphemy or anything.
Bro, that's in the
Can I answer
Bible,
the man?
bro.
Let me answer the man.
They talk about it in Sunday school, Beardo.
I'm
They
gonna-
put it on paper.
You want to know how long I did Sunday school? Okay, it's been 25 years.
It's still in the Bible. I didn't say it was only in Sunday school.
All right, let Dan answer his question. I'm gonna go take a fucking piss. Holy shit!
Hashtag Christian.
Look up.
Read it, Dan. Say it. Damn.
Look up Ken Templing on YouTube. One of the best vocal coaches out there currently.
Thank you, Dan.
Or if you send me $10,000, I'll
What was
I'll
the
just put a
question?
wig
I
on
didn't
and
see
pretend I'm Dan and give you all the lessons.
He wants to take
He
his
already
singing to
deleted
the
it.
next level
Oh,
and
it's
ask
singing.
if I
Yeah.
did
If
vocal
if you're
lessons.
talking screaming, it's hardly any better than Melissa Cross. You can even
Melissa
get private lessons.
Cross,
She
man.
is fucking amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
I learned so much from that woman, man.
Me
So,
too. That
yeah.
I
That's awesome.
learned to scream from her. Fantastic teacher as well on the extreme vocal side. On the clean vocal side, I would recommend Ken Templing, but Melissa is also fantastic. But don't make the mistake of thinking just because I sing well, I teach well. That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, those are two different things. Yeah.
Yeah, I was already a vocal coach once, but just because I had no other option to make any other living out of singing, but I hated teaching. Look, when you're looking for a vocal coach, try to check out his students. It doesn't necessarily mean anything if he or she sings well.
Yeah, look at Splinter. He had 4 Ninja Turtles, man.
I actually I asked Dan for
Oh my
some
God.
vocal lessons.
We
I
gotta
started
read these
singing-
super chats, man.
You know what Dan said?
What did Dan say?
$10,000.
Stop.
Stop.
I wonder. Hey,
Stealing
I wonder
history,
if
for
Beardo.
38
Listen,
months.
I wonder if Beardo unzipped first, or if he peed and then he unzipped.
He
And then he
he pooped and then he took off his
Kiss your
pants.
pants.
And then he sat down.
Stealing a history, remember for 38 months says, an update on my dad. He'll be home tonight. Thanks for the prayers. And I'm testing on my new fake leg to see how it feels and fits.
Shout out,
and it gets
Steal It.
finished.
Hell
Shout out
yeah.
to Stealing
Shout
a
out,
history,
man.
man.
Awesome.
Killing
dude.
it on YouTube as well, man. So keep it going.
Yeah,
Man.
big shout out, man.
Yeah. Doug B for 20. Rest in peace to George Wendt. Norm Peterson.
What the hell
one
is
of my
going on
all-time
here? I already read
favorite
these.
TV characters.
I already
you
read
did.
Thank
these.
you.
We're moving
Yes, I
through
did. I
super
read that.
chats.
No,
War was
hold on.
remember for 3
I read
months.
these.
Heard
No, you
Beard's
didn't.
collab with Ye.
Yes,
the
I did.
beat is good, but the lyrics are questionable. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. I'm not reading the rest
Okay.
of
Yeah,
that.
you
Thank
yeah.
you.
Hey,
Thank you.
Beardo,
Yeah.
did
Take
you
away Beardo's purpose.
did you pee and then unzip, or how did you do that?
Yes. Valiant Renegade. Valiant Renegade with the one.
Jesus.
VR. What's up, Valiant Renegade with the 199 says the best Pride Month celebration show on YouTube. Hashtag Pedro sent me. Hashtag Beardo can't read. And hashtag Jeremy.
Beardo he was all excited.
He was so happy.
Thank you. Thank you,
I
Valiant
thought you already
Renegade.
ready.
That was
How's
that
it
was a
taste,
new one.
motherfucker?
Shout out Valiant Renegade, man.
Shout out to Valiant.
Yeah, shout out.
NTR Uncle with the $5. For Phil, hello, SARS of the Geeks and Gamers. Where's the blonde babby lady? Please, SARS. I need to do the needful. Thank you. Come again.
You need Ellen?
Hello,
Ellen?
SARS of the Geeks and Gamers. Where's the blonde babby
Phil, I
lady?
think Phil's
Please,
supposed to
SARS.
read
I
that.
need to do the needful. Thank you. Come again.
Phil, can you,
Okay,
can you translate?
Phil, go ahead and read that.
Okay.
Hello, sons of the Geeks and Gamers. We is the brown booby lady. Please, sons, I need to do the needful. Thank you. Come again.
Oh, that's what he said.
That's what it meant. That's what it meant.
That would make sense. Yeah, there we
Now
go.
it makes
The
sense.
chat,
Okay, it makes sense.
figured out
Everybody
what he
here
was
is going to
saying
hell,
already.
man.
Yeah.
They were asking for
Gasoline
Savvy.
draw.
That's what.
Thank you,
Sayonara.
Phil.
Arigato.
Phil, thank you.
Wacha-cha.
Thank you.
Bruce
Thank you, NTR Uncle, for the $5. Volt 95 with the 199. Beardo said best. Cerebral palsy cure. Play Asylum. Thank you for the 199. Grant Potato with the 199. Got to be careful
Bruce Lee.
those Darth Satyrs. Thank you for the 199. Stitch with the $5. I want to read Saints and Sinners 2 before Saints and Sinners. Apparently, and that's how you do things around here. Beardo's fat. Thank you for the 5. Beardo's big brutal banana butt sex bonanza with a 199 says beep bop boop beep. Beardo peels big bananas deep with the 199. Thank you. Godzilla's answer with the $5. Beardo can't count to 20 without taking off his shoes. Thank you for the 5. I don't know. I don't even know what that even means. Beardo.
What do you mean you don't know what that means?
I don't even know what that means. Beardo wipes
That makes it
left
so
to
much
right
better.
with the $5. Coming in later. Where the hell is Savvy these days? I know Beardo misses her. Thank you for the
Beardo wipes
$5.
left to right.
Accident seller with the $20. I wash my hands, I wipe my ass, and then I shit. Beardo. JB username with the $20. Beardo tried to pray the gay away, but he's agnostic. Thank you for the 20. Valiant Renegade with the 42 months. Is 42 months of wasted money. Thank you, Valiant Renegade. And Jeanette with the 14. Absolutely not a bribe for Ripa to hire Beardo. Thank you for the $14. Philip Johnson with the one. I tried. Philip Johnson with the 199. Beardo just said he did Bible school for 25 years. No, I said
He did.
I said I haven't done Sunday school since 25 years.
You said, do you know how long I did Sunday school?
I meant how long ago? How long ago?
Turns out he didn't read a fucking thing.
Been teaching us for 20.
Guys, we're almost
Hold on.
Fail
I
at
do-
Bible school.
I'm gonna be because the people on the panel that would be there tomorrow are gonna find out for the first time. We are not planning on doing a Wednesday night gaming stream tomorrow because I'm out of town. I know Krista's getting up really early for some park hopping stuff too, and we just got Jay's busy, so a lot of people are busy. I was talking to Beardo about it the other day about how we would handle it, so we're probably just not going to do one unless we decide like a smaller panel for something like Mario Golf or something. But yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to give everybody a heads up on that. So
we'll see.
Why don't we do Star Wars? We can do Battlefront 2 tomorrow.
Shut up.
Oh, hey, it's a good idea.
Not a bad idea.
Battlefront 2 tomorrow.
Grant Potato with the 199. Beardo watches VHS in reverse. Thank you for the 199.
God, dude.
Tim
No
A.
Satan
L with a
messages.
$2. Beardo. Is it Colonel or Colonel? Thank you for the $2.
Oh, good job, Beardo.
X-Wing is the stupid name with the 199. Beardo faps and then gets the lotion.
That's a lot of skin chafing, though.
He faps too.
Why would you do that?
Alpha Wolf with a $5. Beardo skips super chats like how he tells others to play Batman games. Thank you for the $5. Now let's get the member messages. Thank you, Steel Leg. I believe Mike read this one.
Yeah,
Shout out to your dad. Thank you. War Wizard with the 3 months. Heard Beardo's too. Thank you for the 3 months. Objectively, a cat with the 27 months. Just had my second hip replacement. Damn, you're old. I'm hoping the recovery goes as smoothly as the surgery before Beardo drags age into it. I'm 31. Yeah, well.
You're such an asshole. He literally said right away.
31.
What an ass. Bro, he checked the super chat like he did the Arkham games. He literally went to age before he even read them all.
Kevin Cron with the gifted Geeks and Gamers membership. Thank you, Kevin Cron.
My gosh.
Drunken Jedi with the 30 months. What's the vote on fighting game here? Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter overall?
Mortal Kombat for me.
Mortal Kombat.
Man, they're very different.
Yeah, they are.
I played more Mortal Kombat. I've never been the biggest fighting game person, but I feel like Street Fighter has. It's close, man.
Street Fighter is cool, man, but Mortal Kombat is just I like.
It's hard to say, man. Like obviously, Street Fighter revolutionized the genre.
The
you know what I mean?
In the arcades.
But Mortal Kombat has its place, obviously, in video game history with how edgy it was as well. I think if there is to be a tie in video games, that's one.
I agree.
That is one for sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Drunken Jedi, for the 30 months. Mike Hill with the 50 months. Where's the female representation at? You got
Dan's right there.
The chat.
No, see, look, I had to gotta deflect that off. I knew it was coming.
No, the chat was saying it was me.
Superfly with the 25 months. I sell Pokemon cards. Most are worthless than you think. Really? Thank you for the 25 months.
A bunch. My favorite one. There's this TikTok where the guy's like, he's interested in a chick, and she's like, I have no interest in you, and so he throws some water cards in the bathtub, and they throw some electric cards in the
bathtub. Jerry Sills, thank you for recommitting over here. Shout out to Jerry Sills. Lord Botha within 18 months. Since Jed is here, I think we can agree one of the best bottle episodes of TV ever is Doctor Who's Midnight Peak Horror, and you never see the monster.
Oh, yeah. Everyone needs to watch that episode. Whether or not they watch any other Doctor Who, that is a fantastic episode. Don't need any other context to understand it. Definitely recommend it.
Good episode.
You guys like Twilight Zone? A lot of people say it's the best show.
You've entered.
A lot of people say it's the best show of all time.
I used to watch. Did y'all watch The Outer Limits, though? That's a real old one right there. The Outer Limits was pretty cool, too.
Yeah,
I mean, Black Mirror is basically the new Twilight Zone, right?
No.
No.
Black Mirror is gay now.
You were really hoping to get some like cool points on that one, I think.
No, it's just a question. I mean, is there another show that does anything like the Twilight Zone did?
I mean, Star Trek got a lot of influence from Twilight Zone. A lot of the stuff that Star Trek.
They tried to, didn't they make a new Twilight Zone? And it wasn't really.
They
that
did,
good.
yeah, like 5 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Jimmy Rings Halo with the 9 months. Lancer from Gear of War and Thundergun from Zombies.
The Thundergun.
Ooh, the Thundergun's cool, but the ray gun's better. Thank you for the 9 months. Tyrant Lizard King with a 26 months. I'm praying we get a re-release of Shadows of the Empire next year for its 30th.
Yeah, hold your breath a little longer.
Yeah, don't see that happening.
Matt
Just
HTX,
a remaster with updated controls would be great. Go ahead, Beardo.
Yeah.
Matt HTX with a 36 months. Steve Jobs knew that it was important to be the face and explain things. Still overpriced, but yeah. Thank you, Matt HTX with 36 months.
That's why Reggie was so good with Nintendo, because he had a personality. It's like that Walt Disney vibe from the Walt Disney. When Walt Disney was the face of the Walt Disney Company, you know, he gave you like a peek into the personality of it. Reggie gave Nintendo personality that they do not have right now. And Doug Bowser sucks. So, I mean, having a front man that has charisma, that's willing to talk to people, that they can connect with, that's very important. And Nintendo, most companies are lacking that, but Nintendo is certainly lacking that right now.
Reggie was very much loved.
Reggie was fantastic. He was phenomenal.
We see with the 14 months, I'll pay $80 on a new game if I have to. Excuse me. However, I will be scrutinized the game and watching many reviews.
You can do that no matter how much you spend.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Louis C., for the 14 months. Baked Ewok with the 13 months has an alien and some smoke. Thank you, Baked Ewok, for the 13 months. Cody Higginbottom with a 7 months. Helldivers, Super Earth has been invaded by the Illuminate, calling on all divers to purge the squids from our mega cities. Thank you, Cody, for the 7 months. Appreciate it. Jesus Davila with a gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you. Elite Neo with a $2. Beardo shits and then takes off his pants. Taker with the $5. If you did want to prank someone who has never seen Star Wars, would you tell them to watch the sequels, prequels, and then the original trilogy? No. Thank you for $5.
Start with the holiday special.
Flag Ninja.
No, that's just
Flag Ninja with the 35 months. Beardo poops out corn and then you guys.
Let's go!
Accident Seller with the $50. Beardo reads a book and then he reads the back to know what it's about. Thank you for the 50. Brian Kennel with the 199. Dan, have you ever played the NES game Junk? We are all caught up on YouTube.
Another word that I cannot say.
We are all caught up on YouTube. Jed, what do we have over on Rumble?
All right.
Your first amendment is
Rumble rants.
useless.
Rumble rants.
Use the Urban
Want to give
Dictionary.
your First Amendment to Brazil? Let's trade.
It's not being very useful.
We give you
for
hot
us.
women.
All right, we've got 4 Rumble rants over there. We've got a $1 Rumble rant from True Mr. Gentleman saying, actually, Mike, that's actually what it says. Excalibur, the fake Excalibur, first appeared in the SNES version of Final Fantasy V, not 6. Also, it also appears in the GBA and 2014 Steam versions of 6, not the SNES original. All right, we've got 2 $1 Rumble rants.
Mr. Gentleman, thank you.
We've got 2 $1 super chats from Derek PG saying Gary from Neurotic recently said that that's wild as a reaction are idiots without a real opinion. Not sure why Mike is catching strays from Gary. Probably racism against the black half. He also says, Dan, you play Double Dragon and are going for beating Battletoads. Next, you should go for the combo and play Battletoads Double Dragon, arguably as hard as the original Battletoads.
That one is really
And
good. The soundtrack is really good too.
Ending off, we have a $10 Rumble rant from HI Varen Plus. I just ran and finished my first 100K 62-mile race. Dan's version of the national anthem to start the race right. Listening to y'all in the middle of the night in the woods helped a great deal.
Oh,
Nice.
man. Shout out.
There it is. More terrifying running around in the woods or listening to Beardo at night in the woods, bro. That's great.
We are all caught up on all super chats.
All right. So we're gonna call it a night. So Kata, where can they find you?
Yes, go over to my channel, Khalil Too Short, where we got videos coming out every other day, you know, depending on what's happening in the news of gaming, movie, TV shows, and all that good stuff. Also, go over to New Black Street, where we stream on Mondays and Fridays. This Friday, we have Verbal Riot, who's going to be on. That should be really fun, so go check that out. And then also, he's black, by the way, so it's going to be 3 black people on stream, so it's going to be great for you guys. Y'all going to love that. And then also tomorrow on Wednesdays, I stream 1 p.m. CST, you know, for a couple hours, so go check that out. But yeah, do I got anything else to plug? No, not really. Just check out my video for tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Jed.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can all find me on YouTube and Kick at Hollywood Scholar. This Saturday for Drive-In, we're going to be talking the Kevin Costner Robin Hood movie, Prince of Thieves. So check that out Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. There we go. Dan?
Today I'm going to promote the online streaming services that I'm on, which is basically everywhere. So if you like heavy metal, just type Dan Vasquez on your favorite music platform, including Bandcamp, where I get the biggest cut, and hopefully you enjoy.
Here we go. X-Wing 5.
Hey, yo. How's everybody doing today? I want to address a super chat really quick. Irish Skywalker says, X-Wing 5, you're a traitor for not sticking up for your friend. I may be over the top about it, but at least I stick up for Beardo. F my code, Beardo. I'm going to tell you something right now. I stick up for my buddy Beardo more than anyone else on this panel, day in and day out. I back my brother up when nobody's there to back him up on local streams. I'm fucking there every time, so I don't want to hear it.
This is true.
I don't want to hear it. And then beyond that, I'm not even going to promote my own channel. I would love to promote a stream, if I'm welcome to, of a bunch of young indie comics guys that are holding a stream right now. One of which is the artist for the story that I and Jay, your good friend Drunk 3PO, wrote together that we started about a year and a half ago. If you go to John A. Douglas on YouTube right now, there is a panel going on with our artist, Eric. Not that Eric, a different Eric, who is paneling our story. An absolutely awesome dude who does not get enough love. I don't know if I'm allowed to share a link on.
Yeah, you can drop the link in the chat. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm dropping the link right now. Please go say hi to Eric. Go say hi to these indie comic guys. Show them a little bit of love and just, support the little guys. Support the little guys.
Oh, yeah.
Ripper.
Yeah, go get Saints to Center, see some of your favorite creators writing chops, if you will, and Critical Drinker Mauler as Jay, myself, Vasquez, almost $200,000. So appreciate all of y'all showing support. Just keep following us everywhere, ripperverse.com, and yeah, that's it.
Let's go. Phil.
Thank you so much for having me on. Really appreciate it. You guys can follow me at Mr. Philip Chen #2. I'm not as cool as X-Wing 5, but like I'm almost there. So I've been playing Expedition 33. It's been really cool. And I also have another channel called Project Egg Roll where me and Gray go live. And we're gonna have Kada on this Saturday. So but yes, thank you so much for having me.
Saturday?
If not, then we'll do it another Saturday. It's fine.
No, I'll be there.
Open invite. Open invite.
I forgot, but I'll be there.
No worries. Cool. Thank you so much.
Lots of diversity on that stream. So, Mike.
Yeah, I started playing Resident Evil 7. It was scarier than people said that it was going to be.
I warned you. I told you.
Beardo did warn you. Beardo did warn you.
A lot of people said
I
it was
never played
scary.
it. Was it
and
more
it was
scary than 2? Resident Evil 2 remake?
A lot scarier than 2. A lot scarier than 4. A lot scarier than all of them.
It's a lot scarier than 4. The first person makes it terrifying.
It is awful. But the chat is having a great fucking time. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I didn't think I was going to miss the Xenomorph. I missed the Xenomorph.
I warned you. I warned you 7 was the most terrifying.
It's terrifying. So we're playing more of that. Yeah. Part 2 of that tomorrow. Should be a time. It's guys, this game is, I'm gonna have a heart attack before this game's over, bro. Just that first moment when you walk down the steps and you hear the voice coming from the bottom of the steps, and then yeah, man, I'm having a hard time.
Cry right now, mate?
Bro, this game's scary, bro. Fucking mold monster popped out the wall, started chasing me around. I missed the regenerators, man.
Get used to it. Get used to it.
Did you remember too when what is his name, Mr. X shows up and you're like, this game is ruined forever. I can't enjoy this game now because he's just gonna be chasing me all day.
It was terrifying, bro. Yeah. But nothing like this. I had a guy jump into a car in the middle of a garage and start driving around in circles, and it was terrifying. Bro, I'm like, I'm gonna get hit with a car and die.
Yep.
Bro.
That is great.
Listen, so we're gonna keep going with that. I gotta get this game, bro. Listen, it's a great game, just very scary. So,
Beardo, take us away.
Bro Science tomorrow. Me, X-Wing, and Blaine from Criticless. We're gonna be talking about Red Dawn
Wolverines!
OG with Patrick Swayze. So we're talking about that tomorrow. And yeah, I may or may not be going live tonight. I'm gonna have to get with Jed to see if we can troubleshoot some of my issues on my computer. But yes, Bro Science tomorrow. And then this Saturday, over on Geeks and Gamers Locals, we got Saturday night's main event wrestling. So that'll be a lot of fun. And that's about it. I got a few more super chats to read as well. Irish Skywalker, thank you for the 5. X-Wing read this one just a little bit ago. Thank you, Irish Skywalker, for the $5. Excerpts from MCU Fans Diary with the $10. Dear Diary, Beardo said he would give me Krista's number if I had a shirtless tickle fight with him. It's been 3 weeks. And he still hasn't given me the number. I think he lied to me. XOXO Simpy. Thank you for the $10. And Johanna Vikic with the $2. Dan, have you added all your albums to Bandcamp?
Not yet, Joanna. I need to, for sure.
Thank you for the $2. Bro Science tomorrow over on my channel. That's about it.
All right, we got Geeks and Gamers Daily tomorrow. Other than that, you can end the stream whenever, Beardo.
Thank you guys so much.
Yep.
Again,
no gaming stream tomorrow, probably.
No gaming stream tomorrow. Well, maybe. We'll see. Don't expect it, but there might be a surprise one. Who knows? But anyways, thank you guys so much,
Don't be
everybody.
fat, don't be gay.
Yes, everybody who super chatted tonight, thank you guys for the donations, the gifted memberships, the recommitments, the member messages, the mods, the members, the lurkers. Don't be fat, don't be gay. We'll see you guys tomorrow on Geeks and Gamers Daily. Bye, everyone. Geeks and Gamers, we're out.